toilet?
Yeah, what the fuck is that, bro?
I actually
put
heard
that on the list.
before.
I don't know what the fuck
I
that is.
actually have no idea what it is, and I refuse to look it up.
Good.
Skibbity. That's a thing.
Apparently, it's not for our generation.
Like the younger generation or older?
It's like the first younger generation's meme.
No, their memes suck.
Skibbity toilet. It's just a guy's
Toilet.
head in a toilet, but I
Yeah.
don't really understand the context.
There was no context.
Nice. Based.
Nice. Based.
All right. Is it playing now? We're
What
playing
do you
right now?
think?
It's plain. I want to intro it so I can eat this piece of pie, to be honest.
Okay.
Welcome back. It's another week, another Wednesday. If you're listening on Wednesday, that is. This Diversity Catalog episode 13. And it's our
Spooky.
second guest episode with our lovely guest.
Kristen.
That's right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course.
Of course.
Yes, yes.
Of course.
It's an honor.
Yes.
James, why don't you talk about how we got Kristen as a guest while I eat this piece of pie
Excellent.
and give my review after.
Kristen's my bestie buddy old pal. We've been friends for 7,
About
8,
about 7.
7
about
years. Yeah.
Established 2017.
Right at the end of high school, honestly. Apparently, we went to the same school for like 8 years. I'd never seen her before.
Never
Till,
crossed
like,
paths.
The last month of high school.
No, it was in March.
Was it March? I thought it was
You're
May.
so fake.
Thought
He's
it was
like that,
May.
though. He's
May
like
and March.
that.
It's pretty close. Don't look at me like that.
2 month distance, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, M words.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Open
Shut
up
the fuck
hot.
up.
The Knickerbockers.
Yeah, that's how she's here. I want to have my pal on. Did you?
That's
I mean,
right.
she's also friends with everyone here. But
Yeah, well, that's fine. Andrew would say friends is a strong word.
Angie's very strict about the friend word.
I am.
Yeah.
Special few. She's also a fall expert and spooky time expert.
I wouldn't say expert,
Expert.
but I just have
Well, we're all
some-
experts.
No, you're an expert. We'll put the name
I
tag
have a
beneath
fall
you.
birthday, so
Fall birthday,
Ooh.
spooky
When?
person,
November.
Birthday.
Oh,
November
yes.
what?
Yeah.
Scorpio.
I forget
I'll have to write that
November's
down.
even in the fall for some reason.
It's a
It's too
Passover
cold,
month.
and I'm like, oh, God.
Passover month. Honestly.
Beginning on
Flyover
November.
month. The flyover month.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, there's Thanksgiving.
It's kind of a big month.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
but Thanksgiving's practically December.
I mean, is it the last week?
28th.
The last Thursday, right? Every time last Thursday?
Stupidest thing in the world.
Why?
It like
Thanksgiving?
switches all the time or something.
My
It's one of
brother's birthday falls on Thanksgiving, like, a lot. It's November
Really?
24th, yeah.
I didn't
He's
know
had multiple birthdays on Thanksgiving.
That makes sense.
It's only one of the holidays that does that. Like it's like the fourth Thursday or something like that.
It's the 23rd this year.
Oh, yeah.
Like it.
Yeah,
You know how all the
before.
holidays are a
Yeah.
day, like the 19th or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I feel like that's the only one that's like the fourth Thursday. I hate those.
Let me give my pumpkin pie review.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
hear
we
it.
just hear it.
Good, but a little wet.
That's how they are.
Actually, let me try it because
Good, but a
not
little
only
It looks
is
more solid
Wait,
than
have
it
you
was
ever-
be, and I was deceived on my first bite. When I put it in my mouth, if you watch it back, I probably made a little bit of a face. Not because it was bad. I like it. I like the taste a lot. I like pumpkin tasting things. The texture just threw me off. Like the consistency threw
Have
me
you
off.
had pumpkin pie before?
No.
No,
Oh,
I just said
I
that.
forgot. All right.
you don't listen.
We
It was
said
good. It was good.
Okay.
7.6.
Oh, good score.
Is that respectable? That's what I
First
rated.
time?
Respectable.
It's pretty good.
And you were caught off
James
guard?
is. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
You should have it.
Yeah.
Just try to
What do you think?
Also,
Hates it.
James is
Hates
first
it,
over
hates
in
it,
pie.
hates it, hates it.
7.6 is a high rating.
Wow.
Why,
It's
that's
too
great.
moist.
That's
All right, but
great.
listen,
He doesn't
listen,
like the texture. He doesn't like the
listen,
texture. He
listen,
doesn't like the
listen,
texture.
listen. First of all,
I'm gonna try it. 'cause
I have a very strict rating scale. If we're using 1 through 10, 5 is dead even. It's not bad. It's not good.
Nope.
So anything over 5 has to have something good about it. Anything under 5 has to have something bad.
Nothing
about it.
like a
redeemable.
3.
7 is my
So
7.
that's how I deem my ratings of 1 through 10.
And this is a 3.
This is a 6.5.
7's my
that's good.
average.
Try
I
the
like
crust.
the flavor.
Try the
I like
crust.
the crust.
You didn't have.
You didn't have any of the crust.
Oh, I actually didn't try.
No,
it.
the
crust
crust
crust.
on the back half.
Oh, the crust on the side, not the crust on the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crispier. But what the fuck
fuck?
do you mean?
Sick of you guys.
Fucking I'm sick of
then. I
What
love
did they
the
fuck me
crust. The
for?
crust is my favorite part of the pie.
Ooh, it's mine too. I think
It's good. Up the rating.
I think
up
the crust
rating.
is one of my favorite parts.
7.4.
Oh, you
When
know
down.
what?
it.
I did.
You know what?
You're such a hater.
I'm sticking with 6.5. Listen,
Yeah.
it's the texture for me. It is. It's.
You were talking about the
It's a
other pie
texture
we
thing for
had.
me,
you,
too.
you didn't like the texture. Like, oh, that's not good.
And I'm not even that kind of person. You know, I'm kind of like I fuck with everything. But this is kind of
It's all right.
I don't like the way it envelops in my mouth.
No, I didn't either. It threw me off guard. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe if it was hot. You're supposed to eat pumpkin pie hot.
No.
No.
Really?
I'd give it a 7.8.
Great score. The great
With
score.
my scale or your
respectable.
own scale?
My own.
Why would she use your scale?
Well,
Pumpkin pie
everyone
veteran?
I've had it many times, but it's not my favorite kind of pie. So
No, of course. I don't think pumpkin.
No,
well,
it's
it's
nobody's
anybody's
favorite pie.
yeah.
it's someone's favorite pie
Who?
in the world. I don't know.
Air them out. Air them out.
I don't
Or
know.
jump them.
I don't know. I'm just saying it. It has to be someone's favorite
Apple
in the
pie
world.
supremacy. in
Apple
my-
pie's the
my-
best.
my-
No.
Blueberry
Blueberry
pies.
and
you say
cherry
something
pie.
Rhubarb pie is the best pie.
Blueberries.
Ooh, I love
Blueberries are
blueberry
mid.
pie.
I'm sorry.
And I'm not gonna lie, I had strawberry rhubarb pie for the first time last summer, and
all right.
that's number 2.
It's all right.
Blueberry
Cheesecake.
Blueberry strawberry.
What do you,
rhubarb.
50?
Where it's at.
Cheesecake's really good.
But
Cheesecake.
cheesecake's not a
cheesecake.
pie.
Shut up.
What are you on about?
Cheesecake. I'm just thinking holiday stuff.
Does that count as a fall dessert or just any time
It counts as a fall dessert in my mind. 'Cause
Cheesecake?
My grandma makes cheesecake, homemade cheesecake.
They make everything
Homemade
in this
cheesecake
house.
for the
dude.
holidays. She does, yeah.
Fuck.
Just wait till she made egg biscuits too. You tried the egg biscuits?
Those
Yeah,
went
they were
hard.
Oh,
good.
they're so
Those
good.
went hard.
Honestly,
Oh.
that's her best egg biscuit I've had.
Really?
To be honest, she cooked them up.
She's leveling
They
up.
were so moist. Yeah,
They're very good.
she's a perfectionist. She always tries.
Yep.
Man,
Perfect amount of
6.5,
moist.
Tearing that apart.
That means there's something good about it. If it's over 5. So
Tom actually made this one. Tom made the pumpkin pie.
It's good.
who? It's good. It's good. When people tell me about pumpkin pie, it makes it sound like something like spectacular.
Religious? Yeah.
Yeah, like
Religious.
oh, it's pumpkin pie season. But no, I
Could you tell he's a baker?
just
God.
pumpkin pie. I actually haven't even tried it at work. I should try it.
was gonna
That was
say.
my next question: is if you make it at work.
I've made like 5 batches
Oh,
already.
you make it and you don't never had it?
No.
That's crazy.
Well, we have like 100 things.
Well,
I've
he
eaten
makes a mid
anything.
one. That's why.
Wow.
We'll see. We'll see.
6.4.
I'll
at work.
test it
Yeah,
out.
you have to test it out.
Let my boss know.
Interesting.
I forgot what I was gonna say on the pie agenda. I don't know.
The pie agenda.
I saw
supremacy.
something. You know they have that. They have like the gay agenda.
Yeah.
They have what's called the transmission.
I saw that.
Wait, that's
I
kind of
fucking love
fire.
that stuff.
That's pretty funny.
the transmission.
Get that on
So
a shirt.
funny.
Those go hard.
Well, it's like it was one of those things where it's like the funny shirt
Yeah.
like pages. And I love that.
The
shit. It's a
transmission.
picture of a transmission.
That's fire.
That grew on me on the last bite.
Yeah, on the last fight, you know what?
I can't go over 7. I don't think I can do it. 6.9. I'm staying there.
Take that.
Wow.
Very nice.
I was just saying, I don't know how you don't try everything at work. I'd be eating
Well,
everything.
first of all, I'm trying my hardest not to be a diabetic.
Yeah, fair.
Fair enough.
Kind of walked the line already.
Yeah.
And secondly, there's like 100 something products there. I'm like, I can't eat everything.
How long you been working there? How many days?
It's been a year and a half.
Well, one a day.
So that would.
That's how it works
I
out,
should already
yeah.
did it.
You should
But
already
I
did
eat
it.
a lot of my favorite things more than once.
Oh.
Then I get
see.
full.
I see.
So
You drinking all the milk with the fat on top?
no.
That's fucking disgusting.
You have that?
No.
When I
but
had it here, it was great. I loved it.
that's-
What are you talking
You're
about?
insane.
It's got like a skim of like fat on top. You mix in,
I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
That's gross.
like natural
guys
peanut
sell it.
butter type shit.
yeah, like natural peanut butter type. shit.
That's hard.
It was pretty good.
We sell it?
Yeah, you sell it.
I don't drink milk, so I
It's
don't
like
know.
above whole milk.
Ugh.
Wow. It's like
It's
1.5,
It's not raw. No, it's pasteurized.
double whole.
Oh.
It's kind of like double whole.
Double
They
whole
put like
milk.
a fat layer on top, like the stuff they
Sounds right.
skim
It must
out
be
of the
sick.
milk, like the skim milk stuff.
Yeah.
They
a
put it in the whole milk.
It's
or whatever.
101%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 101% or something like that.
Ew.
I'm quite turned off right now.
Yeah.
It's not a good sight, but it's actually quite tasteful.
Yeah, that's.
And the holidays is when I drink like the fat milk, like the whole milk. I'm usually a skim guy. Out of diabetic necessity.
you
but-
guys should be drinking milk.
yeah, I fucking love milk. I used to drink
I don't
milk.
do
I used to
that.
drink a gallon a week in college.
I saw
My
that
first 2 years.
100% of serial killers drink whole milk.
Well, I drink whole milk too, but
I don't
Well, there
anymore
we
though.
are.
I think
not,
skim
not,
now.
Not all the time.
No, it's out
You think I drink that shit just forever? Hell no.
before you kill.
We had a friend in college that used to drink milk with every single meal, and I think that's gross.
that's a pet peeve.
That's
My
gross.
brother,
That's
my brother.
that's
used
an
to
Stop.
ick.
do that.
He fixed himself. He
That's
fixed
an
himself.
ick.
Still does that?
When we were growing up, if pasta was for dinner,
Oh no.
Oh yeah, Mike. Yep.
glass of milk.
That's so gross.
But he wouldn't put. I don't remember if my brother used to put milk in his cereal, but he would drink a glass of milk on the side with
That's
the
fine.
cereal.
That's
fine.
insane.
That's acceptable.
That's like fucking that scene from Get Out where she has the Fruit Loops in a cup.
Yeah,
and she's sipping
separated.
the
That's
milk.
completely different.
No, I'm just
first
saying. That's
off.
what it reminded me of.
And that's acceptable. The milk in the cereal is acceptable. I've done that before.
So milk in the cereal and
I'm a
then a
milk
side
fanatic.
of milk.
Yeah, yeah.
That's weird.
You're
That's
Add
a
a little
lot of
something else.
calcium. Is that
It
healthy?
is, yeah. I've never broken a bone.
I was
so
about to
actually,
say.
Do you
I
like
have.
flavored milk?
Coffee milk is
Coffee
elite.
milk's really good.
Coffee milk's elite.
vanilla milk.
Tear 'em.
Vanilla milk's good.
Yo, in
back.
elementary school,
I was
When I
just
get the
about
fucking
to-
vanilla
I was
milk.
just
Yo.
about to bring that up because I
we went to the
think
same
about that
elementary school,
kinda
Kristen and I. Woo.
Yeah, it was purple, right?
You guys ever had
Oh, I
that?
thought it was blue.
Oh, you guys
I
couldn't
think
tell
the
what color it
blue
was.
was.
It was
I
a blue
think
The
the
first
It was like
few
a weird
sips were
purple.
good, and
Look
then
at the first few sips.
the vanilla
like
milk was
I
banging.
remember people took a couple sips and everybody loved it, and then everyone was like, "It's disgusting."
What?
Of the
What is
vanilla
this?
milk?
Someone got sick because of it.
We're having different memories. We used to, when that shit came, like, somebody would literally run into the class and be like, yo, they got vanilla milk. And we'd be like, yeah, down the hallway.
I don't know.
going crazy.
Maybe I'm just thinking of myself then because I know I didn't like it. I took some sips and I was like, okay, this is
Wow.
kind
The
of good.
vanilla
and
milk was the
then
purple carton, right?
It was purple.
Yeah.
That's why I
I
said
don't
it was
thought it was
purple.
blue.
I thought it was
This
blue.
was
I thought
not-
the
No.
blue
Maybe
was
you're
just
colorblind
normal.
with us.
Yes, you're right.
Color.
purple.
Well,
No,
you know
there
what?
was a
You're
red one that
colorblind
was
and
whole
colorblind
milk,
too.
It was
and there
purple,
was a
though.
But you
blue one
thought it
that was
purple and
2%.
you
Yeah,
thought
I
it was
think so.
purple.
And
And the
purple
purple
was
I don't know.
vanilla, and the light pink
It was
was
a long time
strawberry.
ago.
I
Hate strawberry
hated
milk.
the vanilla milk.
Really?
It actually made me feel queasy every time I
Well,
had
you're
it.
lactose. You don't count.
You just said
you're,
there's a sauce.
You're not built like us. You're not built like us.
I wasn't lactose intolerant until I was like 22. All right, and
Does it work like that? You just get it?
yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah.
Damn. So
I mean, you can be born with it, but no, yeah. I used to be the glass of milk with every meal kind of guy.
Oh, you had too
I'm
much.
happy you
When
grew
I-
out of
like-
that.
Like up until I was like 13, I probably had a glass of milk with everything. Loved milk. Give me the milk. But
what's your beef with vanilla milk?
vanilla milk was, I don't know, something. I don't like things that taste fake.
It was like HD
So
milk.
I feel the same way about strawberry milk, where it's like that
Yeah, strawberry
artificial
milk's
Strawberry
flavor.
milk
That
is
syrup's
fuck.
not
I've never
good.
even tried it.
Y'all are
It's,
crazy.
it's like a very apparent artificial flavoring, and it turns me off.
Got you.
I'm
I
not
agree
gonna lie.
with that.
I have
Vanilla
vivid,
milk. Strawberry milk.
I have
Coffee
vivid.
milk.
I have vivid memories of being in elementary school,
Me too.
and in the cafeteria, I remember specifically because milk expires. So if it was the day before,
Wait.
milk was gonna expire, they would let us take like as many little cartons as we wanted. And because we all loved the vanilla milk, like we would put them in our backpacks and like
Hoard 'em
be in
out?
our backpacks, like sipping them in class. I swear to God.
That just reminded me of a very funny story.
Anyone from Stonehill remembers that because we used to do that all the time.
We used to do this Vermont football trip
Oh, okay.
in
Chocolate
high
milk.
school,
Okay.
and this was our first time going. We were sophomores, so only sophomores and up went. Right?
Yeah.
There was no freshmen.
No, sophomores up.
So I don't remember there being freshmen on the trip.
Yeah.
Oh, they must have been sophomores. I'm thinking of 5:30. I'm thinking of that.
Yeah, but he was a
Sophomores up.
sophomore.
Yeah, okay.
All right. You go on this trip, and it was like this academy in Vermont,
Yeah.
and you would stay there for. We stayed there for 3 days.
Yep.
And like we like trained with other teams there. But the upperclassmen told us, like, you got to have the chocolate milk in the cafeteria. It's the
Yeah.
best chocolate milk in the world.
Really?
So this was like our first lunch. there.
Straight off the
we
bus,
got there,
yeah.
dropped our bags in our room,
And 8.
went to go eat, and I didn't know the schedule. No one tells you the schedule.
You yak.
So they were like, "Yo, drink up, drink up, drink up! Like this shit's fire." So
You
I'm
yak.
sitting there. I had like 4 glasses of chocolate milk.
You yacked.
Oh, we had a practice right after.
Right after, bro.
Oh.
And
God.
it was like conditioning.
They set us up, bro.
So we did laps, and 2 laps in, I was down in the bushes
You're just
hurling,
churning milk
Hurling.
in your stomach.
hurling,
yeah.
and they're
That's
running
rough.
by laughing at me.
Oh.
You guys set me up.
They really did, though.
They set me up.
That was fucked. We ate so much, too. Like,
Like a king.
That's all.
that was, it was fucked.
I remember when we left, we filled up the water jugs with chocolate milk.
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
ride
to bring home on the,
That was
on the
good
bus
part.
ride.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah, yeah.
It was so good. I don't know what the fuck it is. That shit was so good.
A good time.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
no.
We kind of skipped over, but let's Chris, you want to introduce yourself in like a
Sure.
full profile?
She said her name. I was gonna ask her a question.
She said that's enough.
She said her
That's
name.
me.
She said her
Put it
name.
down.
Well, I
leave
didn't
it.
want to make it seem like we didn't acknowledge her. You made it seem like we didn't acknowledge her at all.
No, I don't.
Mike is just saying he wants to get to know her more.
Yeah.
So do I.
Thanks.
What do you mean by that?
It's falling apart.
So what do you want to know?
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, what do you do for a job?
So right now, just temporary though. I'm a preschool teacher.
Oh, okay.
Nice. They drink
Yep.
vanilla milk.
No.
They probably took that shit out.
Ban that shit.
Yeah, after
Probably
Michelle
Kurt
Obama
They
came
don't
cancer
drink
or
now.
something like
Michelle
that.
Obama put that down.
Yeah.
She took the Ronzios out. It
100%.
was wraps.
The Ronzios.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do for right now.
It sounds like you really love
Dope.
it.
I love it. It's exhilarating.
I love it.
Every morning. No, it's okay. I mean, it's not what I went to school for, so it's kind of just like an in-between
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
There's reasons why, like, I didn't go to school right away because of COVID stuff and, you know, all that. But it's okay. Like, I've met a lot of good people that I work with. I am around kids now. I don't really have any, like, kids in my family that I see often, so, like, I can get a, you know, experience with kids. And, like, it's kind of made me not want kids, to be honest, but, like, I go back and forth with that because there are a few that I really do love a lot. So it's cute.
Can I ask you what you went to school for? Because I genuinely have no idea.
So I went to school for psychology and criminal justice.
Okay.
And then I also had
Wait. Good. Nice.
yeah, thank you.
Oh, that was a nice test.
Spanish and sociology as well.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's
Are you
awesome.
fluent?
So there was a time in my life that I could speak very well, but if you don't practice it, like you lose it,
Oh, true.
obviously. So
Right.
Feel
I
that.
haven't been like I worked with people like I think like summer 2019 was my peak because I was speaking it with the people I worked with.
Inner prime.
I went to the Dominican Republic for vacation,
Oh, nice.
and long story short, we ended up in the hospital.
Oh,
And
not
For
nice.
speaking Spanish.
yeah,
That's not.
You
yeah,
fucked that word
they
up.
put me in the hospital. No, my mom got sick, and we had to go to the hospital for 2 days, and they didn't speak any English, so I had to translate everything.
Oh,
shit.
nice.
So
Did it
that
work
was
out?
Cool.
yeah, it did.
I keep picturing like you're talking and there's subtitles that just sort of like
That's exactly what
my
happened.
Like, way
my
off.
chicken's leg is broken.
yeah.
It was honestly very scary, but like it kind of let me know like I could do it. you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the nurses, like, obviously my mom was like down for the count, doesn't know Spanish anyway. My dad doesn't really know it. My brother doesn't know it. So like they would communicate with me. Like they'd all walk in and just start talking to me. And there was like a nurse that I had never seen before. And one of the other nurses said the girl speaks Spanish to that nurse. I was like, oh.
And you were like, shit.
Yeah, so that was kind of like nice. But
That's cool.
And actually too, on that trip, I like met a couple of the guys that were working at the resort, and one of them didn't speak English at all. And we kind of were in communication for like 2 years after actually on
wow.
WhatsApp.
That's
and
dope.
he didn't speak any English, so that was also like good practice.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I still do listen to a lot of Spanish music, but like that helps learn the language too.
Mm.
So,
Rip us a line.
no.
That was in Spanish.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
bitch.
that was.
Yeah.
It
I was
wasn't.
gonna.
No, literally means
Yeah.
no.
I was gonna say it makes me think of like having conversations with my grandmothers because my grandmother's first language is Italian, and even though I only studied Italian in high school because we all had to take a language, like that was where I learned a lot of it. But it's cool now because especially when I go over there, I try to like only speak Italian when I'm in their house. Even if I like butcher it, I'll just like it's like a Mad Lib. Like I'll just plug in English words
Yeah.
in the middle, and like we
Broken
understand
Italian.
each other.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's
Yeah.
the immersion of it. I was supposed to go to Spain. It was supposed to happen 2 years in a row, but COVID canceled it.
Oh.
You know, but I was supposed to go there and live there for a month and go to school
shit.
there over the summer, but then COVID happened and they canceled international travel. Not once, but twice. So
Oh,
that was
yeah.
pretty terrible. But you know, it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, that must be like a bucket list country for you to go to.
Well,
Would you say that?
yeah. So my top spot is Ibiza, which is part of Spain.
Nice.
It's an island, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like my
Ibiza.
no. You know what?
Ibiza.
No, because
Ibiza.
Barcelona.
Barcelona. I don't get
no.
that. Can you explain that to me?
I
Tell me,
actually,
speak
It's
it.
just the way that,
Mexico.
and it's not all of Spain that's like that. It's just in certain areas, like the
Yeah.
accent's a little bit different.
Right.
Well,
What's
even
Otros?
in
What's otros?
Dominican
Also-
Republic, like they have like a specific type of slang. Like
Mm-hmm.
they almost like cut words in half. Even like in the writing, like this kid that I was telling you about, he would like be typing things out, and I would have to look at it, and I'm like, what is he trying to say? But it's just the way that Dominican people
Yep.
speak.
It's just like Sicilian.
Yep.
That'd be like
So-
us, like
Sam
shortening
and Lamb.
words.
What?
yeah, just
Like
like,
same
slang
shit,
city
yeah.
to city, like Baltimore to New York.
Yeah.
Scootin' Puddin' and, you
Dude.
know,
Sam and Lamb.
Sam and Lamb. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
That's awesome.
one day I'll go to Spain. But Ibiza is definitely like my top. I was gonna go like because as part of that program, like you kind of had to handle your own flight. So like I wasn't gonna be flying with the other people and the teacher. So I was just gonna go to Ibiza after, but never went.
Damn.
because of COVID. So
You'll
I
get
remember
there.
that. She was down and out for
Yeah?
a while.
what do you mean?
Like I got like 30 Snapchats a day of, I can't believe I'm not in Spain right now, and this is the worst part of my life, and COVID's the worst thing that ever happened in the world.
It was really bad.
She even
and
cried in Spanish.
yeah,
No
I
way.
was
Size
crying.
in Spanish. What's that from?
Well, I remember like the first time it got canceled. So like I had to do the application process like a few months in advance, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was in the middle of it like when COVID hit the first time. So then my mom works at URI. So she gets like all the emails and stuff, obviously, and she was like, they're kind of talking about like international travel getting canceled. And at the time, like COVID hadn't really reached the US yet. So I was like, oh, that's
Right.
not gonna happen. Like, no way. But it ended up getting canceled. And then the next year they were gonna do it again. And then I was in the COVID hotel because I got COVID the next year.
Ugh.
They placed us in a hotel.
Yep.
And when I was supposed to be leaving the hotel, my mom called me and she was like, I have some bad news for you. And I was like, what? And she was like, Spain's canceled again. And that's when I was crying because I was like, no, I'm really not going and doing this program. So
Wow.
pretty sad. And that's also partly why I didn't go right to grad school because I was
Right.
just like,
Kind of.
it was a very tough mental time for me. So like I really wasn't in any type of headspace to be like looking at schools and applying for schools. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what happened there. And that's why I'm doing the teaching. I was a substitute teacher last year. I was a full-time 4th grade teacher for 2 months with no teaching experience. So that
Wow.
was really interesting. What is that?
Applause.
Applause.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Yeah. That's
Um,
Rounds of applause.
Go back.
But everything happens for a reason. I keep saying that, but I definitely like came out of my shell a little bit in terms of like talking to new people and like public speaking and things like that. Like I'm not scared to like.
do a
That's
podcast
good. Yeah.
Well,
at all.
we're getting there, but yeah.
yeah.
And again, like with kids too, I don't really like. I have younger cousins, but they don't live here, so it's just
Right.
new experiences, meeting new people, and
Yeah.
everything's gonna fall into place when it's supposed to. So
Yeah.
it's
And it's
kinda what
cool
it
that
is.
you're making the most of it, even though
Thank you.
it's not exactly what
That's
you wanted to do,
it's either that or cry all
Rapper.
day,
Rapper go to
Not
the
gonna
league.
do
Or
that.
go back to prison.
or both.
or go back to prison.
Yeah. Ex-con.
That's right.
Ex-con. That's right. No,
dope.
It's a joke, Josh.
no. I was saying, yeah.
So you want to go to grad school still?
Yeah,
or?
I have to. If I
Oh.
want to do what I want to do,
Yeah, what do
I
you wanna
have
do?
to. So I want to do correctional therapy,
Okay.
which is just mental health counseling in prisons for inmates.
Oh.
So it kind of like intertwines both my majors, and then the Spanish is obviously helpful in anything you do.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Do you use Duolingo? Do you keep up on your Spanish?
no,
Oh.
never did. but again, like I was practicing it so much that I could just speak it. I could write it really well. I could read it really well.
That's
Took
awesome.
Spanish for a few years in college, and then obviously all of high school. I took it all 4 years. So
Talk to me about how you got interested in going into like correctional stuff, and how'd you get interested in crime and wanting to know, because you must want to know about like the psychology
yeah,
of all that
so-
stuff, because I find it interesting too.
Thank you. Yeah, so I went to school at URI. Like I knew I wanted to do psychology because that was just like what I was interested in. Like I know some people didn't really know, but I always knew that was something I wanted to do.
Right.
So, and I always kind of like had this like thought. What's so funny?
He's trying not to laugh.
What's so funny, Josh?
There's literally nothing funny whatsoever. But I made eye contact with Mike
Okay.
while I was trying to not smirk.
Yeah.
James
And
did the same thing. James turned his head.
He looked right at me. I'm like, yo.
I'm looking at her. He's just staring at me when I look back.
Keep going. Ignore them.
Yeah, ignore them.
So, I kind of just was like, oh, like I'll like sit in an office all day. I'll take clients and patients, whatever.
Right.
But then like I kind of so that's when I went to URI. I had
That was your initial like thought.
Yep, I had the psychology major, and I was gonna do a Spanish major, but like it was honestly just too tough. Like
Oh yeah.
you had to do like 500 level. I took 400 level Spanish, and it was a lot. So I ended up just deciding to do the minor. But I went in with psychology and Spanish, and then I had to take what was the name? I can't remember the name of the class, but I think it was just the criminal justice system or something like that as like an elective, and I really liked it. So I went and talked to my advisor. She was like, you have a lot of like overlapping classes. Like, do you want to just do the major? Like, and it was brand new. Like, it had just started at URI in 2017. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it. So
That's sick.
yeah, so that's kind of what happened there. I took a law class. Thought about being a lawyer for a minute. Obviously that didn't work, but I decided I didn't want to do it. It was a lot, but yeah. And then I picked up the sociology minor too.
Very
over
cool.
time. Thank you. Yeah.
So, moral question.
Okay.
There
Do
we
you
go.
believe in what?
Go ahead.
This is a great question.
No, it
This
is.
I think I
No,
know
it
what
is.
you're
It's
gonna
just-
say.
Yeah, well, I mean, do you believe that everyone can be rehabilitated, or do you think corrective punishment is a good action? I guess.
I don't think that everyone can be corrected.
Can you give like an example of
Basically
someone who you
murdered.
don't think?
State punishment.
Some people just don't care about what they've done. Like they don't have any type of remorse.
No remorse.
They
yeah.
don't see anything wrong with it. And obviously, if you don't want to change, you're not going to change.
True.
So that's how I feel about that. I mean, some people do want to change, and some people just make mistakes in their life, and there's a lot of things that go into it. I mean, everybody makes mistakes. They're not all, you know.
To the level
criminal-
of criminal acts. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I follow a guy on TikTok actually. I think his account's like Viking Mindset or something. He just kind of talks about like his experience, and like a lot of people say like, oh, what do you think's gonna happen to like this person in prison, like say a celebrity who just got convicted of something, and I think he did some time for like maybe like an armed robbery or something, but you can tell like by the way he talks and like what he's said that he has changed and like just made a mistake as a younger person, like 18 or 19, and like in
Right.
his 40s now, I think. But yeah, I think people definitely can change if they want to. Not everyone, but that's kind of what I want to do is like help the people that do want to change. And I mean, a lot of people are going to get out of prison. Not everyone's in there for life, you know?
true.
So
Of
you
course,
got to
yeah.
kind of figure it out while you're in there and make a change, or you're just going to end up right back in there. No one wants that.
Right. Wow.
So, yeah.
How does that role work in a prison? Like, do they choose to go to someone in your position, or is it like
Mandated.
everybody's
Um,
mandated
Yeah.
to see a
I'm
therapist in
not
prison?
exactly
or not therapist? But
sure. I think that you can definitely request services, but like there are some people who are like court ordered like mental health counseling and
Right.
stuff like that. So I think it's kind of just, it depends case by case.
And I think you mentioned before we started recording too that you had an internship
Yes, I
in
did.
that like field.
Yeah, so I had an internship at the Rhode Island State Prison in
Cool.
2019. Another thing that got kind of cut off because of COVID, which was adding. So it was like a double whammy for me. Like my internship got cut off and Spain was canceled, so I was
Ugh.
like going through it.
It was rough.
during quarantine a little bit, but yeah, I did it for 3 months, and I worked with the central office warden. He was my supervisor, and I did like a whole bunch of stuff. I did like K9 unit a few days. I did CERT team, which is the riot team. They showed me their equipment and all that kind of stuff.
Put you on the front lines.
She's
Prison
fucking
brawl.
right.
She's holding
Yeah.
a shield that's like twice
Stand
her
your
height.
line.
I was gonna say that.
Get down.
She's got a good shout, actually.
What?
Yeah. You can yell.
Shout?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like if you had to be a riot control person. I've seen you
I'm-
send like Snapchat videos of like you commanding the classroom.
Oh yeah. I mean, you gotta lay it down sometimes. Like, no,
Her voice
Shut
also
up!
changed.
I don't say that to the kids.
It's my time.
I have a talking stick.
Are we done?
Well, that's the thing. Like, even with the kids, like, I don't have the most nurturing vibes about me. So sometimes, I mean, it depends. But I'm definitely more abrasive than a lot of my coworkers. But that's just because that's how I am.
Someone's got to be.
Lil Timmy, shut the
I
fuck
feel like
up
Yeah.
back there.
not a lot of people like to admit that. That's cool that you just did that.
Thank you.
Good cop, bad cop. You
I'm
know,
not
somebody's
gonna-
gonna be bad.
I mean, there obviously are moments where, like, I'm very nice to the kids. I'm always nice to the kids. I'm never mean to them. But, like,
You're right.
you have to tell them to stop sometimes. You have to, like,
Yeah.
if they're fighting, you have to just, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
raise your voice.
I mean, how I would play it, I would be that teacher that's like super, super, super nice, and then just get really pissed one day, because then they'll be like, "Oh my god, we don't want to see this guy again." You know what I mean?
Well, they definitely react to that sometimes.
See?
Right.
My style's always been like the really nice guy, but
Yeah.
like the super disappointed.
Yeah.
Like I'm disappointed today. You know, like one
Just
of
sitting
those,
there waiting for them
one
to
of
quiet
those
down
kind of
themselves.
speeches. Like
Listen, guys.
I'm upset. Yeah.
I got the note from the sub. I'm disappointed.
Yeah. I got the note from the sub.
I used to be very honest in my sub notes when I subbed.
They actually are sub notes?
Yeah. I mean,
a real thing.
it's an option. Like, I would always just give the teacher like a lay down or a
Rundown.
rundown. Yeah, I don't know. I said that of like what happened during the day, and
Yeah.
like what they got done, what they didn't get done, and who was. I used to name drop kids.
Wow, that's
of course,
awesome.
you have
You're
to.
bad.
You have
Air
to.
'em out.
Yeah, I don't care. You deserve it.
Sub note. Today was really
You-
shitty.
People need to be held accountable for things, you know?
Yeah.
Jessica threw up on her desk.
So
Jimmy kicked John in the nuts.
I would
I
definitely
suggest you stone
be
John when he
honest.
comes in the class next.
Be honest about it. They deserve it. I mean, you want to act up?
It's good to
That's
learn
gonna
at
happen.
a young age too.
Exactly.
There's consequences.
And in prison.
And
When you join the
Yeah.
riot control team.
Yeah, so I did that.
Sub
I
notes in prison.
did the special investigations, which is like a department where they investigate like inmate and inmate relations or like fighting or like
Oh, wow.
inmate faculty and staff, or that's definitely not the right phrasing, but people that like they would like sexual things between like an inmate and an officer, because that's, you can't be
Oh,
doing
wow.
that. It's illegal.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there. What else did I do? I did like classification. So, I kind of sat in there while like they would classify, because like once you're in intake, which is like where you are when you're awaiting trial, like once you go to trial, you have to like be placed into a security level, and they look at different things like if you're interested in doing programs, and then they look at like your violence level, and if you have like enemies in different facilities, like you can't be placed with them.
Ops.
They don't place you with
Can't-
your ops?
Wait, how do they
Can't place
know?
with the
No.
ops. How do
How
they
do
know
you
who the
have
ops
ops?
are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they'll ask you.
It's
Or-
cool.
Who your
It's
ops?
cool, but it's
Who
cool
your
that
ops?
it's cool
Like,
they
do you
keep track
know-
of all that.
Do you know anyone that you might have a problem with that you can't be with? What
Right.
else do they do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to put
Like
me
how
in the,
long you're
the
there
white collar
for.
prison.
And when I did that day, like, so how it was, it's kind of like this, like, it's like a panel, like they're all sitting there. They have the guys coming in, and I knew one of the kids that came in.
Really?
Really?
Used to work with him.
You dab 'em up?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, I kind of kept my
What
head
the
down. I
fuck,
was like,
She was just like,
I'm not gonna be.
got you.
You were there to do
Don't
a
you
job.
worry. We'll
yeah.
get you out.
We didn't need to catch up right there and then. So.
No, of course.
I'm gonna get you out of there.
What's your take on prisoners being used as slave labor by the state?
I don't think that's right.
Oh, good.
They don't get paid anything. They get paid
right.
a couple dollars an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
That's
And they just
insane
do the
rates.
same work. I mean,
That's an honest living.
they run the whole kitchen.
Mhm.
They do the janitorial stuff. You know, I actually used to work with some people. They get paid normal, but my first job, Newport Creamery, shout out. I
Wow,
worked
I
with
remember that.
yeah, it was a long time ago. I used to
That's
work with
crazy.
people on work release, so they'd get dropped off.
Really?
Yep, and they do their shift,
Well, actually, I knew that. Yeah.
and they'd go right
At
back.
Newport Creamery.
Yeah.
They make the awful awfuls.
Yeah.
all places.
No,
They can pay 'em
most of them
Yeah.
were
Here's your
grill
fucking
cooks
Sunday.
or
Got you.
dishwashers.
Wow.
But obviously that's only like if you're nonviolent and things. You have to
course.
qualify to be doing that, obviously. And
You ever
Right,
slip like
right,
a
right.
file in a awful?
what?
You ever slip a file in a milkshake
Yeah.
so they
A
can get out?
file?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like a file so
Like a
they
nail
can get
file,
out,
nail
so
file.
they can escape.
No.
A metal spoon so they can
Metal
dig out.
spoon.
Well, I mean, if they're like a flight risk, they're wait. What did you
Flight
say?
Oh,
risk?
I thought you were gonna admit to
They're-
something.
No,
For you were
I
like,
didn't do
well, I was like, oh.
no. But you have to qualify for that type of thing, like to be on
Oh.
work release, and then
Got you.
you get to keep all the money you make. Obviously, it's just a normal job. But if you work in the prison, you only get paid a couple dollars an hour. Which
Let's be
I
real
don't-
though.
What?
I think that's super fair. They work their long hours, they get a couple dollars, eat their cheese sandwich, and go to bed. I think that's fair.
They get paid like $2 an hour.
Is this
That's
satire?
good.
No, it's not.
Scene.
Well, I feel
Yeah.
like there's.
Yeah, see.
I don't.
No, it's
I don't
fucked
know
up.
if.
No, I'm pretty sure Newport Cream pays them like fucking $2 an hour too. I heard that.
No,
a
it's
while
just
ago.
paid
minimum
actually.
wage.
Yeah.
You've heard talked to them? They said that.
What?
Have you talked to them? They said that.
You
Like
just get paid a normal wage.
How do you know that?
Because why wouldn't they? It's just a normal
Because
job.
they're inmates.
So
Doesn't matter.
I
Well,
agree. with,
janitor's normal job too. Fuck
I
it.
kind of like that they have jobs. I don't think it's right that they
just-
get paid.
Yeah, if they got paid the
nothing
same
or
amount.
They just
little,
get
but I
paid,
think I
actually.
think that's actually a great way for you to like relearn
No.
like discipline and how to function.
Well, yeah.
well, have
Going
you
back
guys
into
ever
society.
seen the movie Shawshank Redemption?
No.
Of course.
I've seen holes.
It's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
I've actually
The warden-
haven't seen it.
the warden told me
all
to
three
watch
of you have
it.
never seen the Shawshank Redemption.
I've seen holes. That's
What
all I
the
can
fuck
give
are
you.
we
That's
doing?
just
What the
really.
fuck?
I've watched
It's literally
Holes.
one of the-
Have you seen Holes?
Yes, I've seen.
Can you relate it to holes?
Zero.
I've never
Can you
seen
relate
Holes, to be
to
honest.
Holes?
Never seen Holes.
Okay, now do the Shawshank.
So what
but just have
happens
a
in
conversation between me
Well,
and you,
what
I
happens
guess.
in Shawshank? Yeah.
Well, the thing I
Christ.
was gonna say was like
Fuck we
in
do.
that movie.
You guys are awful.
Sorry to spoil it,
Yeah.
but
no,
No, it's fine.
There's
I've
an
never
old-
watched it.
there's an older man that had been in prison for like pretty much ever. Like he's
Morgan Freeman.
no. Well, yeah, but the small guy, he's in his like maybe 70s or something,
Oh.
and he is gonna be getting out. And he just like freaks out because he's like, I've never been on the outside. Like, I don't remember what it's like. Like,
Wow.
he was at some point. And then he gets out and he can't function and he ends up doing something really sad to himself because he literally just can't handle it.
Can't function.
So,
It's like culture shock.
yeah, because they're just not used to it. So I think it is good to like, they work their jobs and they read and they take classes. Like, you can take like anger management, you can do parenting. They had something really cute where like they train service dogs. So
That's awesome.
yeah, you can do some stuff in there. You can get your high school diploma in there, to be honest. But I mean, it's better than them just sitting in there in a cell all day doing nothing. You
Of
know?
course, yeah.
I've only watched the Family Guy rendition of Shawshank
I knew you were gonna
Redemption.
say that. Everyone's seen the Family.
I think I watched that with
Shawshank
you.
Redemption.
I think we did watch
Yeah.
that.
It's a great.
Yeah.
It's a
I was
great
gonna
show.
say that sounds familiar.
Great show. Great episode.
I actually think that was that day, and you were like, "Wait, you haven't seen Shawshank? You have to watch."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had never even heard of it, and then the warden told me. My supervisor, he was like, "You should watch that."
You know who it's written by, right?
Yeah.
Who?
Roman
Seth
Polanski.
MacFarlane.
No, not the Family Guy episode.
Who?
The actual
the
movie.
real Shawshank?
Who?
Stephen King.
Stephen. Oh, yeah, Stephen King. Yep.
Oh, really? It's Stephen
I
King?
actually didn't know that
Stephen
either.
King.
You know that?
Written- I don't know
I'll
if he
have
produced it, but he
I'll
wrote
have
the
to watch
original.
that.
It's
I'm
a
a big Stephen
really,
King
really
fan.
good movie.
Really?
Love Stephen King.
I find it hard to believe you've never seen fucking Shawshank.
I've seen a lot of his other stuff.
What?
It too.
It too. Oh, okay. Shit.
What's the Here's Johnny.
The Shining.
Shining.
Have you
I couldn't think of the
actually-
name. Dr. Sleep.
Oh, that was ass. First off. Yeah.
He had like a short film thing on
Goosebumps.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Goosebumps. Wait, Goosebumps is
No,
Stephen King?
He's not.
That was R.L.
R.L. Stein,
Yeah,
baby.
I was a
Classic.
big
Come
Goosebumps
on.
kid.
The GOAT.
I actually used to be terrified of those.
Goosebumps?
Of the
I
book.
actually
Some of
used to
them,
be.
some of them were cooking with
terrified.
gas.
Talk
and it was
about
violent.
the scary movie we watched because we didn't yet on this one.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Oh, that's
shit.
right.
Yeah,
we
we
didn't
did.
talk
We
about
did,
it.
yeah.
I watched.
Fifth movie of all
Might have been
time.
my first scary movie ever.
Insane.
Pretty sure it was.
It was.
But yeah, they made me watch Smile, and I've come to the conclusion that Josh, James, and Mike are scaredy cats.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Whoa.
First off,
whoa,
I am a scaredy
whoa.
cat. I
Mike
am a
is.
scaredy cat.
Mike
Mike is.
When I went to go see the movie the first time, I walked in and I go, why am I here?
I'll admit,
First off, I didn't like this at all. And I was looking through my fucking, I was literally doing this the whole time. I was,
Yeah, closing his eyes.
I'll admit that if I had seen it in the right environment in a theater and like the noises were actually loud. I mean, they were loud in his basement.
But it's like not
I could have
surround
been
sound,
I could have
yeah.
been caught off guard.
if you
But
weren't
in
allowed
terms
to
of like
talk,
the picture,
And you weren't allowed to talk.
I
Yeah.
was all right. Yeah, but we got to stop this agenda.
You
What-
was the
no,
one
we
who said,
don't.
you go, I'm not going to talk this movie.
He literally
And
said
then
it. You
started
literally said
talking.
it. And
He's-
10 minutes
he
in,
says it
you're
before
like,
every movie, and then that next movie, he talks even more.
Yeah.
You
than
guys
last.
had plenty of conversation amongst yourselves, and I was
because we saw it already.
I was asking engaging questions, trying to figure out what's
He
going
was
on.
asking shit that was going to be answered within 10 minutes, so
That's
we didn't
all right.
answer him. No, it's not already.
You didn't have to answer.
The
we
girl
tried
gets
not to.
possessed. He goes, but why don't they just cure it though?
Yeah, but
And
I
like,
figured out a lot of stuff before it happened.
okay, I was
and
talking to Mike
liked
about this
that.
in the car. Like, when people ask questions about a movie, and like the question they're asking, like you asked in the movie, you were like, "Oh, she's gonna burn the house down," and I just sat there with James, just dead silent, like staring, because like
I
it
wasn't
happened.
really. That was more just like I was thinking out loud. Like
Well,
I
yeah,
wasn't
that's what I'm saying.
expecting
But,
a
like, when people
response.
ask that, like, what-
That's different.
What do
You're doing
we do
something
while we're
else.
watching? You know what I mean?
But like Angelo, all right, if it is thinking out loud for he thinks out loud really loud.
I think in 3 dimensions,
He
4
thinks
dimensions.
out loud. Like he's
I don't scream.
not
No,
screaming.
you don't scream,
but like
but-
you're like, you just sound so.
I have really good thoughts. You can say that. Admit
I'm
you
not
can,
That's not what
You can-
not what he's saying.
you can admit that I ask good
not what he's
questions.
saying.
You ask a lot of questions.
That's
I feel like you're saying
are
obvious
good.
shit. While
I
we're
was
watching,
making you
though.
guys think about shit that you never thought about when
No,
you watched
what?
that
Like
movie.
what?
Like
That's
what?
true.
Like what?
Yeah,
You got the shit-eating grin on his face.
No
Definitely
provocative
have-
questions.
I asked. Well, if you haven't seen Smile, in the plot of the movie, the way you get possessed is if somebody that has it ends their own life in front of you. And I was like, what if she did that in front of like a bunch of people? I was like, would everybody get it? And you were like, oh, I don't know. Like,
No.
but like why?
I have no answer. I couldn't. No one. You
Yeah,
couldn't even
that
know
doesn't
what to
really-
say.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I
in the
like,
realm
I
of the
like, I
film.
like.
It's
putting
just a
myself in-
thought-provoking question.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
Yeah,
But
but
it's not-
during
it's
the
not-
movie.
During the movie, ask me after the movie.
Stop.
Yeah, if
But
you asked
sometimes
afterwards.
though, he probably wouldn't have remembered.
Yeah, and the question wouldn't have hit the same outside
Yeah.
of the moment.
Yeah, would have.
Yeah,
Thank you,
would've.
Kristen.
It didn't
You're
hit in the
Because
moment.
I'm honestly the same way. I do
Yeah.
kind of talk through movies sometimes.
Yeah, it's
You're
good.
not as
Depends.
bad as he
It's
is.
good to
Yeah.
dissect.
Do you
like
think I
doing
do that?
You do that.
Yeah.
You
Did
talk.
today, but it was only a couple of times.
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
actually think he was coping by talking. He was scared.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's
I
usually
can-
how it goes down.
I thought it was
Nope.
going to be a little bit scarier,
No.
but
we
Okay,
had
it
this guy
wasn't-
chirp in your ear the whole time.
who?
That is not fucking
No,
true, dude.
I didn't mind it because I was honestly like, that's how I am with movies.
You think
too.
I was trying to prepare myself before
You
I
were
was going to
coping.
get
You were
scared?
coping.
You were, yeah.
I didn't
think
like
you don't know
the
me as a
jump
person.
scares.
Copium.
That's actually entirely how I read it. It was like,
And he
here
knows you
comes-
as a person.
And it was always right
before
before
a
a scary
scary
part
scene,
too.
yeah.
Yo,
Like,
why they got the
right
music?
before-
No
yeah,
music,
yeah, yeah.
silent. Like, is that
yeah,
supposed to be
It was
tension?
like right before a jump scary part, and he was like,
I don't think
"But
my
why is it so quiet though?"
It was so
I don't
quiet.
think my blood
Did they do this on
rode
purpose?
once.
Because you were coping. I'm telling you.
Most
you
of the
were coping.
time, I think they do a horrible job of hiding when shit's about to happen.
Have you seen a scary
the
movie in the
point.
theater?
No.
You have to see. It's
Yeah,
it's
just
way
a
different. in
movie
theater.
all the time. He doesn't
'Cause
even know
I'm
the
telling you,
meta. Like that's how
Like
it works.
that movie in theater,
I
it
didn't
was
know
it
about
was
that.
so loud. Like
I don't
the
think-
suspense, it was like it was
I
way
don't think
worse.
my blood pressure rose once.
Well, yeah, you were talking all the time.
I'm not even
But I
kidding.
keep forgetting it's your fifth
You're
movie
calming
you like
yourself.
ever seen.
It's not
Yeah,
true.
you
either.
know how to watch
Sixth
movies yet.
movie,
We'll get you there. I'll tell you what.
You haven't seen him in like
Last
theater.
summer, when Stranger Things came out, or 2 summers ago,
Yeah.
however long, we were watching at a friend's house, all of us, and this kid
Not out me again.
would not stop talking during the episode. They
Yeah,
were
but
so mad.
Is Eddie all right?
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, I bet there's gonna. Oh yeah, he's gonna die. Yep, she's dying. The scene.
I
She's
think-
dead. She's done.
To be
It's
honest,
over.
I think if you're not dissecting what you're watching like that, you
in your
in
head.
your head.
In your head.
no.
Or
Like,
But-
pick and choose.
But
but that's so
other
boring.
opinions,
Like,
though.
why can't we discuss it out loud during it?
Discuss
Like,
it
People are
after.
trying to watch it.
I thought it was I thought Smile was wonderfully crafted.
It was
The
really. It
plot
was great.
great.
Good movie. I think
All
it was a
the
better
cutscenes,
movie
I
than it
liked
was
it.
scary.
It has
wasn't
really good
scary, this movie.
cinematography.
I
in
liked
that
it.
movie.
I was a little nervous because I heard it was very scary. I didn't think it was. I mean, again, if I was in the theater, it would have been
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
But
Most of the
It's really-
acting
the
is
only
good.
thing that
And we watched it during
was
the day.
scary to me was the jump scares because
Well,
I
jump scares are
can't
alright.
see.
Yeah.
But I mean, the visuals weren't scary.
She was
per se.
covering her eyes a little bit.
a little bit,
I
but that
think-
was just because I didn't want to have to jump, even though
Right.
I did
Yeah.
a few times.
That's the fun
The
part.
jumping
I don't
part's
think
the
that's fun at
yeah,
all.
Not the scare, just the jump.
Well, actually, the worst part about seeing it the first time was knowing that the clip when that girl walks up to the car
Yeah.
and her neck
Well,
hangs down.
see-
Knowing that was coming, I had to watch it. I was like,
That's like literally when you guys suggested this movie. I was like, I have to make sure I'm really paying
Yeah, you watched
attention
the
because
trailer.
I saw the trailer.
yeah. I saw
And
you
I remember
said it
that.
aloud. You said
Yeah,
it
I was
aloud.
like, I know
I didn't
it's
even.
coming,
I didn't even watch it.
and I'm not gonna be looking at that.
Yeah.
So.
No,
Right.
exactly.
The scene where that girl's head goes upside down at the car window, that was part of the trailer.
Right. Yeah, she said
Yeah.
that when we were watching
It
it.
was like the only jump scare in the trailer.
Yeah.
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 There were maybe
Well,
like
yeah,
5
that's-
jump scares
I
the whole
remember
movie.
that.
Yeah, I don't think it was
That's not
that
that
jump.
Like it wasn't
Yeah.
a scary movie, but it was like very, very well done. Like it was very suspenseful, and it was
great.
it was
Like I said
like
at the
a good
time,
movie.
the cinematography is like the best.
Oh, it was
and the
so
sound
good.
mixing are
So
the best
good.
part.
It was great.
so good.
I think maybe it hit me a little harder than others just because, like, I'm scared of people. Like, I'm scared of, like,
Yeah.
mentally
Oh,
sick. What's the word here?
What?
Mentally.
wow. That's
Like, not. No, you know what?
crazy.
All right,
It
wait,
was
wait, wait,
definitely-
wait.
Wow.
You know what
It
I'm
was
trying to
definitely-
say? Like,
I know what you're saying
you
because it was
saying, bro?
definitely a more
Fuck.
realistic type of horror movie, right? Is that what you're trying
She
to say?
works in a mental hospital.
Yeah, yeah.
Like on a mental
hospital.
There
ward.
are
of-
people
People have a lot of
ward
that
episodes.
go and are like, I'm seeing things.
Right.
Yeah, like
So I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
that
What you're
freaks
trying to
me
say.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I know
what I'm
what
trying
you're
to
It's a little
say.
bit
saying, yeah.
spooky.
But that's
you just
what
said
I
in
was
the
saying.
worst like 2 words possible.
That's what
How?
I was saying to you guys. Like a lot of the scary movies that have like these like weird like abstract monsters. I like watched clips and like scenes of it, and I'm like this is just does like it's so far fetched from like reality sometimes, and like it doesn't scare me because I'm like this isn't like impossible what's happening. So I don't know.
I think you'd like.
That is the only flaw that I'll give you about the way I watch movies is sometimes like I can be over analytical about things
Because
to
you're
a
coping.
flaw.
Because you're coping.
I just saw something
Like
really,
in a lot of superhero movies,
yeah.
like we watched there's always like Marvel marathons and I don't watch a lot of them, but I think my thing with like superhero movies is I'm like,
This can never happen.
yeah. And like I admit that's
Thanos
kind
comes
of a
out of the
problem.
portal. Oh, what are we doing?
That's not
what
real.
Are we doing?
Yeah.
But I'm not
Come on.
An alien, really?
Yeah,
not,
come
like,
on.
stuff that I get more interested in is like it's kind of boring, but I'd rather watch like a docu-series or shit about
that's
like
fair.
information. That's like more my speed than like a fictional movie, I feel like. So I,
I
don't
think
know.
what's that movie? It's called The Thing or something like that.
Yeah.
Things
I
with
think
an alien.
you would like that.
That's one of the
movie,
best
though.
movies of all time.
Maybe put
Like,
me on.
that is not,
Actually,
that's a movie
the-
you have to think about.
The
Like,
Game Among Us
I think
comes
you'll
from
really
the
like
thing.
that.
Yeah, the
That's
Game
why
Among
like
Us
I loved
first off that.
Interstellar. Like I like movies like that.
You
Where
gotta
it's
watch
like
The Thing?
kind of realistic. You know?
Yeah. It's like half theoretical. But
So I don't know.
wait, they see aliens at the end.
All right. right, but
He can grasp aliens more than demons and ghosts.
You can
Yeah,
think about
I
that.
don't know.
Dimensional beings.
I can put myself in that.
make a tesseract in a black hole.
Easier.
But that's realistic.
I take demons over tesseract in a black hole.
That's realistic though. Like that could happen.
Yeah, but like the 10,
It's in the realm of possibility.
the 12-foot tall smile monster, like ripping his face apart and having 5 mouths.
physically
I
possible.
just can't. I'm just like,
It was an abstract demon. I actually really loved
I
that.
don't know.
It was
demon.
cool. No,
It was a
that
good demon.
Very
One
cool
of the
depiction.
better portrayals
Honestly,
of demons in a movie.
Yeah.
Because normally
maybe
it's just
see,
like
maybe I'm not used to like demon portrayal.
Children
You know what I mean?
are the
I get
worst
that.
demon portrayals.
yeah, I'm scared of
They're
children.
too real. They're too real.
Yeah.
That's why dolls and demons.
Dolls fuck me up.
Mm.
Right.
Absolutely not.
See, but that's a little realistic.
I wanted to suggest to you, Angela, you should
be that
you should
probably.
watch Haunting of
You'd
Hill
be that,
House.
the
You
ring
are.
girl. Be the ring
It's a
girl.
series.
No,
It's a
I've
se-
never
it's
even
a-
seen that movie.
It's a
I've
one
heard
and
of
done Netflix horror series.
Have you seen what's good with
No.
the House of Usher? That just dropped. Is
I
that
keep
a
seeing
hor-
it
is that a
everywhere, but I
scary
don't know what it
series?
is.
No
It's on
idea.
Netflix the other day. Well, because I was watching like crime shit.
Yeah.
But it's October and there's a bunch of horror shit.
Shit,
But yeah, that's like the #1 thing on Netflix.
Yeah, I
I
haven't heard
figured you
anyone
would have
talk
checked it
about
out. That's why I brought it up.
I feel like I saw it and I just didn't really think much
yeah,
about
I
it.
didn't know what
I might
it
go back and
was.
look.
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Haunting of Hill House. Yeah.
Yeah, watch that.
That's
it's
a good show.
very well directed. Like the cinematography is great,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's not overdone with the ghosts.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
it's
it's cool.
Or the
tasteful.
ghost. Honestly, the theme of the show is each of these people in this family have a different form of mental, like illness.
Gotcha.
Like some of them have like one of them has like really bad anxiety, and like
Mm.
one of them is depressed, or one of them's like a drug addict, and like they can't tell if it's like their ailment
Hmm.
or if they're being haunted.
Or
Yeah.
being bestowed upon.
Yeah.
Something real.
One
yeah.
Tree
So-
Hill.
Yep.
Haunting of Hill
The
House.
Haunting
Hill
of Hill
House.
One
House.
Tree Hill. Yeah.
We watched that together too.
That's
Chad,
crazy.
Michael,
I didn't-
Chad. What's his name?
Yeah, I didn't know
Chad
that's
Michael
how-
Murray.
I didn't know
Chad,
that's
Michael
how it went.
Chad.
It's a good
No,
one.
I didn't know that.
It's a good one.
I've always heard about it.
Haunting of Hill House. Very good show.
Okay.
Like S tier.
They made
Like
another one.
they did. It's not as
Bly
good.
Manor.
What's
It's not as good. It's good, but it's
people fuck with American Horror Story?
I was really about to say that.
That's a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
show.
That's a
Yeah, you seen
series,
it?
right?
Yeah, it's long.
It's an anthology. Yeah.
An anthology.
It's like-
I don't
I
like the
think-
body horror. That's too
Yeah.
much for me.
Every season's different though. That's like
Cracking and shit.
oh
you know?
yeah, I don't
so.
see that
There's
shit. Gets me.
there's like the first one's called Murder House and it's about this haunted house and
Right.
I don't know. There's a few different plot lines in it. The second season's like asylum. It's called. So it's about like in the 60s or something.
yeah, like a
an
60s
asylum. The
Okay.
third one
Yeah, that's
is
creepy.
Coven, which was like New Orleans, like
New Orleans witches.
yeah, and like
Oh, shit.
real people like the Voodoo Witch, and Marie Laveau. Is that Marie Laveau? Is the Voodoo
Yeah,
Witch?
I
I don't
think
know.
Marie
But like
Antoinette.
no, but like real people that lived there.
Right.
And then what was the fourth one? Like Freak Show.
Freak show. Yeah.
That was
Honestly,
body horror.
that show at the
I
beginning was
couldn't watch
really
that
good.
one.
Those
I-
are all the
that
different
was-
seasons.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
each season just has a different theme.
Look, okay. Maybe I'll
But-
tap in.
And it's
Certain
usually the
seasons are
same
definitely better
cast.
than others. Murder House is my favorite, the first one.
Don't they have some celebrity come on? Like isn't this season like Kim K or something like that?
This season-
Wasn't like one
yeah,
of them
Kim
like Lady
Kardashian's
Gaga or
on.
something?
Lady Gaga.
She was in.
She was in a couple. Lady
Yeah?
Gaga.
They're
actually a
all
good actress.
super famous, like
Yeah.
people, like in general, like all the actors.
Yeah.
Who's that lady? She like was wearing like a nurse outfit.
I don't know.
I don't know if you watched the show.
lot
I
of
thought.
nurses.
Nurse outfit.
Yeah, but she's like a
Grey's
famous
Anatomy.
actress.
Jessica Lange.
No. She's the main character in Asylum.
She's tall.
The reporter,
Oh, Sarah Paulson.
Sarah
Yes,
Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
Mm.
I feel like that's what kind of. Am I wrong in saying that's what blew her up? Was that show? I
No.
feel like she
I don't
was.
think
Yeah,
so.
She was good before.
I don't think she was.
But-
Well, like I knew she was known.
Evan Peters was always in it. He's not anymore, but
He was dude, right? He was Dahmer.
Dahmer.
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
always
also
Yeah.
Dahmer.
he always plays these like crazy characters
Mm.
that I mean he's talked about before. Like his mental health was not doing well because he's just always playing these like
Having to portray
terrible-
these like
Yeah.
people, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he's
I looked
really
into
good
that.
at it. So
I remember when I
Okay.
See
when I
now, you can go. That's fine.
when I portrayed American Psycho for 3 years straight.
Oh yeah.
And you couldn't break out of it.
Yeah, I couldn't break out of it. I had to wake up. Yeah.
So
To
wait,
wake
up.
well,
So-
that's like method acting. Like you
Yeah, that's what I
become the
did.
person, and
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike Method
you're
acted.
you're method acting with Dahmer. Like
right.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, you start eating people.
Sometimes I put glasses on.
See now,
what?
Yeah.
the way the things I'm kind of into
Don't do
too,
it. Don't do it to me.
in terms
get
of like watching and consuming actual information, like that Dahmer show.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't watch that because I don't care for like the dramatization and reenactment of shit that happened. I actually waited because I've always heard the name Dahmer. His name comes up all the time in like old hip hop
In the fanfics you watch?
So I knew he was like a serial killer and he did fucked up shit, but I didn't really know exactly what he did. I actually waited for Netflix to drop the tapes.
Yeah.
Cause I fucking love that shit. Like I want to see like the pictures, that real evidence. Like
Scared me.
Sick fuck.
that's more interesting to me than
I'll tell you
watching a dramatization with like fucking music playing.
I
don't know.
believe that
It just doesn't hit
I
me
agree
the
with
same.
that to an extent, but they did a fantastic job at the show. Like it was
I've heard
very,
that.
very good.
Oh, I've only heard
Very
good
good.
things about
I
it.
There's a
think
bunch of
it's
stuff I
just
didn't know.
Easier to see how things were unfolding if you
Yeah.
watch it
Yeah.
as like.
The show would scare the fuck out of me. I think that's why I don't want it.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
it's
wanna
super.
watch it.
Why'd you just look at me like that?
I was looking at you talk.
Yo, get on him, bro. Get on
It
his
was
case.
such like
what the
a
fuck, man?
scary face that he made at me. But anyway,
Are you tripping,
Yeah.
bro?
He was smiling.
Yeah, he was.
he actually was like frowning,
Oh,
but
too.
you know.
Question for you. I guess
Go,
for
yeah.
the whole table, you can discuss how you rank these three. Fuck, Mary, kill John Wayne Casey, Dahmer.
Gacy.
Or Ted
Remember his
Bundy.
name, but I don't fucking know what his
John
name
I
is.
would marry
Gacy.
Gacy.
What's the third one?
Well, you have to
Dahmer.
fucking let
It
him
was
finish.
Not the
Dahmer.
Unabomber, the other guy.
Not
Night
the
Stalker?
Ted Bundy.
Yeah, Ted Bundy. that's
How
what
do
it
you
is.
get those two confused?
Because my favorite serial killer is the Unabomber.
Your favorite serial killer?
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
I
That
mean,
was
he's
a good
serial
one,
killer,
too.
How do you
technically,
rate them?
but the Unabomber's number one. I just said that.
Yeah, but why? Why
Yeah,
is he
but
number
Because
one?
He's your
have
goat.
you ever read his manifesto?
No.
It's like talking about how things like come true. Like he used to talk about how like there'd be like ads in the sky, like being like displayed,
Like planes and
or
shit?
they'd like put stuff in your brains for like advertisements, and they patented that stuff.
Oh, really?
Information, yeah.
Oh shit.
So it's kind of crazy. So when someone sees something like that, you know, like in Blade Runner, they have the Ryan Gosling thing where he's looking at the hologram.
Yeah.
It's like it'll just flash over with like the Unabomber's face because it's like a thing he always talked about in his manifestos.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's like a big PC meme thing.
So yeah, I like watching
Sounds
all
like it.
like the serial killer stuff. I was just watching stuff about the Zodiac killer. That was actually pretty
Yeah,
cool.
That's a great movie.
That was interesting.
You gotta watch that movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah, the
I've
Zodiac.
watched the
Oh,
movie.
Zodiac.
It's
Such
Jake
a good
Gyllenhaal.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mark Ruffalo.
I've seen clips of that.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo's dope. I love all his
Mark
movies.
Ruffalo.
Spotlight, and then
Did we
what's the other
talk
one?
About this, no?
Mark Ruffalo?
No,
No, about
wish.
about
the Zodiac.
I said Zodiac's. He's got to be the best.
I mean,
he's,
yeah,
he
Ted
got away.
Bundy. I mean, from what's his face? Ted Cruz.
He got away.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz.
Ted
yeah.
Cruz.
He got
is the
away,
Zodiac.
and then
They found him. I don't think they actually found him.
I was
They were
also
like, let's
saying
close this.
I was also saying before the podcast, I started watching the series on Netflix, Catching Killers,
Oh, it's so good.
and the third episode is about a guy in New York who was like inspired by the Zodiac
Yeah.
killer, so he was doing the same type of
With the
shit.
cryptic messages and shit.
Yeah, and it was wild, like the letters he was sending, and at first the cops like figured out his like pattern. He had like killed 3 people. He killed like a Gemini. I think it was a Taurus and someone else.
Oh wait, that's how he killed the
different
people
sign.
in the Zodiac killer.
This guy was killing the Gemini signs in like the Gemini month.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, the Zodiac signs in the different
In the
months.
month here.
And like that was the freakiest part, is like they had no idea how he was finding victims. Like I'm a Gemini, like he was killing Geminis like in end of May, June. And he would like he would kill like one person each
Yeah, wait, how would he know
sign.
that?
Nobody knows.
Snapchat.
Get close to them.
Nobody knows. And he would
Yeah.
send and he would every letter he had would have like a pie chart,
Oh really?
and he would like fill in the different slices of pie with the zodiacs.
Mm.
So he like was killing some people, and then I guess he like figured out that they were catching on to him, so he waited like 2 years, but he was like kind of gone, and then he like had another killing. They ended up finding him, and it was like some guy who was like 31. This was in like 1992 and 94, I think, in New York.
Mm.
But it was but the first 3 people, I'm sorry, he actually didn't even kill them. They lived.
Weak.
First 3 people.
Yeah, he would like shoot them. One of the guys was like a hobo. He like shot him while he was
Hobo.
sleeping, and he
Why is that
lived.
funny?
I haven't heard that word in so long.
I've been saying that's a throwback term right
This
there.
hobo.
Yeah.
Hobo.
So yeah, I like seeing like the evidence that they leave and all that shit. I think it's I like the like investigative side of it too,
Yeah.
how they figure it all out. So
I like when they show the Ted Bundy bite marks on that woman.
Isn't
That was
that wild?
insane. Like that too. That fucking
like that's so
What's his
cool.
name?
Not cool, but it's crazy that's how they got them.
Yeah,
Zac Efron. They did a dramatization of that. That's
Yeah.
also incredible.
Zac Efron was
Really?
nice. In
Yeah, yeah. That's wild.
that. Love that shit.
Well, that's how they caught the Night Stalker too,
I was
with
gonna
say,
dental
with his shoe.
records and shoe.
Yeah, he was wearing Asics. They went and looked
Yep.
up all the Foot Locker records of that type of shoe, and they
Right.
found him.
Now there's no serial
But
killers
Well,
really
that's
these days.
also like, if you guys remember the Idaho
Yes.
4 situation that happened last November.
Yeah.
Oh,
at the
that guy.
college,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
a lot of
yeah, yeah.
people.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it's terrible. But a lot of people were like on TikTok, like all these TikTok investigators were
Yeah, I
like,
love that.
getting so mad about like, you're not telling us things, and it's like you
Right,
almost
right.
really can't though, because
Yeah.
Because
it
you don't
will
want to
ruin
tip
an
the evidence in the
investigation.
news. Yeah.
Like they had known about like his white Hyundai car
Mhm,
for like a
mhm.
few weeks before,
Mm-hmm.
and people were wondering like why they wouldn't have said something sooner. But like you really can't
And
if
I'm
you
glad.
want to like, you know.
I'm
I
glad.
get both sides though, because like it's like, wow, like what are we supposed to fucking look out for? You know what I
Right.
mean? But like at the same time, like
But you're tipping the killer off,
Yeah.
and I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to bring up. I feel like there's a theme in every one of these like tape documentaries that I want. Like the cops always get like such the short end of the stick because they'll have information. The media
oh
will like tip them off, so like
Yeah.
investigations will take longer. And like these, one of the guys I felt really bad for because he was talking about like these cops like lose their families. Like their wives divorced them because
they're stuck
spending
on the
so
case,
much
yeah.
time on these cases, and then like the cases don't even get solved, and they'll be like so close to getting them, but like they get tipped off and they never find them. And that's like the one part too that always I'm like, damn, that fucking blows. Like to be working on, like you finally get all this evidence, it all gets leaked,
yeah,
and then dude switches up, and you got to figure shit all out all over again.
it always happens. The media always gets in there and leaks it somehow. It's
Do you
crazy.
know anything, Kristen, about the psychology of why people get like obsessed with the serial killers? Because a couple of the ones I was watching too was like one of the guy was like the Olympic bomber. There was like a bombing in the Atlanta Olympics in the U.S. I don't know if you knew about it, but
No.
No.
they were like There was people that were like helping him get away. Like motel signs would be like run. I forgot his last name.
Seen that?
I think his last name was Murphy, and it would be like run, Murphy, run. And then even like the one that made me think about it the most was the Night Stalker. That documentary was crazy too because there was women like showing up to the courtroom like obsessed with him. Even
That's
people
like-
were like
Never got
obsessed
that.
with Bundy.
That's really any killer. Like even
It's crazy.
like school shooters, like they get
Right.
letters and
They get like fan
people
mail.
put money on their books and like all these
Yeah.
crazy things.
It's crazy.
I mean, I don't know exactly because like I'm not like that. Like
Right.
you know, like even how you guys are like, oh, favorite serial killer. Like I don't really have a favorite because I just
Right.
don't idolize them like that.
Right. right,
Wait,
right,
not.
right.
That's not what I'm saying.
Let's
No,
not
I
put
don't
us in a bubble here.
Unite the Unabomber.
no,
I'm
no.
just saying.
You know what I mean though?
Had
Like
to pick one.
He
Yeah.
just looks up
the
to him.
phrasing of it.
Yeah.
Like
I was.
I don't know.
Cabin in the
people,
woods.
people are just crazy.
the
I don't know.
bombs.
Like
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think like I actually saw something recently. A lot of my TikTok stuff is crime things, and
Right.
like someone was saying, I can't even remember what they were talking about exactly, but like things about women that almost
Sorry, he's just the way he's eating pie.
things about like women almost like want to be victims of true crime.
Right.
You know what I mean? Obviously,
Yeah.
I really enjoy true crime, but
Mhm.
like it's more because it's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Like even honestly, even if the whole correctional therapy thing doesn't work out, like I'd work in any type of like criminal justice type of setting.
Right.
Even like I would enjoy like even working in a homicide department because my
SVU?
dad. I would do that. My dad has always watched The First 48. It's like one of his favorite shows.
Mhm.
It's
Oh,
like
I
a
used to watch that a lot.
crime.
It's like the 48-hour thing or something.
Yeah, like it just follows like real detectives like working real cases and like
Yeah. See,
they're
that's
trying to
sick.
find leads in the first 48 hours of murder investigation. So
Yeah,
like
doesn't
Wow.
it like dry up after the first? Like you have to get something.
you just the likelihood of
It's about
finding
location.
someone is you know, I think cut in half. They say it in like the beginning
Yeah.
Yeah.
if it's after 48 hours.
Mm.
But that's why I enjoy it. Like I don't understand exactly like why people are so obsessed in like a bizarre type of way
Yeah.
because I'm not like that, but
Yeah.
people are just crazy. You know?
I was just, and I was
Women
just
are
asking.
just really interesting.
I was just
True. I'm
And
happy you said it.
I was asking that.
Someone had
I don't really know why people
Hands are
are
up.
doing the most and showing up to the courthouse and
Yeah, it's wild.
throwing underwear
Yeah.
at them and doing all that. I don't know why.
I didn't know.
Drake
If you
was a
said
serial
it.
killer.
I didn't know if it was something
Oh.
you might have learned about, like in one of your classes. That's why I asked. But that was still a great answer.
Thank you.
That was insightful.
I mean, if I were to have to say something about it, like why, I just think like people like to idolize people in general, like even celebrities.
Any type of fame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
agree
mean,
with that.
even with like Ted Bundy, like he was known to be like this really attractive, charismatic guy.
Right.
So that might, I mean, be partly why, like, if they're just attractive guys, I don't know.
Right.
Still, why you'd be doing that, but
I mean, you're not. They are literally at that point, like the Big Short, like they were celebrities. So like
Kind of are, yeah.
they were murderers, but they were like
I mean,
celebrities.
He's
at that
hot
point.
though. You know.
there are
Yeah.
guys like
Bundy?
if you guys
makes
know,
up for
Bundy in
flag.
court, they recorded that shit. Like you
Thought he was
could like
mid.
do you guys know the
They're all
Menendez
mid.
brothers? Have you heard about that?
the who?
I've heard about them.
Menendez.
Hey, I don't
They
know what
pretty
they
much
did though.
they're brothers and they killed their parents.
Yes, yeah, I do know about
But
this.
one of them got married in prison. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. It happens.
Have you seen?
But
I only asked this too because this just the second like season of this came out. But you watch anything about the Murdoch murders?
yeah.
Yeah,
That shit was wild. That first season was nuts.
that was.
I watched both of those. I didn't know they were making a second season, but I watched it right away. Cause
The second season's not
It was
that
just
good.
like a
It's a
clean-
lot
it's
of
more
like
just like his
it's
trial,
just a,
but
yeah, it's the trial.
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, that's pretty interesting too.
Mm.
I mean, it's terrible what happened
Yeah.
because pretty much what happened is it's this Southern family. I think they're from South Carolina,
South Carolina,
and
yeah.
the father, like his family, just like ran to this like county or something. Like they worked in the courthouse, and they just had
Yep.
like a lot of pull in different places.
Yep.
And his son, he has two sons. The younger one, he was drunk driving a boat, like
yeah.
underage, even worse. And he ended up, they got into an accident, and one of his friends ended up dying.
Yeah.
And he didn't get in trouble for it because, like, again, the dad
Covered it
had
up.
like all these connections.
Oh, it just happened, right?
This was
Yeah, this was like
real-
past couple of years.
this was a couple
Yeah.
years ago. Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
been,
yeah.
like,
But they just had the court
developing.
case. They were doing the court case
Just
not
last
too long
year,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm about to say.
But yeah, so, and then a few months later, maybe a year later, I don't remember, like, the kid who was drunk driving the boat and his mother got shot and killed, like, on their little ranch.
It's like on their ranch, yeah, on their
something
property.
like that. One of their properties, right?
Yeah.
So, and they just convicted the father of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very in the first season of the documentary. There's more than just one. There was a couple killings that they had covered up.
Weird
Like I
shit,
think the
yeah.
Going back.
the
yeah.
housekeeper
housemaid,
like
yeah.
slipped on the front steps, like cracks her head open. Nobody knows.
And they were like,
That
if she
didn't
were to
find the killer, don't
fallen
have
this way,
evidence.
there's like no way
Yep.
that she would have. Like,
And I
yeah,
think
it's
there was
crazy.
another one too.
They were suspecting, like, a guy, like a kid,
Yeah.
a younger guy.
But the father actually like tried to get his like cousin. They referred to him as his cousin. Tried to get his cousin to kill him
Yeah.
after he had already killed his son and his mom because like the guilt started getting to him. And it's just like the guy's mind was definitely so twisted that I think he thought like if he could kill the mother and son, the eyes wouldn't be on that family anymore because it'd be like, oh look, like somebody took out one of us,
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
I think he was also, like, embezzling
wild.
money from.
He was.
Yeah,
somewhere,
there was a
too.
lot of
And they
yeah.
were starting to, like, catch on to that.
Yep.
So-
Yeah, he was writing a lot of checks, and that cousin that he wanted to kill him was the one cashing checks. It was it's very fucked
Wild
up.
stuff.
But it's wild because they have like great body cam footage of that night, like, and he basically like tried to have an alibi. He lied about his location and the times and the body cam footage. He's like, I just know like my son's been getting death threats. He's like, he was involved in an accident and like people are out to get him. He's like, I just know what this is. So he was trying to use like his son's crime that his son was never convicted of as a way to like cover up what he just did, killing his son. It was fucking wild. It was wild. And the reason why they got him was because of the Snapchat video.
Yeah.
So
with
where the
dog
son
and
where the
cat.
son and the mother got killed, they have like not a kennel, but they have like cages in the back of their yard. Just think like big ranch property. They had like a bunch of dog cages. And the son sent a Snapchat video to his friend of him like petting the dog, and you hear the father's voice in the background like 5 minutes after the time of their killings. But the father in court was trying to say, oh, I wasn't there at nighttime. I was visiting my mom and my father because they were like older couple. They were in like bad condition. He would go there and check on them. And he tried to, I think they had the housekeeper, right? And they made her sit on the stand. And he was like, whatever happens, like you tell them I was here for like 40 minutes. And she was like, I couldn't lie to them. He was like, she was only there for 20 minutes. And she knew something was wrong because he came at a time of the night that was like late that he doesn't normally come at.
You changed, right?
So they
Changed his
start.
clothes or
Yeah,
some
he
shit?
changed his clothes. It was very So watching them like pick through all that evidence and like when they showed the Snapchat video with him and you could hear his voice in the background, the whole jury was like shocked. They were like, "Wow!" Like
I was actually talking about.
it was
this
almost
earlier,
undeniable.
but like I also just don't think he was frantic enough.
What do you mean
Like-
by that?
He was too calm.
Yeah,
He
I
was
mean,
too calm.
You
Yeah.
walk in and your son and wife are slaughtered, and you're.
Right.
I mean, he was
And that's-
worked up, but
That's what
I
kind of
feel
struck
like
me
if
too.
any normal person was
Yeah.
in that situation, like you'd be like on the ground screaming
Yeah.
and crying.
Yeah.
And I think that's what struck me too, kind of his like unsettling calmness. And I think he actually thought he was gonna get away with it because his family's been able to cover up so much shit in the past. His family was so like in that courthouse, on the wall was like a picture frame like this of like his great grandfather or something. And because of like conflict of interest, like they had to remove the picture of like his grandfather or
Yeah, they
great
ran shit.
grandfather.
They really ran shit.
And they were showing the picture of the wall, how like the wall was painted white, but it had kind of yellowed over the years, and the rectangle where it was like pure white because you could see like vividly where like the picture used to. So this is the type of people we're talking about. Like they had pull in this town, and apparently like everybody knew about them.
Where was
and
this?
They were sketchy. Some random town in South Carolina. They just had old money, old rich family that had just been in control for
Political.
years. They had cops cover up shit before. Like they would show up to crime scenes and like get rid of the evidence before shit would even happen to change up the plot of stuff. It was wild. It's a great. If you haven't seen it, Murdoch Murders, Netflix. It's good.
I definitely want to start
Very
getting into this stuff more.
Yo, it's.
honestly,
I find
'cause
it so
bro,
interesting.
yeah.
It is interesting.
I watch true crime.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't
All the time.
condone killing. Like it's terrible
yeah.
to hear about.
No,
some
I was.
guy
get
murdering
me
his
wrong.
Say,
son.
like,
You-
you
I
don't-
question
It's
myself
so-
watching
it
this
was
shit
so- It
sometimes.
was so hard for the other son
Watch a
because
lot.
the other son, like, what do you do in that situation? Like, how do you?
I was gonna
convince-
say he had two
you know,
sons,
whether
right?
or not
Yeah.
the evidence is convincing or not, like how do you come to grips with like your dad killing your mom and your brother? Like
Killing.
you don't think your dad would do that. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
And the whole time the son is like not like in disbelief, but he's like chill.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
was-
oh yeah, no, like he didn't do this. Like no way.
Yeah, he was like standing by him.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like
it's
you'd be in straight
wild.
denial the whole time, right?
Yeah, it's wild. And I like the psychology aspect of that. So I find it very interesting. But yeah, you should tap in,
Reason.
dude.
I wanted to say something earlier.
Go, yeah.
You had asked the question to Kristen
Mm-hmm.
about why she thought maybe there is this like
Obsession with them.
fantasy
Yeah.
over serial killers, like women being obsessed,
Yeah.
like in the courtroom.
It's not even
throwing
just
stuff.
women, yeah, but
Well,
in general.
in
it's
that-
like
in
guys
that-
want
in
to see
that
them
manner.
and women idolize. Yeah,
yeah,
very
in that
weird.
manner. I went down a rabbit hole once
Okay.
of like looking into this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And part of it, I feel like, is there's this like Beauty and the Beast fantasy.
Right. Right.
Where
Yeah.
it's
Taming
like-
the beast. Yeah?
I can fix them.
Not even that. Not even like I can fix them, but it's like
That's the Beauty and the
think
Beast.
of like there's a lot of media like Beauty and the Beast itself, or like Twilight, or
Yeah,
like
I mean that's
that's
the whole
what-
a
thing.
lot
right?
of
what
a lot of
sells.
like young novel like books in this topic is like he's a monster and I know he's done wrong things, but he wouldn't do wrong things to me, and that's like a fantasy.
And you want to be the one to say that you were with him and he didn't
Yeah.
harm me.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, and I think
Maybe that's
I
it.
think that goes along into at least the romantic obsession
Got you.
of people like Bundy and Dahmer, and
I'll tell you right now, you can never fix people.
no,
Learn that.
No, yeah, you can't.
unfixable. They can only fix themselves.
Well, okay. Yes,
They can only
yes,
fix
Yeah,
yes,
you
not
can't fix somebody else.
unfixable,
Yeah.
But you can't fix
I
somebody else.
corrected
They have to
myself
fix
right away. I
themselves.
corrected
You're
myself.
stuck.
Unfixable. Oh no.
Oh.
They're broken people.
Like, oh,
They'll never be the same.
But yeah, I think that's what that is, or at least that aspect of it. As far as
That's
like,
interesting.
yeah, as far as the guy obsession of it, like being like, oh, this guy's getting fame. I feel like that is more of a
Well,
just the fame obsession.
there are also people like what Angelo was saying about the Zodiac, like copycat killers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that just want to recreate certain crimes because they want everyone to know. And
The
that's
fame.
also like I've heard things too where like they don't specifically with like school shooters, like they try not to give them any media coverage
Yeah.
as much as possible because like they feed off of like all this attention and they want everyone to know what they've done and things
They
like
give
that.
him cool names. The Night
Yeah.
Stalker.
Yeah, I
Yep.
know. They
Like,
really do.
you give him like poopy face tomato nose.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be the poopy face tomato nose.
Fuckface strikes
Yeah,
again.
fuck face
Yeah.
strikes again.
Dookie boy
But-
hits.
Dookie boy, the Dookie twins strike
The
again.
Dookie
Like,
twins
bro, no one
strike
wants to be the
again.
Dookie twins.
Pizza Face and Booger Bob.
Yeah.
Strike again.
Periwinkle and
that's
Featherman.
interesting too because it's like maybe women are
Featherman.
obsessed with them in like a romantic sense, like kind of what you were just talking about. But like men are obsessed and want to like recreate it.
Get the women.
Yeah, that aspect's so strange
I
to
don't
think
know
about.
Alpha male.
I don't think it's an alpha mentality though. Is it? I feel like it's more
Sigma.
of
Sigma.
I feel like in most cases, right? Obviously, Bundy doesn't fall into this because he was like a charismatic, outgoing person. But like, when it comes to like school shooters or like people that do devastating things like just once, not really serial killers, I feel like they're more outcasted or loners or
You think they got like
they just
the
feel
like
very
Nine-Tails
rejected
Fox
Yeah.
in them?
by things. Yeah.
no.
Like when people are like,
in
don't
the
mess with me,
world.
I get the Nine-Tails Fox in me or whatever.
All right, well,
You ever had that thought?
That's painting anime
No, I'm just saying.
enthusiasts the wrong way.
I'm just saying.
Don't
Oh.
fuck with me. I got the Nine-Tails
Yeah.
Fox in me.
Yeah.
But like
I'm
that,
not
I
messing
feel
with
like
that motherfucker.
Exactly.
I feel like in that aspect, like if an outcast in another school sees this kid branch out, he's like, "Well, I can do that," you know, and like I
He's
feel
like, no,
that-
I'm the actual Nine-Tails Fox.
Why are you bringing that into?
Because I'm just saying that. I feel like that's how it is. They're like, these people don't know like what I am.
Right,
Nine-Tails
I'm a
Fox.
show.
right.
type shit.
The
Yeah.
constant rejection builds an animosity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not the stupid.
You
nonsense.
get what I'm trying to say, though. You get what I'm trying to
I
say.
feel like you're trying to make like weebs sound.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not
no,
saying that.
come on.
It's kind of like there's a like I'm above everyone else, but they don't know that.
Like they don't know my power.
Yeah,
They
that's what
don't
I'm
know
saying. That's
I
what I'm
can
saying.
do.
Yeah,
like
Nine-Tails
that type
Fox,
of
yeah.
mentality.
My
yeah.
power level.
I don't know what to tell you besides that.
And I think that
Goku,
only
I
happens with
guess.
dudes that are like
No,
like
that's
not
fair.
just like female like socially rejected.
Yeah, schizos.
Loner dudes. Not saying all of them do, but like
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like a profile of like a school shooter or
Right.
someone like that. But-
White,
Yeah.
almost always.
90.
A lot of
8%,
Geminis, they
maybe.
say.
Oh,
I've seen that.
really?
Italian
I
Geminis?
gotta.
I don't know.
Let me pull his numbers up. I don't know about that one.
Look it up. I'm pretty sure there's like 3 signs that
Interesting.
are predominant.
I heard there's actually 15 zodiacs, and they cut it down to 12 to fit in the months.
Oh, I heard of that too.
Or like I heard like one of them is like actually 3 months, or something like that. I don't know if I can look this up. What are they looking up? Most school shooters are Geminis.
not school shooters, but
serial
Killers.
Oh,
serial
serial
killers.
these zodiac signs have the highest number of serial killers.
Should be discriminately 96% Gemini.
Imagine.
That'd be crazy.
I'm not reading all this.
90% of astronauts are Aquariuses.
That's
Yeah.
not true. You said this before.
Where are you pulling that number from?
I saw it on a TikTok.
Oh yeah. They counted 3 followers.
TikTok's always real.
What was it gonna look up? Was it gonna look up something?
Killers, Zodiacs.
No,
Angel-
he's looking
Angel's
it up.
looking
I
that
was
up,
supposed to look up. I was gonna look up something else.
Oh, I thought that was the only.
I was,
task.
but then I was gonna do something.
yeah.
else.
It says, it says world's most dangerous serial killers belong to Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius.
Oh, zodiac.
Out of here.
Oh.
Safe.
I am terrified of Pisces.
You can
That
trust
makes a
me.
lot of sense.
Name a Pisces without naming them.
Oh yeah, this is
Um,
the picture I've always seen.
Really likes you and Josh. She's gonna punch me in the face.
No, my mom's gonna say something.
Oh my yeah.
Why?
I
She's
called my
a
mom a dog this whole week,
what?
and then you just said that, and now she's gonna say something. Oh, who likes you?
Yeah.
Got
Oh,
me going now.
Yeah, Dahmer was a Gemini,
makes sense.
and David Berkowitz. That's a good one too. Not a good one, but
Wow.
he was fucked up.
That's a good one.
Gripping story. He was son of Sam. Yeah,
Oh him?
he was the son of Sam, possessed by a dog.
Yeah. Devil the dog.
Hear about that? The neighbor's
Devil dog?
Neighbor's dog was convincing him to kill people.
Yeah.
Son of Sam. Look that up. but
What?
that one was like a cult one.
Heard that?
They were
Yeah.
finding
The
signs.
dog
and
was talking to him.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what he said. He said the dog was convincing him to kill people.
Was he the first one to get put under like insanity?
Yes.
that him?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
He
why
was the
that
first
trial.
person to be put under.
Yep, that's why that trial
Like
was
the insanity.
was
like
like
one an
Mhm.
insanity case.
was
Yeah.
deemed like
Physically
it was
enabled.
possession. It was I think
Fit
it was in
rather.
the 70s.
Me and my dog gonna go.
There's a
1976.
movie based off of that.
Wait, this sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
There's a movie. There's a documentary.
The latest Conjuring movie is based off of that.
Oh,
I was gonna
yeah,
say,
that's what I was
it's based off-
I was gonna
the
say.
devil made me do it.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
the
yes.
The devil made me do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me read
That's my favorite horror movie, The Conjuring,
The-
first one.
Got you.
I was
See, like, even that
devil
one,
made me
right?
do it.
That was dog shit.
No, that
David-
one was good, but
Yeah.
not my favorite.
David Richard
Berkowitz,
Berkowitz, son of Sam. That's a
Yeah.
fucking nickname.
son of
Sam.
Don't give
Sam.
him a dope
Son of
nickname
Sam
like
Colt.
that.
The dog's name was Sam.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe.
I'm
Can't
sure
give
it
a
also
nickname.
relates to Samael. Is that how they
I
say
think you
it?
can say Sam I
I don't
am.
know.
I was like, what?
Samael.
I don't know
But
if it
yeah,
is.
Sam I am.
He's a fallen angel. He's like a demon.
Who are you talking about?
I'll
I
read,
assume so. That
But
makes
he
sense.
takes the image of a dog.
Oh, really?
let me
Yeah.
read. Let me read
You
the,
didn't know about that?
the beginning of the
I don't think
Wikipedia
so.
article.
He's one of like Lucifer and them. Like he's part of the crew.
Yeah,
Squad.
Part of the
crew?
crew.
Well, I don't know what else
The-
you would call it.
The little
There's like
posse?
Lucifer, Samael, Balalama.
they have a whole
There's
film
a
on
B
it.
name one.
1999.
yeah. It was a whole, dude. It was like gripping the country
Italian
because
American.
they had never known about it.
An Italian Gemini again.
I guess so.
Angelo, you're gonna have to say
Oh, I don't know if he. No, he's not Italian. Berkowitz. What am I?
He was
thinking?
born Richard David
He-
Falco.
He apparently he
Maybe on
did
his
the
mom's
murders.
side.
The murders were on Italian Americans
Oh.
in a neighborhood in Brooklyn.
Well, maybe that was.
Bro-
You probably pick him
Bronx.
out, but
But yeah, it says David Richard Berkowitz, also known as Son of Sam and the 44 caliber killer. That's right.
Yet again, banger names.
He's an
What are we doing
American serial killer who pleaded guilty to 8 shootings that began in New York City on July 29, 1976. Basically goes on to say he grew up in New York. All the killings were with a 44 special caliber bulldog rifle. Killed 6 people, wounded 7 others, terrorizing New York. It was the biggest police manhunt in the city's history at that time. But yeah, it was wild. He confessed to all of them. Initially claimed to have been obeying the orders of a demon manifested in the form of a black dog belonging to his neighbor Sam. After being found mentally competent to stand trial, he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 6 consecutive life sentences in state prison, possibility of parole after 25 years. He admitted that the dog and devil story was a hoax.
Oh shit, he admitted it.
yeah,
Yeah.
afterwards.
Damn, I thought it was a really devil dog. Apparently, his parole's in 2024. He could break out.
Yeah, I
Let
guess.
the bust out.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
son of Sam?
they
Yeah.
showed this too.
He's got
This
parole.
is on Netflix too.
Mm-hmm.
Son of
Two
Sam.
movies. Apparently, one sucks.
But I remember this in the
1.5.
sentences it says 3 separate mental health examinations determined that Berkowitz was competent to stand trial. Despite this, his defense lawyers advised Berkowitz to enter a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
That Devil Made Me Do It's actually good. I like that movie.
Yeah, he
I'm pretty sure
attempted to
it's
jump
ass,
out the
but
window, the
It
7th
was
floor
entertaining.
courtroom. Yeah, it was
Look up
wild.
the ratings.
It definitely doesn't have good ratings.
Definitely doesn't.
My favorite part was the fat demon. Not demon, but like they like possessed a fat guy.
Oh.
Like a fat body. And then he like charges at them. Like funny. Like Attack on Titan.
I know what
He
you're talking
runs
about.
weird.
Possessed a fat body.
Well, it was like this huge dead fat guy.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, it's gonna.
No, I wonder if that's a layer to the Son of Sam thing being Samael.
Could be. Well, I remember in the
Like one-
Netflix thing, if you watch it, they talk
I saw
about
that
like
one in the
finding
video.
little like meetup spots
did.
in the woods
Mm.
where like cults were known to have gathered, and they thought that Berkowitz was just
Oh, I remember. This
one
movie
of
now.
many, pretty much, and that there was a lot of killings all being linked because he was leaving. I think he was leaving like a sign behind, like an emblem
Okay.
type deal.
Oh,
So I don't know.
Or
Yeah,
bad.
it was good. Look into that. It was good.
Stuff like that, like cults. Cults have always really freaked me out.
Oh,
Yeah,
that shit's
cults is
wild.
But in my mind, like obviously I don't believe in religious entities or
Right, but it's crazy what like being faithful about something can do to people. Like
In-
if you all share a common belief, it's like it's like the evil side of like tribes, because we're tribal as humans. Like by default,
right,
we are.
right.
We
Stick
we
in
like
groups.
groups. You like
Yeah.
people that are like you. So it's wild how it can grow into something like that, dude. It's very fascinating.
From my perspective, like I've always seen this, like the leader of a cult
Mhm.
just must be like a very,
Yeah,
very
dude.
well-spoken, charismatic.
Yeah.
You ever seen
schizophrenic.
Waco, Texas? You ever
I've never
seen Waco?
Were you looking at me to lead the cult? Sorry.
That's a good
Yeah.
one too.
I thought you were. You just
You
flipped
would
your
lead
head
a
around.
cult.
I figured I
Out
could
of
lead
the
a cult.
5 of us here,
If I
Double whole milk.
if I brought Josh up to Maine before, wasn't my time yet.
Yeah.
But when I brought my last girl for the Maine, she was worried.
Why?
because they all ran to the door and like yelled my name, and they had like pictures on me on the wall.
Mike.
Yeah, it was great.
Kinda
You gotta watch that.
interesting.
That's a good cult one too. You ever heard about the Davidians? You ever heard about him?
Divisions?
A guy named David he was convincing people that he was You play Rainbow Six Siege?
Yeah.
I forget.
Oh, one of the houses, yeah.
one of the maps, the
Yeah.
construction house, is based on Waco, Texas. That house
forget
was
Waco.
like the
fucking-
biggest like CIA invasion
Yellow.
ever. They like
I know the map. Yeah.
I don't want to spoil what happened because honestly, it was
they
like
burn 'em
one
out?
of the most like shocking documentaries I've ever seen. So I won't say what happens at the end, but it starts by he convinces people to come live in this house with them.
Mm-hmm.
And he convinces people that they're gonna be like this religious army and he's their god. And like, let's say you have a wife and kids, to get in, he's got to sleep with your wife.
To do with the glasses.
You can never sleep with her again. So he would hold like these church meetings, like he would hold like masses, like
Yeah.
like when you go to
What about the
church.
kid?
And at the end of every service, he would like coerce a woman or a female,
Yeah.
mother, child, didn't matter.
Oh.
And he was like such a good speaker that he was like convincing women to want to no longer be with their husbands, and that was the husband's like sacrifice to get into this like religious army. And basically like they were making grenades, they were making bombs, they had like guns, and nobody knows what would have happened if like the FBI didn't like
Oh, yeah.
engage. But
They really
they
crashed
had
out.
like it's like one of the biggest standoffs in American history. It's insane. Watch that too. It's called Waco on Netflix. Waco.
Well, now,
Texas.
you said you don't want
heard
to
of-
spoil
I've
it.
heard
based
of-
on the Rainbow
I've
Six
never
Siege.
heard of
Are they
that
like-
before.
Well, it's a standoff, but
I've heard
just
of
watch
Waco.
it. It's appalling. You won't. You honestly, like I could not have guessed that that's how it was going to end. I encourage you to not look it up before you watch
Damn,
it.
I really
Where would I
wanna look it
watch
up.
this?
I'm
It's
not.
called
on
Waco
Netflix.
on
Netflix, yeah.
Netflix.
Waco on Netflix.
I've heard of Waco, like the
Because it's
event.
town?
same thing.
The
It's in a
event
lot.
of
It's in a lot of hip
Waco,
hop.
Texas?
It's in a Wu-Tang song. I
Waco.
blow spots like Waco, Texas.
Oh.
Shout
So
out
it sounds like
Wu-Tang.
there was a shootout.
There was a shootout. I'm telling you there was a shootout, but I'm not telling you how it ends.
Okay,
The FBI loses.
It's
They
real.
all died.
It's all real.
Now they're running.
it's got to be a crazy ending.
Yeah, they actually
Yeah,
the
the
psyop.
Davidians. Yeah, it's fucked up, dude.
I shouldn't be joking about this topic.
Why?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say the twist that not
Kylie Jenner
Kendall
walks.
Jenner
With the
Oh, with the Pepsi. Yeah.
Pilk.
and violence,
Ew.
and violence.
holding the Pepsi
Have you ever had
out to
Pilk? We'll have to
Waco.
have Pilk one day.
No, we're not.
We'll have Pilk. I'll take a
What's
sip.
Pilk?
We'll take a
Pepsi milk.
sip.
Gross.
And
Shut the fuck up.
and
to
whoever's
God.
the first person to taste the curdled milk, because it has like a certain timer on it.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Because we had it.
It
and
curdles right away.
No. It doesn't
Basically.
curdle right away.
It's close.
We had it. It wasn't curdled.
No,
Then we
yeah.
waited it in the fridge until Anna came in,
Yeah.
and she tried it, and it was fucking curdled milk.
Ew.
Oh, it's so gross.
Shut up.
We should do it. We should pass it around until
You
it's fucking
tried
curdled.
Pilk.
Yeah.
What did you think?
It was
It
fucking
was just
weird.
whatever.
You have
Yeah.
to drink it fast.
Sounds
Hot potato
terrible.
pilk.
You get like 10 minutes before it's curdled.
Well, right, the acidic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm. Well, let's put a cap on the
yeah, I'm sick of that.
true crime serial killer
They just meant Mike.
call. and Mike. I always want to cap Mike. Sorry.
Cap me then.
yeah,
let's
let's
talk-
cheer up.
Let's talk about
Turn my
something
mic
more uplifting.
What else we
Hey, what's on the agenda?
Oh, you brought up the. Well, I guess we'll go back. You brought up the Conjuring House. I remember you said you wanted to bring something up about the Conjuring House. I wanted to give you
Well,
more light.
it's not. Bless you.
Bless you.
Oh God.
It's not anything crazy, but that's my favorite horror movie
Mhm.
because it's just a good one.
Yeah.
But like that house is in Rhode Island, and we always said we wanted to go and drive by it, but like,
Right.
we
So
didn't,
bad.
obviously.
I want to go inside.
I mean, they do tours.
Yeah, I feel
Go
like
do
now
it.
Let
it's-
go.
I feel like it's got to be like. I feel like it loses its luster now once people start making money off it.
Right, like it can't be real.
Yeah.
But my aunt went to school with those girls.
Right. Yeah.
So-
James was saying you had a link to that story.
Yeah, I mean, all she really said was like, back, when everything was happening, like, I don't know which girl she was like in class with, but like I had asked her, I was like, these girls, like, or knew them, like, did they ever like bring
Like,
this
could you
up?
tell? Yeah.
She was like, well, they would try to talk about it, but like no one would really entertain that because like
Mm.
if someone's coming, I mean, maybe now people would, but like back then I feel like it's like a taboo thing to talk about.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Oh, of course.
if
yeah.
someone's like coming up to you like, hey, my house like has a demon in there, like you're probably not gonna believe them maybe, but
Right.
yeah, so they would talk about it, no one would really believe them, and like they were just kind of like jumpy girls.
Oh, they would talk about it. Like they would bring it up.
Mm.
Oh wow.
Like
that's
they
wild.
would try to tell people like our house is haunted, like there's something crazy going on in our house, and like
That's fucking nuts.
no one believed them. And then she just said like they were kind of like antsy girls like jumpy, anxious all the time, like rightfully so, like what's going on.
Of course.
But then like all these years later, like they made the movie. I think one of the girls wrote a book about it. But yeah, it's just interesting that it's in Rhode Island. It's so close to us. But I don't know. I believe it. Do you guys believe it or no?
No.
The Conjuring?
I've
Yeah.
honestly never seen it.
You can't say no and then be
No.
when someone asks you to go to the house, you're like, no, I'm never doing
Why
that.
would I do that?
Why? But like, if you
doesn't
don't
wanna
believe in
find
it,
out
why
if he
don't you want to go to
believes.
the house?
Why would I want?
You can't fuck around and find out if you don't think there's anything to find out.
It's just a
You
fun
just
little
fuck
trip.
around.
I go to your house sometimes. You come to mine. Let's go to someone else's.
I don't like other people.
Yeah, wait, what's your reasoning behind? I don't understand that. If you think it's fake,
He's gonna walk through the whole house.
Oh, I totally would.
I
Like,
hand-
kidding me,
handed
I'd be so
face.
fucking peeved.
why?
Oh my
if, you don't, if you
God.
don't think it's real,
Just in case it was.
okay.
Just because it
Well,
probably
the main,
ain't real.
The spirit is
Shit
gone.
ain't real, bro.
The main
Yeah, that's just
spirit.
that.
Oh.
Yeah,
But like
the,
it's still
the demon was purged.
Good.
Yeah, but there's
The
still
spirits could
stuff
remain.
going on in there. I mean, it's on like a piece of land that's haunted, I guess.
Watch the other movie we almost watched today.
Yeah,
my
we-
favorite. It's a
We're
great
We're between
movie.
Smile and Conjuring.
We've seen it.
Really,
Like we've
really
seen it
good.
like
I've seen
so many
I've
times.
seen Conjuring
Well,
100 times.
Joey King, who was in the movie, like apparently like there were
actor.
Oh, I totally forgot she's in
She's
that.
a girl,
Yeah, she's one of the
but- yeah,
daughters in
actress.
the movie.
Oh, it's a
she
girl, yeah.
had some bizarre experiences on the set.
They did the set in the house.
No, it's
Oh.
not the same house, but
That would be insane.
Imagine.
That would be insane.
like well, here's the thing though too. So I feel like if you talk about certain things and like you give it a lot of energy, like you're more likely to like conjure it up. Like that kind of
right.
happened. Do you guys remember what happened to us freshman year with the whole Annie thing?
Annie.
Oh,
you remember that?
no.
oh, with the doll. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'll
yeah,
tell that
yeah.
story really fast, but
No, no, no.
Kinda
no.
on
You have
the-
you have
Annie the
you had an experience.
I feel like I've had a lot of really weird paranormal things happen
Yeah.
to
She's
me.
a beacon for spirits.
Well,
Okay, go.
yeah.
Fuck
So
out of my house. What the fuck are we
I
doing?
brought
Look at
my
them all.
behind
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
we have a
Yeah.
crowd today. We filmed in front of a live
Well,
audience.
so again,
Dead
like
audience.
you're on this set for this movie and you're saying these names and you're doing these Latin things and like saying like
Pig Latin.
the exorcism, like you know, it's gonna kind of like stir some stuff. Also, going back to American Horror Story, like the Coven season, like they film it I think in New Orleans and they were
The one just haunted as fuck. I know that.
I wanna
yeah.
go so
So the
wanna
girl,
go,
one
yeah.
of the actresses.
Mardi Gras.
So obviously Coven, it's about
Saints
witches
are
and
possessed.
whatever. So I saw this recently, like she was saying all these Latin phrases because they were supposed to be doing a spell, and like she was having a lot of weird things happen to her too. And I just think like if you put some energy into certain things, like it's gonna.
You're
stir
like
some stuff.
welcoming bad energy
Well,
Right.
yeah. So
inadvertently.
to kind of just bring up this quick story, so
Inadvertently.
before we
Inadvertently.
went to college, like that summer, one of the Annabelle movies had come out, and like myself and like our friend Christy and a few of our other friends, like we went to see it, and I remember like we were trying to like kind of prank you guys and say like, oh, like go to Buffalo, because remember that whole boneless joke
Yeah.
that you were saying
like
all
boneless water,
Like,
boneless
and-
pizza,
yeah.
shit like
Oh.
that. Yeah.
So we were like,
I get
oh,
it.
Iced
like,
coffee,
You
boneless.
you go to Buffalo Wild Wings and you ask for the boneless Annie special, like you're
Yeah.
gonna get like whatever for free. I don't know, but like the whole Annie
Travis
thing
Scott meal, Annabelle meal?
became like this big huge joke like between myself and like our girlfriends. So when we went to college, like we made jokes about how like Annie was gonna be like our roommate and like
Right.
probably shouldn't have been saying things like that, but yeah. So the first couple weeks there were just like a lot of weird things that would happen. Like me and my other roommate Christy, so we were coming back from like getting coffee one day and like I heard like this weird like breathing in my ear and it wasn't either one of us, obviously. And then we heard like some weird crackling in our dorm at like 5 o'clock in the morning one night when we what? It's
No,
not
just-
I
funny.
was imagining
Just-
Christie's
yeah.
next to you.
Yeah.
Imagine
I'm thinking-
It was
Gripping and hugging and gripping and hugging and gripping.
Was that
No.
you? No, what? Like
it was loud, but anyway. So
She
then
looks over right, like,
Somebody just,
Like, we
Mike
would
just went on a
hear-
7 mile run.
there was
Yeah.
one night
Come
that we were
past you.
coming back from our friend's dorm at 5 o'clock in the morning. It was just the two of us in the room. It was a weekend, and we both were in our beds, and she was above me. I was on the bottom, and we heard this. You're hilarious, Josh. Hilarious. But we heard this weird, like, it almost sounded like a plastic. You know what? Story's done.
I'm listening.
no,
I'm
no.
listening. Come
Go
on.
ahead.
I'm
Good,
sick
good.
of you. But
See,
anyway.
this is what I go through every episode.
Oh no.
True.
I literally brought up to James how I feel like they just like drown you out when you're trying to have
Thank
like
you.
a serious
Oh, brother.
conversation. Get your hair out of my pie.
Justice for Angelo.
But
Keep going. It was a
I
good
do
story.
feel bad for you, Angelo, because I picked up on it and I feel bad because
The real
it is
ones
annoying.
know.
So, anyway, back to my story. So, it was a quiet room. We were both like going to sleep, obviously, and we
Yep.
heard like it sounded like a plastic bag, like someone has a plastic bag and they're like
And like ruffling it.
ruffling it.
around.
Yeah, it was so loud, and both of us were like, "What is that?" And I
Right.
remember like. She said she thought I was eating like a piece of candy, or maybe I was the one that thought that. I don't know, but we were like, we just brushed our teeth, like we just got ready for bed. No one's doing that. There was nobody in our room besides us. And it was really spooky. And then, yeah, as soon as like there was something else that happened actually. Like we were on FaceTime with our friend. We had the door open because like at that point we weren't leaving the door closed. If we could keep it open, obviously. at
You
night,
left your
have
door
to close
closed
it.
all
What?
the time?
Yeah.
When I was in my dorm freshman year, I left my door open all the time.
Our
like slept.
hall was very
people
like
do that, yeah.
antisocial.
Come on in.
Like nobody wanted to talk.
Maybe you
in our
left
hall.
the door open. They'd talk to you.
No.
Well,
Well,
they
that's
did.
how-
Nobody was
That's what I did.
interested.
Because they were scared.
To be fair, in the engineering dorms, they would always leave like the whole every
Yeah.
floor's doors wide open.
So I made friends. I
I think
just left
it's
the door open.
different.
I didn't leave. I just
Depends on your
come
major.
by and go ahead.
Yeah, they just didn't want to do it. But anyway, we were on FaceTime with our friend who was like in Cranston still, and we were like, "Oh, should we like tell her about like what's been going on?" And as soon as we said that, the connection cut and the door like moved. Like we had the little stopper in
Like a
there and
door
it
stopper?
moved.
Move with the stopper on? Fuck that.
And we started like
Wow.
screaming, and we grabbed our coffee and our
Ran out of the room.
phone, and we ran to the lounge because we were like freaking out. And then I called my mom. I was like, "You got to get me some sage. Like we got to like
Oh, bro.
That's
something
awesome.
in
You
here.
burned sage in the room?
no,"
you
because she was like, "I don't know where to get
Fire
sage." But yeah, and it was also
That was
just
hilarious.
it was like a hazard. But
Oh yeah, for
we
sure.
were like, "What's going on in here?" Like my mom was like, "Maybe you can talk to like your RA and like change rooms." And we were just freaking out. But like we kind of identified like maybe we should stop talking about
giving it energy. Yeah.
Annie. And as soon as we did, nothing ever happened ever again.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
But the reason I brought that story up was like, if you give things energy, like I feel like we live in a very spiritual world.
Yep.
You give things energy, it's just making them more powerful.
Yep. I've said the same things on here. I believe that too.
Giving the
Two
spirits
things.
energy in the
Imagine explaining to your RA why do you gotta switch rooms.
Well, that's like what I thought too. I was like,
Whoa, it starts with
Well, hold up now,
It
listen
all
to me.
started with the boneless Annie, and
Yes.
then
Well,
You know
look,
the
it's,
joke boneless pizza, right?
right.
The boneless coffee.
You gotta
became a
believe me,
thing.
bro.
You know, the food. Then you got the Travis Scott meal too.
she was very nice.
Who,
but
Annie?
Yeah, she wasn't gonna swing that one.
No,
Her
the
name was
RA.
Ro, our RA. But
Was it E?
our,
Had to be.
her name was like Rowan or something,
Oh,
but like
okay.
everyone just called her Ro.
I remember
but-
Ro.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, because you like
Oh.
got me in trouble. Not really
Oh.
got me in trouble, but me and James were fighting in the hall.
She tried to frame
James and
me
I.
for
and
physical abuse.
no,
I
that's
was
not
gonna-
what happened.
Aren't
You
all
were-
your friends physically abusing of you?
Not all of them. Some of them. Two
Air
out
it
of
out.
four.
Like
Fair
2 out
enough.
of 4 people here, yeah.
Here, but
Yeah, you and you're number 1.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy you did that.
I don't even know. it
it's
like
mostly
that.
Josh, to be honest. But
Wow.
that hasn't happened in a long time. No,
Damn.
that hasn't happened in a long time.
No issues with the
and it
lights
was
in the
it was all jokes.
Why
I
always me?
guess. I don't know. Ask yourself.
That's a quote.
Like, but anyway, yeah, I was yelling at James in the hall because he was just gonna do something he shouldn't have done. And
It's too many opportunities.
Ro-
So sorry.
Ro came out in the hall and she was like, "Everything okay out here?" And I was like, "Yeah, Ro, it's great. Like everything's fine." But
That does not sound convincing at all. Yeah, bro. It's
it was funny, but yeah,
That was good. That was a good story.
it was really, really scary. I would never be alone. Like if like my roommates weren't there, I would make you come, Josh, to like my room, or like I had another friend that I would make him come to the room and just sit with me because like I could not be alone.
You know what I
was not
think the
gonna be alone.
scariest part about that story you said is if it was just you in the room, you could have definitely convinced yourself like, oh, it's just me, it's just my mind like playing tricks on me. But the fact that like the fact that you were sharing the same experience like with your friend that you know wouldn't lie about what she was also
We don't know
seeing.
that.
No,
You can assume
People
that.
lie.
Like,
Group psychosis.
just
Group
assume that for the
psychosis.
sake of what I'm saying. That
It was-
definitely adds another element. Like that makes it seem even more real than if
Yeah.
it was just your own
I think it's better
thoughts.
actually.
But like we also were like maybe it's like a mouse or like something like a
Hate that.
something's in here.
Maybe
but,
you
like,
had food in the room.
it just sounded too intentional that someone's hand was like ruffling a bag. Like, you know what I mean? Like if it's a little mouse scurrying around, like
Yeah,
it's
Like a
gonna be
bag.
it probably wouldn't be as loud.
there
or-
weren't
in the
even any
bag.
bags. There were no bags in there.
Oh,
So it
That's
was
wild.
it was really scary, but
Ghost bag.
we survived and never really talked about her ever again
Until now.
until
let's,
now.
Let's
Till
get
now.
away
I've
from
told
that
this
and
story
stop
before,
talking about
but-
it then with that.
A little bit.
Well, you don't believe in it.
You're right. I don't.
So there wasn't even a bag to be ruffled there. It was
Yeah.
just a bag ruffling.
I mean, I don't know if it was a bag,
was a
but
sound
it
of it, but
sounded
yeah.
like if you took
Like
a plastic
plastic
bag and you were
as
like
if.
going
Yeah.
like
Wait,
this. That's
Rhode
what it
Island has a really famous ghost that does that.
Oh, here we go.
the bag ruffler.
The grocery ghoul. I can't even say that.
The grocery
What?
ghoul.
Grocery ghoul.
yeah.
The grocery
No, we
ghoul.
know a lot of people who worked at like Shop and Stop, and they always reported.
Why do you do this with words and stuff?
Why?
He's making
Shop
fun
and
of our
Stop?
stutters. He's making fun of our
Why? What do you
stutters.
mean?
This guy. He's so
It's
perfect.
called Stop
I'm
and
not
Shop.
perfect, but
I always call it Shop and Stop.
you do this a lot with you.
I
you
call it Shop and
no,
Stop.
but you have a way with words in the
I
worst
do
way
have a
possible.
way with words. Thank
I don't
you.
know what
In the best
what-
way possible. Yeah, I thought so.
I don't know what the
That's funny.
Why?
Yeah.
It's Shop and Stop. It sounds better than
I
Stop
hate
and
that.
Shop, bro. Come on.
because you stop and shop. You don't
Yeah,
shop
I know.
and
I
then stop.
understand that, but it doesn't sound as good.
We gotta get you
Stop
checked.
and Stop.
Shop and stop.
Listen,
That
anyways.
bothers my head.
Grounding.
So much.
Anyways, what's it saying? The grocery ghoul.
say
yeah.
that a lot.
Or the
never
grocery
never
ghoul.
heard of it. Maybe it was that ghoul.
I was gonna say if that. Wait, I'm sorry. If that happened, I
No.
feel like what's the worst bunk to be in? Top or bottom? If that's
Top.
happening.
Bottom. 100% bottom.
Bottom. Because the
Why?
top person can turn into a ghost and look over the side, and you're fucked.
What do you
My
mean?
mind.
No, I could.
They go
if
after
I,
the bottom
if
first.
I needed to get out of that room, I
Wait.
could just walk out.
Okay, but
Correct.
here's the thing. Somebody crawls out from under the bottom. You're fucked.
Yeah, I guess.
Someone
you're right.
crawls out over the top. You're fucked.
If
My-
they crawl over the fucking top, yeah.
If you came in, no person above me, and I look, and their head goes over the side because they're gonna look for me. I'm gonna punch them.
That's terrifying. But my thinking is, if you're the top
You're fucked.
bunk
You can-
person, the top bunk's better off.
Yeah, because you're closer to the.
We're on the same page, right? Top
yeah, we're on
bunk
the same
better.
page. You have
Okay.
a defense
Yeah.
system.
Right. I was gonna say,
They
like,
can't come to
if
the
so
top.
and so
And they can't come
entities
from
below
back
you,
you.
like
But
you
if
can
it's a
body slam
ghost,
them.
it can
Oh,
just do
wait.
whatever it wants. Like
top's
it
so
doesn't need to
fucked,
like
though.
climb the
Yeah,
ladder.
but to be fair, the bottom person's easy accessible. You get the bottom person first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but as a top person,
I feel like you're both fucked.
you are both fucked.
Yeah.
But I feel like the top is better, kind of.
We were just hoping that nothing would happen.
Like you might get fucked second.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Like we weren't
Yeah, I
gonna
feel like
leave.
you're getting fucked second. But in my mind, if me and Josh are in a bunk, Josh coming down, we're cuddling. We're being in that bunk together.
If what?
If the ruffled feathers, if the
Oh,
ruffled
yeah,
the,
no,
the grocery,
I'm sorry,
if the
yeah.
grocery ghoul comes to my room,
Yeah, the grocery
I ain't going to bed by myself. Like
so
that
hard to say.
smile, if that husband was completely supportive, I think she makes it out of there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's just cuddling
well,
her the whole
even
night.
like
Gotcha.
something else
problem.
happened sophomore year, and we had watched that movie As Above, So Below,
Great movie.
which
Oh,
is
yeah, the
like
catacombs
a
and shit.
Is that the
demonic-
France catacomb?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
That's
yeah.
a
type
good one.
of
I
film,
just wanted to see that.
and something happened after that too. And it's like one of like my really good friends, my bestie Lauren, shout out Lauren from New Jersey.
That's
she
my
will
birthday
not,
twin. My
yeah,
Topia twin.
Taurus. She will not entertain like
Jarul's
any
neighbor.
scary stuff or any scary
neighbor.
footage or like scary movies because she's like, I don't want to give it that energy.
Wow.
She doesn't watch that at all.
She's so smart. She's so smart.
Won't do it.
That's
But yeah, after that movie, I also heard breathing in my ear, and it wasn't
You
Chrissy.
have bad hearing?
No,
It's just
You haven't
static.
Yeah.
no, it
You ever
literally.
have that though? Or it's just a loud pitched
Yeah,
noise?
yeah.
Like
Never.
your ears like
Doesn't
get
sound
that.
like breathing.
never.
Well, yeah, I'll tell that.
I was
Really
about to
quick.
say.
Your ears
So-
never rung.
Here's what happened. No.
That's a bad thing, I think. I think they're supposed to be like recalibrate
Oh.
the noise on that. Maybe you have bad ears.
I'll have to look into that, I guess. But pretty much, I was sophomore year. It was just the double, just Christy and myself in the room. So we watched that movie, and I like get very paranoid. So like I was a little
I can see
unsettled.
that.
What?
I can see
Yeah.
that.
I was a little unsettled by it anyway because it's about like hell and like
Oh, they go to hell in that? I've never seen it.
In a way.
yeah, it's
yeah.
like just a demonic type of film pretty much. But yeah, like I was already kind of like feeling weird about it, but whatever. Like we went to sleep or we shut the light off and like I had earbuds and I was watching like a Dr. Phil episode or something.
Gotta
just
calm
as,
your
like-
nerves. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, kind of. I don't know, but
Dr. Phil always calms me.
Oh, fair enough.
That's a weird choice to get calmed, but
Why? What's
I mean,
nothing bad's gonna happen on it? It's Dr.
I don't
Phil.
even
I
think
guess.
I like watched it to be calm, but like I
Did
just
something to
watched
distract you. Try to cope.
it. Yeah.
I'd probably watch
Because
like,
especially
Price is
like
Right.
honestly tonight I'll probably like have
SpongeBob.
trouble sleeping after like all these
Fantastic.
conversations.
Good. No,
but-
we'll jump to something better.
Aw.
Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
brighten up before the
Yeah.
Yeah,
What we got
yeah,
up
yeah.
next?
We can brighten up now
but
if you want.
it's
Wrap it
fine.
up.
It's
Death,
fine.
death,
It's
death.
fine. But pretty much I was watching it, had my earbuds in, and I heard 3 loud breaths in my ear. Like yeah, kind of. No, it wasn't like that. No. But it was literally
little
in
mama,
my
let me
ear.
whisper
Like
in your
someone
ear.
was right next to me, and I ripped my earbuds out. I started screaming at Chrissy, and I was like, why are you breathing like that? And she woke up. She was sleeping. I woke her up.
She was nowhere near.
She probably woke up so confused.
Yeah.
Why are you
Well, I
breathing
almost-
like that?
Maybe
I
you
don't,
took,
I don't know. I
did
don't
you-
know.
Can I ask you a
What-
question?
Sure.
Did you take dabs with James? James got paranoid with Josh.
I
Maybe
I
that's
didn't
what
take
this is.
dabs. I was
No, I
using a
didn't.
dab pen.
What I don't know what
I
that
didn't do
means.
it. But
Very,
I
very
jumped
different.
out of my bed. I
Wow.
turned the light on. I was frantic. She's like starting to wake up. She's like, "What's the problem?" And I told
Right.
her what happened. It wasn't her. She was like, "Why don't you just like watch the video again and see if it was like the audio?" Nope.
That's
It wasn't.
wild.
And if you know anything about paranormal things, like 3 is a very significant
Yeah,
number.
yeah.
it is.
333
And it just really freaks me out. And like, I also couldn't be alone in the room for a few days because I was so scared. But
That's wild.
again, like it just goes back to like giving energy. Like we exposed ourselves to like something like that, and like that
Giving,
happened.
Right,
I don't know.
yeah, right.
It sucks because I'm always trying to put that kind of negative energy out, like when I'm alone in my room, and
up.
nothing comes to me, dude. Like I want it to so bad.
You know,
You're always with Christy when the breathing happened, though. It's common
Right.
denominator.
Maybe she just has sleep apnea.
It's just like a weird ass snore.
she wasn't sleeping in the first time. Sorry, Christy.
She's barking in her sleep.
Sorry, Christy. But
Oh, crazy, dude.
no,
Strays.
a
The
lot
poor
of
girl's
weird
catching
stuff.
right now.
Snores
A lot of weird stuff. That's just-
Strays.
I don't know. URI definitely has some stuff going on over there. That is true for sure. 100% true. But you believe whatever you want.
That's funny.
You had another story about how you think your house almost got broken into too, right?
Yeah. So that kind of ties into like the true crime. Like, it's made me very paranoid and very like on edge, just because like I watch so much of it and like hear so many like scary, terrible things about like stalkers and about like
Right.
people watching people, whatever. It's definitely made me very scared. So I've never slept alone in a house ever.
Ever.
Never. Nope.
Wait,
Ever,
let me think
ever?
about- wait, let me think
Never
about
in
it.
my
By
life.
chance?
I've never been
slept
a-
alone
alone.
in a house. That's so specific.
Never been alone.
Surely you.
Wait, you've
have.
never been alone in a house?
Slept alone.
I've never spent a night in a house
house all
without
by
anybody
yourself.
else being there.
No, I
Same
probably
with my
haven't either.
dorm. The only time I've ever been
Really?
alone was at the COVID hotel for 3
When would
days.
I have been?
Yeah, but that
And I
that-
slept
there's
with the
like
lamp
millions
on.
of people in there.
Pets don't count, right?
Yeah, but I was alone in the
pets
room
don't
though,
count.
in a
Fair.
hotel. I
Yeah.
didn't like that. But I slept with the lamp on because I was so scared. Literally.
Wow.
Anytime I'm gonna be alone, like my parents are away, my brother's not home, I make someone come stay.
Wow.
Can't do it. I will not sleep. But anyway, though, yeah. So this story is very interesting. So junior year, I lived in Narragansett with some roommates, and the house, if you guys remember it, you guys were there, right?
Yeah.
Which year? Junior year?
Junior.
Yeah. The yellow house.
No, we
On
weren't
the-
ever invited. Remember?
No,
What was
It,
that?
it must
You
have
were
been
there.
senior. Must have been senior year because we didn't go to that first house.
really.
Remember we weren't
Yeah.
invited?
It wasn't really an entertaining house. Like
There it is.
Yeah.
it wasn't. Nobody ever.
You guys
Don't-
been there? The
Don't
yellow
put her
house.
on
I
blast.
could have
Just let her
sworn you
tell the
were there. I
story.
could have sworn you were there.
It's too
Anyway.
inside. It's too inside jokey.
So this house, it was on a dead end. It was across from like some woodsy brush and trees. So, like at night, it was a little bit spooky, but like, you know, nothing was ever. It was quiet. It was a quiet area. So pretty much, one of our friends that we hung out with in one of the frats, he had told us, he was like, "Hey, you guys live on DeAngelis. Like, one of my friends that lives a few houses over from you, someone tried to get into her house the other night. Like a guy tried to get into her house."
Wow.
Something like that. So he was like, so just like be cautious of that because, you know, we don't know what's going on. So we were like, okay. So it was either that night that this happened or the following day. Like, it was very soon after, like, we got this information. So the way the house was, like, when you walk in, there's a staircase, like, right there. And all the bedrooms were up there except for Christy's. So she was downstairs, and she had her own bathroom. So
nice.
pretty much, like, the front door, it had a window that didn't have, like, a curtain on it. And that's, like, another one of the things that scares me so bad is, like...
Windows?
Yeah, no.
Like open windows though.
Like,
No
if
coverings.
there has to be a curtain on it. Like, when I was in Vermont last weekend, and the house did not have curtains.
At all?
And I was, like, no.
Yeah, tweaking.
Sucks.
Was it
And
a
it was-
ski lodge A-frame? imagine.
Not exactly, but, like...
Yeah, anyone can look in that shit.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
like,
especially at night.
And we're
Fuck
in
that.
the middle of nowhere. I mean,
harder
you
for
would
you to see
expect
out
no
though,
one.
but-
Yeah, like, well, that's the thing. Like, you can't see out. People can see in, right? So that's kind of like the vibe of this door that we had. So keep that in mind. So I remember this particular night, it was like 11 o'clock. It was kind of like on the later side. And I had just finished, like, I ate a snack or something, and I was bringing, like, my bowl downstairs to the kitchen to wash it. So I washed it, and then I was walking back towards the staircase, and I was on my phone, and I remember, like, stopping right at the door because I needed to read something, or, like, I needed to focus on something, and I didn't want to, like, walk up the stairs and maybe
Right.
trip or something.
Mm.
And all of a sudden, like, banging on the door, like, right in front of me, like, someone's pounding their fist on the door.
Jesus.
And again, like, I can't see out, but whoever that is can see me, which was really scary. So
I could make a short joke right now. I'm
go
not
ahead,
gonna do it
Here, look,
You
they
can
see
do
the
it.
top of your head.
because we're on the same team.
Go right ahead.
I'm short too, so
I mean,
You gonna do it?
Friendly fire.
Nope.
yeah.
Why?
I
Punch
respect
it
you.
down.
Oh,
Thank you.
I was gonna make the joke, but I won't in
Honestly,
solidarity.
No,
But
it's
I
okay.
thought it.
Like, I don't even get upset about that.
good. That's good.
do you want one of us to say?
But
Well, I was gonna say it'd be funny as fuck if the window was too tall for you to see
Yeah.
out, and the other person could
Yeah.
see in.
That's why she couldn't see it.
it it wasn't exactly, but that would be funny.
Right.
But anyway,
It wouldn't
That
be.
would
She
be-
hates me now. Keep
no,
going.
no, 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 no,
You're
no, no.
done,
You're
man.
done,
Outside.
buddy.
But anyway, so I start screaming because I'm scared. I'm like, and the first thing I thought of was this guy who tried to break into this other house is trying to get in here. So I start screaming. I run over to Christy's bathroom. She was in the bathroom. She had just, like, gone out of the shower. And I start banging on her door. I'm like, let me in right now. So she's obviously confused. She lets me in. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, there's someone trying to get into this house right now. And I was like, remember what Sam told us? Like, there's a guy who tried to get into someone's house pretty much right next door.
Mm.
So we're freaking out. I end up calling 911. And I'm
Wow.
like, someone's trying to get in my house. You know, kind of told them the gist. And they were like, all right, we're going to send someone over. So I'm kind of brainstorming, like, what can I use to kill this person
Wow.
if he gets
Let's
in?
go.
It was one of the
Wow.
scariest moments of my entire life because I
Oh, I
genuinely
bet.
thought someone was, like, trying to get in.
Yeah. What do you do when it's at night and someone's banging on
Yeah.
your door?
And it's
Yeah.
at the time there were 3 girls in the house. Our other roommate wasn't there. So, and I mean, it's me, myself. I'm small. Lauren's small. Chrissy's not really that big either.
What was your
You know?
weapon of choice?
I mean,
Well,
she's tall.
Did you find a weapon?
There was a brush, like a hairbrush in the bathroom, but, like, I was gonna just, like, go get a literal knife from the kitchen and
Wow.
like
Oh,
be
yeah,
ready to
run for
kill.
it.
Because it's like
yeah.
fight or flight. If this guy gets in here,
Yeah.
he's gonna do one of a few things, and I'm just not doing that.
You've watched enough documentaries to know
Yeah.
how that ends.
ready to fight. That's good.
So
Yeah, I didn't
was
think you'd
really
have that
s-
in you. That's awesome.
you find it when
Don't
you have
take that
to.
the wrong way, but
Thank you.
that's awesome.
But no, I mean, that was really the only choice. Like, if this
Yeah.
person got in, you just gotta figure it out. So
Wow.
Did your roommates have the same mentality, fight or flight?
Yeah, what were
well,
they
so
doing?
You don't
Lauren,
have to say. Or yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, throw
I
under
already
the bus.
told
I was gonna
her.
say you don't have to
Good
say
name,
which
my
one
name,
said
and tell
which.
us.
But
Can I cut
Lauren
in real
was
quick?
not.
It would probably super scary for you.
Yeah.
But like, imagine like Christy's like putting like shampoo on and her eyes are closed.
No,
and
no,
you're banging on.
no,
Let me in!
She was out. She
Oh,
was.
she was
She
out?
had like her robe on or whatever she was wearing. Like, she was like kind of doing like skincare stuff.
Oh, okay.
So she wasn't like in the shower.
That's hilarious.
But Lauren did not know what was going on. She was upstairs, so she had no idea what was going on. She just
Isolated.
heard screaming, and obviously Chrissy found out because like I went in
Told
there.
her, yeah.
So all of a sudden, like, we get, I don't know if she texted us or she called us, Lauren. She was like, is anyone going to get that?
That's what I'm saying.
that's
You
all
let
right.
Lauren
Pizza or some
die. You ran downstairs,
No,
got
no, no,
Kristen,
no.
and didn't
It
tell
was-
Lauren it's a giant.
Is anybody gonna answer that?
Yo, is anybody gonna answer? Opens the door, dies.
In the
Oh,
in
shit.
the moment,
She
you don't
calls-
think of stuff like that. Like you're
Right.
kind of
She
just.
calls.
Upstairs, I left
She
it down.
calls Lauren on the phone. She's like, Lauren, you're about to die right now.
She was
You're gonna
upstairs.
die.
Honestly, like if anyone was getting it first, it was not her because the guy knew we were downstairs. I don't know.
Well,
But-
if no one's answering the door,
Right,
I'd be
right,
like, fuck.
She's
That's
upstairs.
Look.
Lauren just
So-
trots down the
Yeah.
stairs like, I guess I
What?
fucking
I'll get it
answer
all
the
over the
fucking
door.
door.
Well,
Hacking
that's kind of
slasher
what
outside.
happened. That's kind of what happened.
So what
So-
happened when the cop came? The cop showed up.
Oh yeah, he showed up.
Wow.
So let me tell you
But
who
he was a stripper
the
cop.
perpetrator was.
Oh,
Could be someone we know.
you
It's
discovered
not
the
someone you guys
perpetrator.
know.
Oh, the
Well,
pizza
I don't know if
delivery.
you know, but
You don't
anyway,
have to name drop. But
no, I'll name him. So,
She's like, fuck
He's
this
not
guy.
I'm
gonna
thinking
watch
about myself. I'll name
he's
him.
not gonna watch this.
just give the
So-
first name if you're gonna name him. Just
Oh
be,
yeah, I'm not
be
gonna
vague.
drop his full name.
The whole
but
thing, fuck it.
Pretty much.
Mother's maiden
Government
name.
and address.
Stand on business.
All right, so pretty much, she's like, "Is anyone gonna get that?" And we're like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "It's just Owen, who is our friend.
Oh.
He pretty much like he would always come hang out with us. She told him not to show up because it's late. Like we're all kind of doing homework, but this person's very hard-headed, and he showed up anyway, uninvited.
Sounds like Mike.
The uninvited guest, respectfully. So it was just him, and at that point, we're like, "Oh my god!" I mean, I obviously prefer that it was him and not like a killer,
Well, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
but we
That's wild.
we go and open the door. He comes in. He's like, "How come you guys left me out there for so long? I'm knocking on the door."
There's a killer out here.
Yeah, so
You're
pretty
like,
I
much
just locked
crying.
myself in the bathroom with Christina. Like,
it was scary, and
Yeah.
pretty much the cop did show up, and we
I
kind of
think-
just had to explain like it was just him,
Yeah, I think your fear was just.
and we all
Oh,
yelled
yeah.
at him because obviously why would you scare us like that? But
Yeah.
it was really scary, and I like again, and maybe if like our friend hadn't told us someone,
Yeah,
had
it was
done
on your
that,
mind.
it
Yeah.
wasn't-
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It wasn't gonna be as frightening,
Right.
but
How loud did he bang the door? That was
That's
that
what-
loud?
I mean,
He just
He-
walked up the door.
it was.
well, if I was going to
early-
someone else, I would do that too. It's a cop. So
Well,
Mike,
that-
Mike
that too.
Tyson in his prime.
That too. If
pounding
it
the
was
door.
just like a quick knock, like he was banging
Banging.
on the door with his full force.
Was he like
Wow.
outside for a while and then started banging, or did he just pull up on smoke?
he's ringing
I
the
didn't.
doorbell. He's
I,
calling.
I don't know.
He opened the
I
door.
have no idea. I'm assuming he just walked up and started banging. on
He
the door.
called Lauren.
Friggin'
and she was
Owen.
like, "Anyone gonna
She,
get
yeah. Well,
that?"
she.
It's the first
No,
thing he
she
did.
didn't want him to come in. None of us. Like he wasn't invited over. Like
Oh,
and
you
he
guys
just
are those
showed
type
up.
of friends?
no, like I mean, we would invite him over, but like this particular night, she was like, "Don't come over. Like we're all busy."
Do not come. I'm gonna come.
Yeah,
But he showed up anyway and scared the shit out of me. So love that.
Do you think you're
for me.
paranoid?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
definitely.
I'm happy you see that.
I know
Yeah.
I am. I'm like the type of person like even yesterday I got dropped off at my house and as I got out of the car I saw a truck coming up the road.
You go, this is it? Oh, shit.
It's over.
All right, take me.
And-
Goddamn.
She's
Wow.
like,
You got me.
You got me.
You got me.
The 2
And
steps to my house. There it is.
This is how it ends.
Timed it
I
perfectly.
just noticed it. Like I'm also very observant. Like I always have my head on a swivel.
Hell yeah.
Because you're
um,
paranoid.
Yeah, literally. But I saw the truck. I didn't really think much of it. And then I went in my house and I was alone, home alone. It was daytime.
His name was, oh.
Oh.
Well, you said last night.
No.
You said you got home last night.
No, I don't think.
Oh.
he said
I got
last
dropped
night
off.
and a truck was coming up the road.
Did I?
No, I think I didn't think she
dropped
gave a
off, is that what she
specific
said?
time.
Well,
I was saying, does no one live in your house? So, like, Jesus.
Well, they're not always there. But anyway, so I got dropped off. It was probably like 2:00 and saw the truck, didn't think anything of it. And then I walked in my house and I'm always like peering out the windows like all the
At
time.
all hours of
I
the
love it.
I'm always
So,
completely
I-
partial
Yeah, I
to
do that a
that
lot, too.
tweaking.
My
I
grandmother
went in
does
my
that.
living room and this was maybe a minute later, 2 minutes, and I peeked out and I saw the truck drive by my house again.
Mm.
And I was like, oh my God, like, who is that? Like, is he going to try to get in here? Like, what if he's scoping the house out? Like,
Right.
I'm literally like that all the time,
Wow.
which is, I think it's good that I'm always aware. I'm not like ignorant in public. Like, especially like if someone looks at me for more than 2 seconds, I'm memorizing your face. I'm
Good luck,
going to be
guys.
watching you, like, especially if I'm alone. But I have like a mean face. So like sometimes I put the face on in public and people kind of like,
Steer away.
yeah, I've seen it
Wow.
happen. I've seen people's energy like shift away and like people. There was
What the
someone
fuck's
at
he
UR
looking
who
at
used to
you?
call me mean face. I'd see him in the dining hall. He's like, "Hey, mean face." What?
That's funny.
That's
He was
awesome.
teasing you. He liked you.
Hey, mean face.
Well, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I don't really care.
Well, he
Yeah,
had
it
no
is.
chance.
But
It was-
yeah, but yeah, I'm very paranoid all the time. But like, I think it's good in the sense that I'm aware of things
Well,
and
yeah.
like
Mm.
keep tabs on certain things. If
Yeah.
you know, whatever. But it's also bad because I'm always freaked out all the time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
What
that's
you
good.
should do, you should practice this. If you ever feel like somebody's like gonna come in your house or something, you crack the window open and be like, WWE superstar John Cena, what are you doing in my house? They're not pulling up.
And he's looking over his shoulder because he
Yeah.
doesn't see him. He's like, what? Where is he?
Shaq himself?
Shaq.
Well, there was someone that, like, this person knew, like, stalker's kind of like a really extra thing to say. But this particular, I can't name drop him. This particular person
He'll
would
find me.
always know that I wasn't in town when I wouldn't post anything. When my car was in the driveway, he would like chat me on Snapchat and say, "Are you back in Rhode Island yet?" Like, and he just knew things about me that it's not common knowledge to know about me. I don't know.
Like
it
your
was
mother's
weird.
maiden name.
Yeah.
Exactly, but that definitely freaks me out too. Like,
No, yeah.
people are crazy. I
And
don't
to
know.
go full circle with like everything you've talked about so far, like it's probably a product of, you know, what you learned in school, your internship experience, all the things that you've watched and that you're interested in. That's wild.
Well, that's another concern I have too with the whole career path is like,
Yeah. Will it like wear on you? Is that what
Well-
you were gonna say?
yes, but also like people just knowing things about me. Like, for instance, like one of the like best guys that I met on my internship that I worked with, he was a canine officer.
Mhm.
He told me he was working in like before, so like the canine officers, like they're not really in facilities, like they'll go in when they have to go in, but like
Right.
they're not in there all the time, like they have their own little like building. But he told me that when he was working in like the maximum security facility, like he kind of had like an issue with one of the inmates because this guy just wasn't the best guy, and one day he just screamed his address out at him, like 123 Maple Street,
Right.
and he's like,
How do you can't
Fucking dox
Oh
this
my-
guy.
You gotta cut the episode now. What the fuck?
no, that was just an
That was the
example.
main- that was the
I
main-
know, I
that
know.
was the-
Somebody's.
It's just like if
So do I.
you know you have any type of issue with people or like
Right,
like
right. You never
people
know
like
who's
that,
like keeping
you're
tabs.
exposing yourself to like a dangerous population.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, yeah.
honestly, it was kind of scary in there at times.
I
I was
bet,
scared
yeah.
a
I
couple
believe it.
times. Not all the time, but yeah. So yeah,
Let's get into more lighthearted stuff.
Yeah.
End this podcast off so I can go to
This is a
bed.
good one. I like
Huh?
this one.
Yeah.
Do the favorite destination, bucket list destination, anywhere you really want to go,
He said
Michael?
Yeah, Kristen.
Yeah, I
brought
got
up
fucking
Spain,
Iceland.
but-
Wanted to
Yeah,
go
we
fucking
talked
like 3
over
years.
it.
Yeah.
what is
yeah,
that?
Iceland.
besides Iceland though, because we already talked about
The
that.
main place I want to go.
Respect.
What's your
Yeah.
all-time?
Pick a new one,
and
Mike.
Not my all timer, but
on
it's a place I
top
really
of
want to
that,
go.
what
on
is
top of
one
that?
place you would never go to?
Unbucket list.
Might be like Australia or something like that.
Really, you would
I agree.
never go
Maybe
to
maybe
Australia.
China, Australia. Well, what the fuck am I going to Australia for?
Yeah, no.
Practically get murdered
many, the
for
kangaroos, the fucking
Why
spider.
would I go to
the-
Australia? Give me one
fuck
reason to
no.
go to Australia.
They got too many crazy
The
animals out
nature,
there. Fuck that.
The
fuck
nature, that's
culture.
what I'm scared of, James.
The nature's awesome.
They're trying to kill me.
You can get Australia in
I'm not trying
fucking
to see one of
Arizona.
those spiders, James.
What?
I'm not trying to see one of those
I
spiders.
actually really want to see a hunt.
Yeah, you're
All right,
fucking.
I don't
I'm
want
not even gonna say the name
All right,
of the
listen,
goddamn
listen,
spider.
listen,
'cause I
listen,
don't
listen,
need
listen.
it.
Like,
That energy.
obviously, if I saw one in my house, a spider the size
I
of
would
this
shit
plate,
myself.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
I
matter.
think
actually-
I'd probably piss myself.
I actually saw a TikTok the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Girl in Australia
say something. Okay,
vacuuming her room
I saw that.
with like the extension piece.
Yeah.
She
Extendo
was
clip.
vacuuming like under the couch or something.
Yeah.
But like she couldn't see. She's looking in like the plastic part where it catches all the dust. Like, literally had like one of the world's most poisonous spiders.
That's the
inside
shit
of
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
it's insane.
I'm gonna get an Airbnb and,
And she,
fucking
like,
die in
she-
my sleep.
She knew. I
Fuck.
mean, I don't think she was lying, but like she knew exactly what kind of spider it was because I'm sure when you live in Australia, you're like
Right.
aware
Yeah.
of the type of shit
That's
that's
not
around.
what I'm doing. I'm
She
not
was
doing
like,
that.
she was like, this was literally like in my living room where I sit on the couch all the time. Like it could have easily killed me. Funny story. My nonna,
was
I
murdered.
posted
on
a
the
picture
couch.
on my Instagram story of like a spider web,
Yeah.
and I showed her how cool it was. And she comes up to me. She goes, "Oh yeah." She goes, "If that bites you, you die." She goes, and she was like trying to tell me. She was trying to tell me a story that she had like a cousin or a brother that got bit by a spider and got like sick. Oh yeah, but that made me think of that.
You
But
die.
she said
that
it. And she
delivery.
said it in her like broken English.
Yeah.
Say bye to you. You die. I'm like, thanks.
Pat you on the back. All right, good luck.
I've always all right. I also like. I'm not gonna go as far as to hate spiders, but like
Oh,
spider
they're
webs are cool.
unsettling.
Like you ever see a really nice web,
No.
Dude,
like a big one?
there's a couple on my house right
They're
now.
sick to look at.
No,
I hate spiders. I watched my grandfather loved watching horror movies with me as a child.
Nice.
Traumatizing. And my biggest thing was we watched Arachnophobia,
Fuck that.
which is basically like giant mutated spiders, and they're like fucking like a whole building.
I know that movie. Yeah. It's a little older, right?
Yeah, it's
okay.
like complete. It doesn't look good anymore.
No.
So
It's
n-
awful, and it
Like really bad CGI.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
bad,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fucking terrifying as a child.
So
And I
no-
wouldn't watch it now because it's like giant spiders and it's like close up of their faces. And
Yeah,
everything. I can't do it. I can't do it. But I like small spiders are fine now. I have one in my time.
Nice.
The spice, the herb,
Living in it.
whatever. It's living in one of the leaves. I go, oh, little guy.
Yeah, I'm on smoke with
But
spiders
that's
at all
not-
times. If I see a spider in my house, you have to die.
I'm not
I
smoking
cannot
it.
go to sleep with that
I
thing in my room.
save them
You used to save them?
if I can. I mean,
From
like, it's
me.
on the ceiling. I
Mis-
can't grab it,
misplace
but
them,
like,
yeah.
if you can just put it in a little cup, and, you know.
So it's a no
throw
on
it out there.
Australia for Mike.
Fuck
I'm
me
not going
too.
to Australia.
That is probably
I would
my
go to
top.
Australia.
Fuck no.
I know
That's
one of my
pretty
friends who
cool.
really wants to go because the Great Barrier Reef, but I'm not like that with the
Yeah.
ocean
Well,
either.
it's dead now, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't care.
Um,
P. Sherman 42 Elby Way. That's all you see.
Kristen, you brought up Spain. Do you have a country or a place that you would never go to and doesn't interest you? Don't see the hype.
No, I mean, I wouldn't travel to like certain places that just have really extreme weather
Got you.
Like,
because that's like one of my biggest fears. I cannot handle storms
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Interesting.
I feel like you're not
What
a
does that
cold person. I feel like
Are you
I was gonna go
would
cold.
be
Yeah, you're not
your.
a cold person.
Are you
What is
afraid
it?
of thunder?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I was in
Dog.
Florida over the summer, and I guess
Oh.
I've only been in the summer like one other time,
Yeah.
and my friends were like, oh, like yeah, like it's gonna rain every day, like
Well,
you know.
we
you
were
think about that.
got caught in a couple
We
storms.
drove
down
through
there.
bad.
a tropical
Holy
storm. It
shit.
was sick.
Really bad.
It was
Really?
bad.
On
it was
our road trip, yeah.
bad.
Oh yeah.
Half the
yeah.
people just
I
pulled
remember
over.
People were pulling over. Yeah.
You
Right.
couldn't see like 10 feet in front of you. It was down.
So nowhere with
Crazy
bad
when it
weather.
does like that.
We were
I
in
accepted that we were gonna die.
Miami, and
Yeah,
like we
Elsa.
had gone to like
trip.
Oh,
no, not like
She's out here in Miami.
no.
Miami,
We went to
Daddies.
Biscayne Bay to do like paddle boarding or something, and
Oh,
like
that's sick.
my friend
Oh,
who's
did you go see what's her face?
what
Your friend in
Katie.
Miami?
Katie
Yeah.
and Jenny.
Why even ask that if you don't want to say the name?
Name
Let her-
drop
let her-
They don't
people.
care.
Let
They
it
don't
go.
care.
Let
I
her
just
talk.
don't. I just.
They don't
okay.
care.
Anyways.
But yeah, so I went to visit them. We were gonna go paddle boarding, and like the sky just got really
Yep.
dark, and
the
she was
sky
like,
scares me too.
she's looking at
sometimes.
the what is it, the radar, and she's like, trust me, like this is gonna pass, like this is this that and
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm just like, no, I don't think it is.
You were like
because-
at the ocean.
oh yeah, we
Yeah.
were
Fuck
at the
that.
tip of whatever little
Mhm.
island this is.
I'm a little on edge when I go to the beach. I won't lie.
But
I'm not
Long
kidding.
story
a lot of water.
short,
Too much water. Sure.
it started getting really bad, and like we had to travel over this bridge to get back to like downtown,
Mm.
and I'm like
Bridge stormy
trying not
weather.
to like
No thanks.
show that I'm nervous. I mean, she knew I was, but like I didn't want to be like crying in the car, like.
Right.
But I saw, and the thunder there is very different. Like we've had bad storms
It's
here, but
real.
like it's the
real
loudest
thunder.
thing. I don't like loud things either. So
Right.
there's this crazy thunder.
So your
you're
so your nightmare is you're home alone, mad loud thunder
Yeah.
at night.
Breaking.
Someone's banging on the door.
Shazam is breaking in.
Truck outside.
Truck outside.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Doll.
that would be pretty bad. But
No, I
Wow.
was driving a
storm.
truck.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this one. I don't even want to say the word because it freaks me out so bad. But
Yep. Got you.
there's this one natural disaster
Earthquake.
that is like my biggest.
Oh, I think I know which one.
biggest fear.
I have to imagine. It's
and
like
there's
a couple.
Yeah.
certain
NATO's.
places.
I knew that.
Oh, tsunami.
Yeah.
You
That
can't
one.
say it. It summons
Oh,
them.
that's
didn't
be
say the whole
tornado.
Just like Wendigos.
Well, that one too. I was.
I think
when,
tornadoes are
when
more
the
vicious.
tornado was happening
That was crazy.
recently.
That's
the
crazy.
the first time I was in Florida. The second time I was at work, and I was literally like shaking, almost in tears. The kids
Wow.
are trying to talk to me. I'm like, please walk away. I can't take it.
Wow.
But yeah, there are certain places like that. The T word things are more likely to
They're
happen,
triggers for you.
Yeah.
and I will never go there. Like my cousin.
Wow.
With the Florida,
Yeah, but
it's more like happening.
Do they happen in Florida?
I mean, they don't really happen.
like you wouldn't
here
go. Like you wouldn't
anymore.
want to go to the
Right.
Midwest,
California gets
where
the,
like they
Um,
get.
the earthquakes.
types of
Japan, you don't want to go to
No,
Japan.
I definitely
Japan
wouldn't
would be
want to be there. But my
Haiti.
cousin went to Thailand for 2 weeks.
Earthquakes.
And I would
Mexico.
never,
They
ever
get-
go there.
yeah.
I'd love to go there, but you know what happened.
Monsoon season.
Not even that, but like
El Nino winter coming.
the T word,
Mhm.
not tornado.
Jeez.
The other
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Can't
well,
believe
I know
that.
I
that.
That was
can't-
crazy.
I think I would just be crying the whole time.
It's traumatic.
I don't think
yeah.
I'd be able to like enjoy myself.
Yeah, but
So, I
tsunami's
mean-
coming to me either.
You'd be worried the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
in
nowhere
the
like
back of your
specific
mind.
that like I wouldn't want to travel just because of like the location.
But the weather.
But
Wow.
yeah, no, I can't handle it.
That was an interesting answer. What about you, James? Where-
Top destination
To go to?
Top Golf.
is probably Japan for me.
Nice.
I love Japan.
Mm.
I really want to go really, really, really bad.
When this segment came up,
Yeah.
that was my knee-jerk answer. It's not the answer I'm going to give, but that was the first one I thought of too, to be honest.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like you knew I was gonna say that. I didn't know you were that in Japan too.
I'm turning,
I know we've had
turning
our
a couple, I'm
conversations.
turning a couple leaves.
Oh, good.
But me knee-jerk, I was Japan. But it's not a basic answer, but
Is a basic answer.
Japan's a basic answer.
Japan
Is
is
a
very
basic
yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like anywhere in Europe's a basic answer.
I just feel like it's. And
I
I,
want to go
That's
to
true.
Italy.
That's true.
I feel like it's so.
That's a
cult-
basic
That's a
answer.
yeah,
basic
I feel like it's so culturally different. That's why.
Yeah.
I
Right,
Right.
confused
I
me.
want to go somewhere that like
Yeah.
I can't really experience
Yeah, yeah,
over
yeah.
here.
I had a coworker that lived there for a couple years. He's told me some cool shit.
I guess
Man.
the people I talk to always say they want to go to Japan because they watch like a lot of anime. I guess.
Well, yeah.
Well, it doesn't even have to do with just anime. I love the food.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
architecture.
yeah, but most of the time it's like
Their nature's beautiful too.
Well, like, what do you? I don't like people that like these. What do you expect? You go over there and everybody's an anime character? Like, that's not how
No,
it works.
but they have like
That's what they hope
museums
for.
and shit like that,
Like-
and
like-
stores.
Well,
and
it's like one of my other friends is like Bhutan.
what is that?
Where
Is it a
is
place?
Bhutan?
It's
though?
just a country.
That's in
I don't
China,
know.
no? It's its own country?
It's
In Asia.
near China or something like
Bhutan?
that. It's someplace stupid.
What about?
He's gonna, I hope
so
he
you
sees
would go to
this.
Japan
Japan, yeah, easily my top
so
spot.
where wouldn't
anywhere you
go?
wouldn't go.
Look, I'm a big Europe
Hater.
against her.
Wow. Big Europe against
right.
it.
I was
Anti-Europe.
trying to think of like a
But what does that
non-controversial
mean?
word. I anywhere in Europe is nowhere near the
Because you
top of my
you just think
list.
it's a basic place. To
Anywhere?
travel. Like you wouldn't mind going there. You just don't see the hype. That's fair.
Copenhagen.
specifically Spain's on my do not travel list. I would
Really?
never go to Spain.
Oh.
Well,
They killed all my people,
yeah.
but
Oh, there's beef. Wow.
yeah, killed all my
Sorry.
people, took all our
Sorry for
gold,
that.
took all our money, made us slaves, and killed us. Like most European countries do.
Mhm.
And so I'm not a big fan of the Europe atmosphere.
Got you.
Yeah. I'm sure not everybody from there is like that, but
No.
at least those in power. Like, I feel like if I was there,
Got
like,
you.
that's all I'd be thinking about. Like, oh, yeah,
serious?
nice jacket, killer.
We could,
Like,
we
you
could
know?
get overrun. Wow.
Calling
okay.
everyone who's ever lived in Spain a colonizer.
No,
and
but
you
actually,
have
there's a few
them.
places in Europe I do fuck with. Like, I like Ireland and Scotland.
Okay.
They seem very nice places.
Places who haven't colonized anyone.
The Netherlands
Yeah, the
is
Netherlands-
cool.
Netherlands
I mean,
is
the
cool.
Dutch have done their bad too, but it's the Netherlands is a little chiller. I think it's just those three. So, Switzerland.
You can't get in there
Switzerland's
though.
Oh yeah.
So tough.
cool.
To get in.
Sweden.
Yeah, Sweden.
France, Norway.
France is overrated as fuck.
Isn't that like a name, like that area? Like I
Yeah,
like
the
those.
Baltics,
The
yeah.
Baltics. Yeah, I like that region.
Scandinavian.
Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, like over there, and I do
Gotcha.
fuck with Iceland, Greenland, but yeah,
Cool.
England definitely not. Spain, hell no.
Boring.
Germany doesn't deserve me.
Wow.
What about
He's bitten,
France?
he's
Where do you
bitten.
stand on France?
France.
Overrated.
I've
Overrated.
actually, I think the French culture is a little overrated.
It is overrated.
There's
Just
meat
butter.
in there.
Just butter.
It is.
Like
but-
I don't know, like
cigs and butter.
I am a foodie. Like I'm sure there's
Nah.
like I want to have like make a list of like top restaurants in the world.
The French
and I'm
kitchen.
sure,
The French laundry. When
right,
we going?
it's on that list. It's
In-
like
in
one of the top
California,
rated
though.
Michelin restaurants.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a few in France. Like I would
I'd imagine.
definitely want to just go and try that restaurant. Like if I had the money, just drop in, eat there, leave. That's what I would do.
Day
That's
trip
funny.
to France. It says.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
France.
as you do.
Got you.
In the
Flight takes 10 hours.
In the vibe.
But yeah, not a big Europe fan.
Josh,
Not a
you
big
go.
colonizer fan.
About what? Where I would
Top
go?
destination.
the top
no
we're talking-
destination.
Well, Mike and I's we've been to Japan.
Yeah,
that
we
was
went
cool.
to Japan. Tried to put it on my list.
No, they haven't.
Don't lie to them. I want to go to England.
England's your top.
Not
Well,
my
I'm not
top,
gonna
but
lie.
that's
Come
definitely
on.
a place
Not
I
gonna
really,
lie,
really, really want. I always want to visit Cape Verde. That'd be sick. But
Yeah, it'd be cool.
England, just to see a fucking Premier League game.
yeah,
I want
yeah,
to see the
yeah.
atmosphere.
Your top.
Mhm.
It's one of them. I can't like off the top of my head. There's
London's
probably a better
kinda
place,
cool.
but like I don't fucking know. Like I would just like to travel in any place where I can like fucking like stand on a mountain and see like a beautiful landscape,
Okay.
I'll go there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
England.
And how
Don't
about
like it
how
more,
about where
man.
you
Yeah,
wouldn't go?
We should. Where I wouldn't go? I agree. Australia. That was mine right
Yeah,
off rip.
100%.
Gotcha.
Too many
Wow.
spooky things and the fucking
Yep.
kangaroo or fucking 6
We're
foot
not going to Australia
jack
and
man.
living in the outback.
James, if you get an
Who's in her
Airbnb
house?
in fucking Australia, there's gonna be fucking creepy crawlies everywhere. It doesn't matter. That's how it works.
Downtown Sydney.
It was in
Yeah,
her
it doesn't
house.
matter.
Why was the spider
Melbourne?
in her
Yeah.
house in the couch?
How many spiders are in New York City?
I don't know.
probably a
Not
fucking
that-
lot.
Not that thing. They got
Not-
rats.
not that big.
This.
Spiders ain't living in like the densely populated cities.
I don't know where she was living, but she was living somewhere.
Spider-
I doubt you it wasn't on
Yo.
a high rise in Melbourne.
Mike,
She wasn't in the
Mike,
fucking dirt
Mike,
road.
You been there?
Mike,
No, but it's a fucking city. It's a big city.
So wait, if we're getting an Airbnb, it's not gonna be in the fucking city, most likely.
No, it is.
I would want to.
Airbnb in the city. I wouldn't want to be in the outback.
Clearly, you guys aren't going to the outback.
I'm not
so
big-
we're,
I don't think it fucking. I think they have cracked out shit there regardless, wherever you go.
Are you scared of insects?
I'm not
Deathly.
afraid
Scared of dying.
deathly.
I love how people talk for me. I'm not afraid of insects like altogether. If they're outside, it's whatever. If they're in my personal space in my house, fuck no. Like I do not deal with it. Absolutely
you,
not.
yeah.
Flies, anything, fuck no. Like
Well-
they have to die.
Deathly
for me to
afraid
feel
of
okay.
Deathly-
But if they're
Interesting.
outside, like I was at work the other day, right? There was a spider crawling on my fucking back. I just
Fuck them.
and killed it.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, you handle that pretty well." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm afraid of spiders."
Good
but
under
if they're
pressure.
Outside, it's whatever.
Show 'em the
Like
script.
if they're in my fucking personal space in my house, fuck no.
You want to hear a funny story? Actually,
No,
it would make you feel better about me calling you scared of bugs. I'm scared of bugs.
I know
What a
you are.
pussy.
That's
I'm
why I
scared
was
of
like, "Why the fuck are you doing this?"
You're such a
But-
loser.
There's a couple people I work with, like 3 people, really weird. They're all allergic to bees. I didn't think bee
Oh,
allergies
wow.
were that common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
One
well,
to
like
3 people.
obviously, like who fucks with bees? Like well, bees are important, but
Some of 'em.
cancel them right now.
these were
Cancel
hornets.
bees.
All
Get 'em
right? These were they had the spikes on their butts, so
Don't they all?
can't
They all
trust them.
have spikes and
Yeah, but these were big ones.
Not all
okay.
of 'em.
Anyways, could
And
be
they were
really
brighter, not fluffy. I don't
Alright.
want, fluffy
Yeah.
bees, do what you want.
Yeah.
Live with me. But the other ones, no.
Well, they don't sting though, right? The big ones, the bumblebees.
The
Bumblebees,
bumblebees
they
don't.
bite.
They'll
I don't think
die.
any of them
They'll
sting.
die if they do.
They
Oh.
bite.
But there was a hornet that got into the
Kitchen.
bakery. Yeah, and like obviously they were freaking out, like, "Ugh." And I obviously didn't want to fuck with it, but I'm like, who else is gonna solve this issue?
What'd you do?
So I just acted. We keep a fly swatter in our like cleaning closet, so I like went and grabbed it, killed the bee.
Ultra instinct. That's crazy.
He came out.
But it like landed in
So I
a
was thinking.
bucket, not like with food in it, just like a bucket that was out, and I
Nobody wanted to
didn't
pick it up.
have the nerve to look into it to make sure
see
the
if it
bee
was
was
dead.
there.
Yeah.
Jump scare. Flies
like-
right at you.
Like I killed it, and then but like I'm like I couldn't look at it, so like this other dude like walked by, is like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Look, I think
Check
it's
if that
dead, but
bee's
I
dead."
can't look in that. I can't look in that bucket right
They'll
now."
recognize your face.
He like
Yeah.
tilted. He's like, "You're good," and I'm like, "All right, let's go." And I walked
funny.
away, and like someone was like, "Oh my god, thanks for killing that." Like, and they always make a joke. There's not a lot of men that work there. They always make a joke like, "Oh, thanks for manning up" or whatever. Like say shit like that, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified. I'm like, I really wish there was another man here to do that. Like, I was like, I really wish someone else stepped up. Like, but we got it done. We're out here.
You're welcome,
I was
citizen.
just say, I know a guy just died, got stung by a bee, dead,
Really?
just like that. Just
Allergic
golfing.
or no?
I guess.
Must have been right.
Yeah. just went golfing, got stung by a bee,
Really
died.
bad sting.
Crazy.
It's
He
crazy
died.
how fast that works.
Yeah.
Just a bee.
One day there, one day you're not.
Scary.
Wild.
Angelo.
I want to go to Egypt.
Ooh.
I want to see the pyramids.
Egypt is
Oh.
cool.
That's where I would
Seems
go.
cool.
That's where I would. If I had the choice, I'd go to Egypt.
And look at the ancient alien architecture.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'd want to explore like the ancient world. Place I wouldn't go. North Korea doesn't sound fun.
Oh.
Oh,
You
well,
can't
I
even
don't
get
even-
in there.
You
You
can't
can't
even
say
go
North
there if you
Korea.
wanted to.
I know. I was trying
North
to
Korea
give a
doesn't
goofy
sound
answer.
fun.
If I had to give an honest answer. Ooh, can I put somewhere else that I would like to go?
Yeah,
Mm.
of course.
Antarctica.
Same.
And also, you can't
Same.
go there either.
Go there.
Oh, we can go there.
Oh my god.
What do you
Just
mean?
costs a
We'll
lot.
go
You
there.
need a lot of power.
You can't go. Okay,
Antarctica's
yeah, we gotta be
cool.
a fucking world
Where's
leader.
the place you wouldn't go?
I don't know.
Just say Africa, bro.
Why do you want to go to Antarctica really bad?
Him. Ange.
Secrets.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes.
they have some
Yeah.
shit.
I'm watching
Yes.
videos.
I
Yes.
hate him so much.
Pyramids
Somewhere
in
I
Antarctica.
wouldn't go.
Yeah, the big spiders. The spiders rule over Antarctica. That's why you can't go there.
I don't really fuck with Germany either. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
Don't like watching a soccer team play.
Because they're better than yours?
When Italy plays them, it means a little more. I don't know why. I just don't fuck with them. I don't know. I never really fucked with Germany. But I don't know. I don't know. Like they all have like their perks. Like they all seem cool.
Everywhere has pros and cons.
What does
sucks.
Australia have?
Like I was
Sites.
gonna say I
Name
wouldn't go
one.
to Russia, but like Moscow seems cool. Like when the World Cup went there, it looks cool. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to St. Petersburg.
Like Sochi look. Yeah, like there's some. I don't know.
See the what's
I don't know.
that thing there? The St.
Kremlin?
Peter's Cathedral.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Orthodox
Mm.
Church.
Or am I thinking of the Kremlin?
No, you're right. You're
It's
fine.
like a spiky.
They all look like that. They get a bunch
Yeah.
of those.
I'd want to go to Portugal too, just because I have a lot of friends I grew up with that are from there. I'd like to see where like they're all
Oh,
from.
I feel bad
but
for you.
I like them.
You can't just say
This is
that.
an anti-Portuguese podcast.
But yeah, I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Portuguese.
I don't have anywhere
Yeah,
that
not
I
by
wouldn't
choice.
go. There's places that I think are
Damn straight.
overrated,
Damn straight.
but I don't know.
Another
Like
place
you said like Scotland, Ireland. I don't think I'd
Really?
care
They're
going to
beautiful,
Scotland
though.
Highlands?
Oh, okay.
I hear they're
Like
beautiful, but
landscape-wise.
Like that's what I want to go.
the
Landscape.
thought,
I'd like to go
the
to
thought
Alaska.
of Scotland.
That's my dad's number one
Wow.
destination.
I think Ireland seems boring. I always tell you this, James.
Do you think it seems boring too?
I
On
think the only
paper,
thing
as
to
an
do is
Irish
drink.
It
woman.
just seems
Not much to do
boring
there.
me.
The only thing to do is drink. Go to the pub and drink.
and
Yeah.
look
That would
at
be fun.
beautiful sights.
That would be fun.
Beautiful landscape.
But
Yeah.
You
I
get
don't know.
drunk, you eat shrooms, and you imagine
Yeah.
great things.
It's an Iceland thing. You can't do that in Ireland.
They do it there too.
I
Do
feel
they?
like I
I
would
wouldn't.
go like in my life at some point, but like
Not first choice.
no.
I'd go to
not
see
at
my
all.
manor in Scotland. I get a manor.
You have a manor in
And my
Scotland?
Croft
manor,
Manor.
thank you to my manor.
Yeah.
That was good. I like that.
What was he gonna say?
So many beautiful places.
You threw together a Bobby fit today. I don't know
Bobby?
what the fuck her last name is.
Bobby?
Bobby
Bobby
Althoff?
Althoff?
Is that what her last name
Yeah,
is?
yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck
The
is that?
podcast girl.
Yeah,
You are
she,
kinda Bobby-ing.
she threw her together a
Um,
Bobby
Bobby-ing.
fit.
Yeah, I
Shouldn't
don't
stick
know.
her
It's
hair
just
back,
like
though.
a nice little relaxing outfit.
What's that
You know?
hairstyle called that she does that?
I don't know.
I
Like,
forgot.
Slick
they like
bun?
slick it back.
Slick bun. There you go.
That's what it's called, a slick,
Slick
bun.
bun?
Do you do those?
Yes.
But you know what? I have a wax stick that I use, and I prefer like a nice slick ponytail. I do that a lot, but I don't
Me
really love
too.
my hair up that much. Only if I have to.
Hmm.
Depends.
Word.
Yeah.
It's,
feel like
it's
it's
getting
gonna be
late.
Holy shit.
And on.
All right,
Going
let's
to our
fucking
music
speed run
section.
this, Yeah.
Music
Let's
section.
just
I got
do
the advice. I got the advice. It's gonna be.
Do you want to do advice? You want to just do a song and call it?
No,
We'll do
'cause she's-
advice.
'cause she's here. We're gonna get advice from her.
Yeah.
Ah, true.
And
Music.
the Croft Commandment.
Axe
No,
the
I got that, I
commandment.
got that, I
Axe
got
the
that.
commandment.
No, I got that. I got
If you got it, spit it.
You want to do your songs first, so I can pull this
Yeah,
other
we'll
one
do
up?
songs first.
Yeah, sure.
Angelo can start it.
Yeah, we'll go this way.
I don't want to start it.
I'll start.
You had one, no?
I didn't, to be honest.
Oh shit. My song.
I actually do have one. I can go.
Okay.
I forgot what it was.
You gotta say the thing.
I gotta say what?
I got a song.
Oh yeah, I got a song. I'm gonna do "For Sale" interlude from To Pimp a Butterfly. I like that song. No reason why this
I don't
week.
know that.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
It's good. It's a cinematic type song.
Kendrick
A
Lamar.
lot of good sounds. Listen to it with your eyes closed. It's good. But no particular reason this week for picking that.
Just feeling it.
Yeah, just
That's what
feeling
half
it.
of mine are. I feel like every week some song just for some reason my shuffle replays a lot
happened with
and
me.
it sticks to me.
Sometimes like I was saying, I think it was last week. Like sometimes I'll get like a sign, and I'm like listening to a song, and I'm like, yeah, this is what the song of the week's supposed to be this week.
Mm.
But I didn't get that this week. I don't know. What do you got, Joshua?
Me. It's a Peso Pluma song.
Mm.
Nueva Vida. I don't understand any of the words he's saying, but I understand the story behind it. And he did an Amazon like Prime like concert thing
Okay.
the other day, and I was watching it, and this song came on, and I like already listened to the album and stuff, and in my head I'm like, wow, like that song is like really fucking good.
Dope.
So
That's
yeah, it's
dope.
got a nice like trumpet behind it. It's just really
Donnie the
really
trumpet?
nice. No,
Nah.
I don't know what it is, but it's like it's a cool sounding trumpet. But the song basically, he's like coming into his new life of fame and stuff like that, and he's saying like the struggles of it and how it changes and all that. But like he talks like explicitly about like a really good friend of his that stayed along the way, and he's like trying to like pave this new life with him. It's actually a super sick song. But yeah,
Nice.
My song is from a kind of a. I don't really talk about this artist a lot, but I listen to them all the time. Omar Apollo.
oh yeah,
Three
He-
boys.
Yeah, that's a good song. Three
Oh.
Boys by him.
I was gonna say.
I wasn't gonna say that now. I can't really relate entirely, but it's a good song.
Okay.
Well, you're my three boys.
No, we're not.
He's a bisexual artist, so like half of his music.
I didn't know.
I
We're
like
not a joke. All right.
I like artists like that provide perspectives I can't normally get on my
Tap
own.
into you.
You could get him.
So what's your song?
Well,
Continue.
the song I'm picking is "Petrified." It's
I haven't heard that one.
It's a good one. He's a really good singer. I've
Yeah.
always had this attraction towards really good voices. So, all right. Well, like when I'm
Voice is
listening to
important.
music, like I like.
no, 100%. Yeah,
I
that's
like.
fair,
said
yeah.
that to
like
you, James.
I feel like I'm not genre bound.
Yeah.
In my music taste. So like,
yeah.
he has a really good voice. And shout out Tiny Desk Concerts on
Oh,
YouTube.
those are so
hell
good.
yeah.
bro.
His on there is perfect.
Nice.
It's like excellent.
Oh, was it new?
Maybe a couple months
Oh,
months
okay,
ago,
Yeah.
or earlier this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, endlessly. Oh no, Petrified. Sorry, they're like my two favorite songs by him. But Petrified is the one I'm gonna stick with.
Bet.
Yeah.
So I chose Next by The Weeknd because he's my favorite, and that's one of my.
Who?
The Weeknd.
I don't know who that is. Oh, okay.
Obviously.
The rebrand, yeah.
Who that was? I don't know.
But yeah, it's one of my favorite songs by him, so that's why I picked that.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good. Michael.
Yeah, this week I didn't really have a purpose here. Let me pull up to make sure I don't be fucking.
I thought you were doing
What?
Tame Impala.
I am. I didn't have
Oh.
a purpose to it.
Some random artist. Kitchen Gunk by West Side Went.
Kitch Gunk by Orange Fries.
That's not even like that far fetched.
It's not that far fetched,
something you
which
would
is great.
say.
I could say that and you wouldn't blink. You'd be like, oh yeah, I guess it's a good song.
I'll
It
check
plays
that
back
out.
to it. Yeah, New Person, Same Old Mistakes. I like it's a good song. Tame Impala, famously one person. You guys know that?
Yeah, it's a one-man
Not a
band.
I
band.
actually didn't find that out till like
One man
outta
band.
here.
One
I
man
didn't know that
band.
either.
like
That's
I
a funny
listened to them
stick
for like
you
3 years
say.
before I found out it was one
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah, one dude, Australian. I'm pretty sure.
and he would never go there.
That's impressive.
No, I would never go
What
there.
if it was Tame Impala's last concert and it's
I
only
don't
one
like them
dude?
that much to almost
Oh,
get killed.
come on.
Watch it on TV or something.
Yeah, watch that.
Hey,
It's a one guy band. I can't imagine he's that much of a stage worker if he's doing everything.
I want to say, imagine you
Stage presence.
don't know that going to
been
that
crazy, huh?
concert.
Yeah.
And
Where the
one
other-
guy comes out.
the fuck?
And you're like, what? Where's
Yeah.
the rest of them?
Where's the rest of them?
Wow, that's funny.
You're tame. Where's Impala?
That'd be pretty
I was
cool
just
though.
saying, like, only Tame's here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
team
yeah.
is here. Fuck, bro.
Love Tame Impala.
yeah,
One of my
Tame Impala.
favorite
So good.
music to listen to when I'm high.
Yeah,
I feel like his music's very like soundscapey,
yeah.
Yeah.
escapism.
Good trip music. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
I like
trip.
going on a drive, little stoned, feeling like I'm in the song. He's got one of those. A lot of reverberation. I feel like
Yeah.
sound really
Right.
envelops around me.
8D audio.
Yeah.
Come on.
I got two of them because I didn't know if I did the first one already.
Oh,
I should
here
really.
we
I have to
go.
write these down.
Brother.
He
I
was just saying the other day
I
he's
was-
running out. and
I was
now
just
he's coming
I
out with
was
two.
saying I'm ahead of the books like Game of Thrones. Like I haven't written all these down, which is a problem. 'Cause I have to write them down. But there's so one of them I don't know if I said before, but it's something like change isn't good or bad, like innately, like isn't good or bad.
Okay.
So just because you change doesn't mean you change for the better. You can also change for the worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Or just change neutral.
I'm always doing either or. Karma. You gotta stay balanced.
That's.
Yeah. Change for the good and the bad.
Did you hear his karma thing last week? He's like, I
know
do
what?
something good. I got to do something bad to measure
Yeah.
it out.
I've talked to you about this. I live a karma-driven life.
Yeah, but I don't think that's.
For every good thing you do, you have to do a bad thing.
Yeah.
No,
you
I don't
have
think
to.
so.
I deserve this.
Mandatory.
I don't think that's really the concept behind it, but
No, it's not the
you know,
concept at all.
I think it's
whatever
interpretive.
whatever makes you sleep at night is fine.
I think they have books written about this.
Insane.
The other one, in case that one was already, I did say that one already, is we suffer more often in the imagination than in reality.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Strike the first one that you
Same.
mentioned. That one's way
you
better.
come up with
was
that?
good.
No, I didn't come up.
He's
I
never-
don't come
yeah.
up with these.
Frank
Sometimes I
Ocean
do.
said
The
that.
first couple I came up with.
So why is it your commandment if it's not an original?
It's a
thought?
Croft.
Well,
Commandments.
well,
it
here's the
started
thing.
as-
Oh, like
Nothing's
what you
original.
live by?
He's
Yeah.
He's the messiah of this. So he's collecting
My
the
cult.
messages
My
and,
cult.
and telling people the word.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Alright.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
I was just wondering.
Nothing's an original thought, which is a
Yeah, well, that's
Welcome to our
concept.
cult.
that's what I didn't. Oh, thank you. That's what I didn't know. Like, are you coming up with these things, or is that
No.
just something?
The first
you've
couple,
heard?
I actually come up with them. Inspired by others, but
People are
Yeah, yeah.
stupid.
Like
we
word
could
for
tell
word.
that one.
yeah,
was
people
you.
are stupid. That's a
You
good one.
miss
I like that.
100% of the shots.
Grow
you
up's
don't
another
take.
one.
People are
Grow up.
just scared kids.
People are just scared kids.
I hate that one so
Why?
much.
It's
so
good.
stupid.
I don't like that one either.
Me either.
Well,
yeah.
maybe you're running from your.
Respectfully.
Maybe you're running from yourself.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Start. All right.
Maybe we'll find out. Quickly, advice. How do you know if a girl's flirting with you?
Oh,
Oh, that's a good one.
I like that.
I don't know because everybody flirts differently, you know? Like,
Everybody flirts.
well, yeah, but
No, yeah.
I think it is sometimes hard to tell with girls because, like, it's not always, like, super outright. Like, some girls just expect, like, oh, like, have you ever heard, like, oh, like, I, like, liked his picture. That was my way of flirting. Like,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would never pick up on that ever.
Everyone, I got 70 likes.
should
How
sit
many
up
was it?
I don't
Yeah,
care if we
right.
just follow
But-
each other and she like 3 of my pics.
Wow, I'm in there.
What?
I don't know.
If she followed
I
you,
mean,
she like 3 of your pics. That's
some
pretty
girls
blatant.
are super
that's-
Be
direct,
like, oh, we're pals.
and some are a lot more passive. Like, I think I'm kind of passive. But if I'm interested in someone, like, you're going to know, you
Because
know?
you're manifesting them to come towards you.
Yeah.
They feel
Well,
it.
I'm not even gonna lie,
Got the
Kristen.
crystal.
The extent of what I do is like, I might like your Instagram story. That's it.
Well, that's
That's
good
Well-
one,
bold,
though.
though. That's bold.
Yeah, not
Not even
everyone
gonna-
likes
Guy,
Instagram stories.
that's
Not
a
even
big
gonna
step.
lie. I don't send nothing.
I like get in, not like arguments, but like I get into the same conversation with Christy all the time because that's kind of how I am too. Like I like this person's Instagram story that I have a crush on.
Oh, name drop him.
No, but you guys don't know him. He doesn't even live.
Doesn't
there.
go
He
to
goes to a
Yeah,
different
that's
school.
good. He goes to
You
different
go
school.
to a different school.
Yeah.
He transferred, but
yeah.
Oh.
that's not the point. It's not the point. You guys would never know this person, but and I know he's actually interested in me too.
Oh shit.
Because we have a mutual friend and she told me about it. But of course, I'm not going to say anything to him. He has to say it to me.
Why not?
Oh yeah.
Because no, I'm not going to do that.
So
But my
you
point
want to be
is-
together.
What?
You want to be together, and he wants to be together.
Never said I want to be together.
But
She's
you,
just
but there's
interested.
a
She's
mutual
I
interest
said I have a
there.
crush on him.
Yeah.
But anyway, my point about bringing this up was like one night I liked his Instagram story, and that was like my
That's bold.
way of. I know that
You're
was
crazy.
I
Yeah,
know,
I'm
right?
telling you, that's all I do.
That was my way of
different, though.
shooting my shot,
Yeah,
and
it's gotta be a
yeah,
picture
What
of
was
you.
What was the story?
story?
It was,
It was a picture of him.
No. You know
it
what?
wasn't.
I should have
Abstract
waited.
art.
Thinking back on that, I should have waited and like.
Just like a
But like,
landscape
when does
picture.
like guys don't really post pictures of themselves on their story?
Correct.
No,
Right.
That
I
was
mean,
your
dog.
dog.
So
Don't
it was
dog
kind
it.
of just
Can't
like
trust guys that post
I
like
was
those.
just gonna do it. It
Yeah,
was
that's
like he was at
true.
a concert,
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
That was.
but she
that
was like,
me,
she was like, you really expect him to like say something to you? because
Yeah,
of that?"
only because like a concert, you could just be like,
I mean,
oh,
she's
I like
right.
that artist type
Right.
shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I
no,
get
no.
it. Like I do get it, but like I don't like being the one to shoot my shot.
Why not?
I
Yeah,
don't like
yeah,
it
yeah.
because it's embarrassing and no. Just
Well, this is
Yeah.
what I was watching a clip from Seinfeld.
Okay.
Actually, it came up and it was like he was like, "Oh, just do the opposite of what you do every other time." He goes, "Oh, okay." So instead
terms of
of
flirting with
not
somebody?
going up and saying anything and just sitting there disappointed,
You would,
he just
yeah,
walked
yeah,
up
yeah.
and said something,
That's funny.
and it worked. So yeah.
Yeah. See, I be liking stories too, but yeah, but it's weird because sometimes you just see, like sometimes I might see a girl's story because that's what I'm trying to hit on,
well,
and like
but
it might just be something cool. I'm
Right.
not necessarily interested in that person,
Yeah, yeah.
but
that's also the
yeah.
issue is like you can't like I have people that like my Instagram stories, but I'm just thinking like, oh, that's just because like it's a cool place
yeah,
I went
for
or like
sure, for
a
sure.
cool thing.
For
Like,
sure.
just a
Like, I-
landscape
yeah,
pic.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
never. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
been.
yeah,
if
yeah.
I've posted a couple
the
pictures of
trips you go
just
on. Yeah, yeah.
myself, and people like that. But like, I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like if it's just a like random
Yeah.
landscape picture, like I'm not gonna take that as like, oh, this guy's interested
Right,
in me.
No, you
because,
shouldn't.
Like
And
why?
see, like,
Yeah.
Which like maybe thinking back, like, oh, maybe this person that I like their story, like I am just a fan of that artist.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
that was a fumble on my
For sure,
part,
yeah.
but,
Some shit you
know,
just
it is
relate
what it
to.
is. I don't care.
But me speaking through like the male gaze, it's like girls definitely post pictures of themselves more on their story. Like
True.
9 times out of 10,
Mm.
I think you're
Yes.
like cute, but I don't. I mean, I probably should act more upon that. but
Should
I
just
don't.
DM them. When I see someone's
it's a
story, I
pussy.
have a
I
conversation
don't
with
know
them.
what to tell you.
Well, okay.
it's just the passive way of,
Yeah, it's
Doing
like
it, I
it's like I'm letting you know, like this,
and if they want to like do something with that,
Yeah.
then they will. If
yeah,
not,
100%.
It's
I
just
think
like-
of it the same way.
Has it ever worked out?
It's a game of cat and mouse.
What?
basically.
No, but if it
That's
doesn't,
why
it
it
doesn't.
worked out.
It's better
Passive.
than it's, but it's better than me
Oh.
shooting a DM and fucking waiting all day, getting no answer. You know,
But then is
don't
it
get the
better than
answer
having
you
no
want.
answer ever?
I just don't
You
want to
never
stress.
asked?
I just don't want to
Yeah,
stress.
At least you get an answer.
I've
Yeah.
actually,
we live stress free.
I've adapted that lifestyle within this past
Good.
year.
We live stress
Because
free.
Sending it. why not?
honestly, I think it was because of you. I think we had a conversation like a year ago that like
I hope
really
so.
hit me, and I was
try
like,
to help
Nice.
people.
I was like, yeah, who gives a fuck?
I gotta
That's
really-
what
just
Christy
gotta- I
tries
gotta
to
Damn
tell
if
me
you
all
do,
the
damn
time.
if you
She's
don't.
like, well, just try it and see what happens. Like, no, that's just not
Yeah.
how I do it
Why not?
because I just don't want to.
I gotta
Why not?
really be
'Cause I
interested in you to actually
don't
like
want to.
DM you.
It's
Like-
not a reason.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. I just
No.
don't like it.
No,
I don't like
feel
putting
that.
myself out there like that.
So like, at what point?
Like even when I'm at, sorry to cut you off.
No,
but, like,
you're good.
Even
get
when
it.
I'm out at a bar, if I see someone I'm interested in, I'll like passively make that obvious.
Right? Yeah.
And
How?
they'll
Girls will
approach
give,
How?
Like you look at
'cause
them.
Girls will give you like,
Randomly,
well,
like I got.
something that
But it's can
something
you
that
identify
has
the
always
look?
worked.
It's on
I'll
you if
always
you can't
bump
identify.
into, like if I see someone, I'm like, okay, he's cute. I'll
Yeah,
like
yeah.
bump into him, and then
Mhm.
we'll kind of both be like,
Make a
"Oh,
little
hi."
awkward contact.
And then
that was weird.
that's how we start.
That's her shot.
chatting.
Have you ever
Yeah,
done
yeah.
that?
I do that all the
I've
time.
actually,
Has-
I've
Really?
witnessed
You've
her
seen
do
that?
this. Yeah, yeah.
The
I
bump.
do that all the
Does
time.
the bump ever really like
Yeah, does it work though?
It kind of
No.
brings you down
yeah.
to the moment. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Wait,
That's
what?
what I'm saying. It's like
No, I
I've
think, that
witnessed
makes,
the-
I think that makes complete sense.
No, I don't nudge
and
people
then
like that.
walks back. She'll be like, I just saw,
Drop the
I just saw a correcto
That's
walk
not
by.
what
I'm like, we
happens
did
at
the
all.
bump. I'm like, oh, okay.
We did the
James,
bump.
it's
This
like,
is this isn't. That's
it's
not
like
true.
the
Like
subtle-
what he's saying right
But
now is not true.
no,
At all.
no. It's like the subtle thing that guys will do. Like, if you're trying to get around a girl, like
the hand
at the
on the
all
back,
fan,
yeah.
oh, like
no, you
might-
should not do
you
that.
might
That's a
gently
sick
put your
fuck
hand on her
move.
shoulder,
You don't do
Don't
the
touch
hand
somebody when
back?
you're moving
Grab her.
past
But
them.
I-
people do that. That's, I'm just trying. I'm just trying to make the example.
I'll tell you this.
Dude.
I did shoot my shot one time, and
Hey.
the only reason I did it was because this person was looking at me the whole night.
No, that's creepy.
You were just blind.
No,
Just-
I mean I
It's
was
not
looking
creepy
over
if
there
they're
too.
attractive.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You were
That's
making
Talking
her
about
out
to
to be
say, yeah.
But I mean, that's the only because I kind of had like the I felt like that was the okay for me to approach.
To-
Like
to
clearly
say
he wasn't
something.
gonna do it
Yeah.
because he was just not. But
Yeah.
I did approach him, and yeah, that's
How'd
the only
that go?
time. Short term, well. Long term,
Oh.
very unwell.
Oh,
I mean,
But it's a dub.
it's a dub still.
Did he
That's
turn
in
out
the
to be
dub. That's in
creepy?
the dub column.
Oh, okay, it was good. Does it
It
dub?
just turned out to be a rat, but
Well,
Whatever.
That's fine.
It's in the
I know a
dub
couple
Yeah,
rats
column.
a lot of those in New York.
It was an
But-
ego boost
what?
at the end of the day.
He was a very good-looking person, so it kind of was an
Oh,
ego
yeah,
boost.
there you go.
All right.
That's kind of been
But-
my mentality lately. Like even if it doesn't work out, I get ghosted, whatever. I'm like, well, something drew you in.
It was
Yeah.
a dub.
Hey, that's right. And you know what?
Yeah, yeah,
It was a
yeah.
dub.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's-
But
Won the battle, lost the war, but you won the
I
battle.
would never do that again, though.
Why
we
not?
had
Like-
you had him in the first half.
Yeah, not gonna lie, you had him in the
'Cause, like-
first half.
Yeah.
It worked once, it's not going to work again.
Yeah, right.
That's
Why would it work
interesting.
Don't
again?
want
No.
to jinx it.
I don't think it's not going to work again. I just don't care. Like, if you're not going to approach me, then like I don't need to be
Okay.
speaking to you.
It's so
That's a very
stupid.
female gaze.
Yeah,
thing,
I was
though.
about to say, I feel like girls all
I'm not
like
saying
that.
like, not there's
I
anything
just
wrong with
feel
it, but
like
I think there's.
I
That's how they
definitely
think.
respect girls that like shoot their shot, but like I just feel like it shouldn't be that way.
Listen, I don't
Well,
think
this
you
was
have
the
to shoot your
conversation
shot.
we had.
Yeah,
that
We had it,
night.
yeah.
I don't think you have to shoot your shot, but like it should be like a mutual like meet halfway type shit. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be
Right.
one person doing all the heavy lifting. You know what I mean?
I've never asked like a guy for their number or like any of their social media. Like they're like if you don't ask, and this was the
same
argument
thing happened that
we
night.
had at that time. If you're not gonna ask me for it, then like we don't need to be speaking anymore. Like it just doesn't matter.
I kind of feel it's the guy's job to close.
yeah,
Like I think the girl's
I
job
kind of agree.
is like the bare minimum you
is
can
to
do
make
is
it
at
a little
least
known.
at
'Cause I
least
would feel
give
like-
the conversation like
Yeah,
I would take that as you're not interested in me if you're not gonna ask me for my
Right,
information.
right. That's
especially
how-
after like if it's a club setting and you talk to this guy for a little while and you're chopping it up, conversating, and then at the end of it he doesn't say like, "Oh, let me get
Yeah,
your
same thing
Yeah,
happened
I
that
mean-
night. That's the same
Yeah,
scenario
see,
that happened
yeah,
exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But all I'm
Right.
saying is,
I just told her that she shouldn't feel bad for not.
It's not what
asking.
you lead with, you know.
probably
But
should have asked him.
like
Don't feel bad about it, but like
we were at the bar with a friend and she was talking to one guy like for a long
whole-
time.
a whole
Talking about the same
night.
yeah, we talked about
yeah,
this
yeah,
on one.
yeah, same thing.
Not her.
She's
No,
talking about the same
her
thing
friend.
though.
Yeah.
She was
We're
there.
talking about that because I was saying
Same
she
thing.
you
shouldn't
were there
have.
that
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
in the VIP lounge.
Yeah,
In
I
the
got
Baba,
you guys
the
in
VV.
VIP. So.
Yeah, thanks.
Masonic
You're
room.
welcome.
The bugger.
Yeah, I had to sacrifice my night for you guys. No, I'm just joking. I'm just
Wait, I was
joking.
about to say like, wait a minute.
I didn't want to
I
talk
got
to
free
that
drinks and I
guy.
had to sacrifice
It was
my
Well,
night. for
closer to
I
martyrdom.
also got
Bop, bop.
my free drinks too, but I didn't want to talk to him. You know.
It was just terrible.
It's like a
advice.
game.
All I'm
Respectfully.
saying is,
Yeah, the game is the
Is-
game.
He invited me up. I said okay, and I got you guys up, and that was that.
Yeah.
We all enjoyed our night. You know, that was that.
Yeah.
Except our other friend, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she had a good time.
She had a good-
There's
yeah.
plenty.
Yeah, she had a good time.
Honestly,
in the
and this is the thing too. Like, there's literally billions of people in the world. Like, that's what I always think about. Like, you don't need to be pressed about. Like,
One,
But you just
one
missed
kid,
out.
one random
You miss all
night.
the shots you don't take.
but everything happens for a reason, though.
Okay.
So you end up with nobody. It's gonna happen for a reason, I guess, because you
Yeah.
didn't shoot the shot.
I think
I don't know what to tell
one of my issues lately has been I've been taking the too many fish in the sea too seriously.
Yeah.
Where it's like as soon as they do something I'm not into,
You
or
don't
like
give 'em-
Oh, there's
one
another
thing
one.
goes awry, I'm like, well, there's another fish.
It's tough because I was talking about the same thing.
I don't
where
think
it's
that's. I don't like that. There's too many
fish in the sea.
Because not all the fish in the sea.
Yeah, but you're pessimistic.
No, no,
You're
no,
a piece
no,
of
listen,
shit
listen,
for that.
listen,
Don't-
listen.
No.
There's a billion. There's 7 billion. Like, bro, like not all those 7 billion are gonna be into you. Like, I don't think you should go
No,
around
right,
like.
but-
I don't think you should go around thinking like, oh, well, there's another one. There's another one. There's another one. Because yes, yeah, there will be another one. But like, you're wasting your time. Like, I think you're wasting your time.
I feel like that's more helpful though. Like, if you get broken up with, or like you're really sad about something, it's
Oh,
just
there's
to
that. Of
course.
reassure you, like, oh, there's
Right.
always gonna be someone
Yeah.
else. You know.
I was gonna say, I feel like, especially in your 20s, and I forgot who the fuck I was talking about this with.
This is me.
Was it you?
I don't know. I don't know what you're
We
gonna
were
say.
talking about how it's like social media and like dating. You can like find anyone like anywhere.
Yeah.
So it was like some video and like it was like dating in your 20s. It's like, oh, you're really like loving, supportive, and you're like all this stuff, and it's like really good. But I'm gonna try to find someone better.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's kind of like a
Exactly.
Because you can find like it used to be like our parents are just like your high school sweetheart or something like that.
Yeah,
Because there's no one else in fucking town.
Exactly,
You're not
yeah,
gonna drive the next town
We
over
have
and find somebody
like,
just walking around.
People are so easily accessible now.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's a
Right.
bigger market.
Yeah.
It is.
Mm.
I don't know. The stupid shoe shots.
That was good. That was good. That was good insight. It was a good
I
set.
had something to say. I forgot what the fuck it was. I don't know.
Well, originally we were talking about flirting, how to identify flirting.
yeah, how
Oh,
I identify.
Oh yeah.
Well-
Wait. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna
To
say.
answer that. No, but go ahead.
I was gonna say, if men walk up to you and ask you a number, sometimes I would feel like that person's gonna feel like a creep if it doesn't go right.
Yeah.
Because that's the
Sometimes,
thing.
yeah.
It's like
No.
and no,
No, for a
It's-
guy.
it's-
Well, we're
Because
saying
it's
like
like-
from
it's
our
like-
perspective, we don't want to put a girl in that position.
Yeah, like,
They
I-
get
like
put
make someone
over.
uncomfortable.
If they say
Yeah.
that's one of
no
my
to you,
worst things
you
ever.
either like weren't valid enough. She thought you were creepy.
Yeah.
What's the other outcome? I don't even know.
And then like say
Yeah.
you're at like a club or a bar or something, like you just have to be like, all right, I gotta fucking be in the other side of the
Yeah, you're gonna be
Yeah.
as far away as possible.
Now, like this girl's night.
Yeah.
What do you mean,
'cause she
far
you
thinks
can't be
I'm
back in her
creeping.
vicinity, or she's
Oh,
gonna think
no,
something
yeah,
you're even
yeah,
creepier.
right.
Yeah,
You just
yeah,
cut
yeah,
off a whole
yeah.
section of the bar.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Can't
Can't go
yeah,
that way.
yeah.
Can't go to the bathroom.
Like
nothing.
that's the L zone.
Yeah.
You guys going that way?
Well,
All right, I gotta stay over here.
No. I think it's fine. Like, if you continue to press, like I've been in situations, like I was in this situation kind of recently,
Oh,
and this
yeah.
guy, I was so clearly like not
Not
trying
interested.
to talk to him,
Yeah.
and he just kept pressing me, like, can I get this? Can I get that? I'm like, you know.
Yeah. That's when it
Sometimes they
gets a
just don't
little
stop.
scary.
Even when I've said like, oh, I have a boyfriend, like they don't stop. They literally.
You shouldn't
don't
say
stop.
that actually.
Why?
It's less competition.
It's
What
a
do you
1v1
mean?
at that point.
1v1 now. We're back in the pit,
No,
baby.
no, you could still say.
Like-
I'm just.
I mean, some people are like, oh, okay, no problem. Sorry to bother you, but like,
Right,
I don't think it's an issue if you try and like, there's just a reason it doesn't work out. But like, to continue to press is what's
Yeah.
wrong. I think.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
and it
no,
gets,
100%.
like,
I'm
spooky.
not
I
saying
feel
that.
like those are usually weirdos.
It's like taking
Yeah,
a
those are weird.
Oh yeah, obviously you don't want to.
Not the normal dude.
Like I've never done that. Just walk up to someone like randomly from across the bar and be like, "Yo, what's your number?" I feel like
Really?
a creep.
Give me
I
your
feel like a
Instagram,
creep.
please, please.
I've talked to a lot of people. I've just never done that.
Like, what do you mean? Like, you don't really talk to them first, or you just
Yeah.
No,
approach
like-
and ask for
like
a
you
Cold
number?
say,
open, ask for someone's
he
number
hasn't
is
e- like he has
crazy.
gotten
do
no
that.
look from the girl. No signs have been kind of dropped.
She's
no
cute,
seeds
get your
planted.
number.
Honestly, I
Like
don't
it's
even look
not.
at
It's
people in the
not
bar,
like you.
but yeah.
It's not like you and a
You don't look
guy
at people in the bar?
gaze at each other and you're kind of.
There's
giving each
an
other a look.
understanding.
I like that.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
I
doing
know.
anything.
Right.
I don't know if that's ever happened to me where like someone's just like
Out of the
approached me.
blue. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Huh.
But I mean,
It's probably the fear of looking like being looked at like.
That's
a
what I
creep.
feel like.
If I had to guess,
If you make the first move, 100% you're in.
that's a
Yeah.
real thing.
You
What do you
can't
mean?
lose. You can't lose. What do you mean?
If a girl comes up to you or
Girls?
something,
Oh my
like
God.
even on some like small shit, then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm in there.
Unless she's
it's-
like,
what?
You're saying
No,
you're
but it's
saying-
like
I'm just saying, but you know, it's the same thing with a guy, but he's probably got a better chance.
well, I know any of my guy
I mean, we
friends-
actually witnessed a group of our friends reject the same girl like 8 times in a row last night.
Oh,
Did we?
Not like a verbal rejection, but like
Oh.
you know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna, I didn't want to say anything, but I was gonna say the same thing.
No
Yeah.
names.
I
Yeah, no
know.
name. I didn't know the
Any
fucking
of
name,
my
but I
guy
couldn't say it.
friends, they always do say the same thing. Like, oh, it's just so attractive when girls like
Oh my
or
god.
make the first move. But like, it's the same type of thing for girls. Like, we don't want to be embarrassed if they.
You're
Right,
not.
of course.
Who
It's a
I don't know.
it's a human feeling.
Have some gumption.
I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 times.
What does that mean?
Have
These
some
girls with gumption.
Yeah,
What
these
is
girls with
gumption?
gumption, bro. Get in there.
does
bro.
that
What the fuck
mean?
we doing?
What is
Like
that?
some initiative.
Like guts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
get some guts.
Well, like I said, I would.
We were talking about
I
last
would
night.
approach.
we were talking. Yeah, this was our car ride
guess-
home. We were just,
Well, you know what? You know what I've said before. I've like noticed someone. Well, my friends have noticed like, oh, that guy keeps looking over at you, and like maybe I'd like turn around and I'd say like, oh, I like your shirt, and that's how we'd start chatting.
oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
No,
that's
that's the
great.
first move.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
shirt at him.
That's all you
think
need to
so?
do. Oh, that's
It's classic.
I don't do that a whole
honestly,
lot.
if a
but
girl I didn't know gave me a random compliment,
Oh,
you're
you're not.
no.
Your whole
Yeah.
night.
I'm
no.
like, oh, I'm in.
James,
Yeah.
talk-
Yeah.
James
100%.
talked about it for a week.
I will. Yeah,
I
I'll
would, yeah.
romanticize it.
Yeah.
I thought about
Romanticize
what our
it.
kids would look like.
Yeah. In an instant. Nice shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so Raven.
It zooms out.
Oh my God, she liked my Aquarius shirt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This bitch is
I don't
crazy.
know. Like I've done that a handful of times, but I just prefer not to be the one putting
Right.
myself
No,
out there.
yeah,
I
of
don't like
course.
that. It just makes me anxious.
Yeah. It's,
What?
It's,
No
it's,
way.
awkward for
What?
both.
Do you think
it's
it's-
awkward for both
That's
sides.
Do you think it's as anxiety inducing like over social media though? Like have
Oh, it's
you
so
ever
much
been
easier.
the first one to
I
hit up a
hate it.
guy on Snapchat or Instagram? Like
No.
I was
No.
just saying this actually
Never.
to my friend last night. We had a conversation about it.
Yeah.
I would so much rather be in person
Really?
Really?
because
I
I
agree.
think I do a
I
lot
agree.
better when I have less time to think and it's more
Oh, I
about
see.
action.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because I'm telling you right now, if I have time to sit there, like, I'll be
And
like,
craft a message.
it's down to like, do I put this comma here? Do I not?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
How is she gonna read this? Is
Right.
this
Well,
You
question
can't
gonna come
always
off
tell
weird?
There is
people's
like a-
Is this gonna be
personality over
random?
the phone too. Like
yeah,
I
no,
feel
I
like
can't stand it. And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not even that. Like I'm kind of boring as it is. So like if you just read me, and I don't know, I feel like, yeah, like it doesn't do you justice either. Me reading your messages
No,
because
yeah.
I don't know what
Yeah.
emotion you're putting into that text message.
Mm.
I want to
I need
feel
a lot
that
of emojis.
in the moment,
I'm-
and I don't know
Please
how I
don't use
vibe with you based on
emojis.
what you're saying.
I'm saying
feel
I
like
need them.
I'm
Oh.
very
Like, I need them to send me
sarcastic,
a lot of emojis.
and
Right.
that's my way of being flirtatious. Like if I'm
right.
busting your balls,
But if you're texting someone new, they wouldn't know that.
Right.
They'd
You're a
be
fucking
like,
And it's
loser.
they'd be
also-
like, oh, she's
No.
kind of being a bitch over
but
text.
yeah,
I
it
don't like
doesn't-
your
people,
shirt.
Think that.
People can't pick up on tone over message.
Yeah,
Mm.
especially if they
it's
don't know
hard.
you.
Right.
Like when you guys text me, like my boys, like I'm reading that text message like in your voice in my head.
Same. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's like when you
Yeah.
text me, you
So
hate me.
yeah,
He means it.
No,
Well, even
yeah.
you, James, I'm always like, if you say something, I'm like, you're disgusting. I don't want to talk to you ever again.
Yeah.
You obviously know me, like you know, I'm just being funny, and
For
that's
sure.
our friendship.
In a way.
Yeah.
If I said
Friendship,
that
I
over
verbally
text
abuse you.
to
I cry, but
you do it to me too. So whatever. But
yeah,
pretty much like if I said that obviously to a person I don't know,
right.
they're gonna think I'm being
Right.
serious.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I
which I would never say that to someone who doesnn't know my humor.
Of
but
course, yeah.
it is. I definitely prefer it in person.
There's like
like
that
I've never had any like social. What would you call that?
Shooters.
What?
There's shooters in your DMs.
No. Like Tinder or like Bumble.
Oh,
Never-
yeah,
Dating apps,
something.
dating apps.
I've
Like-
Never
used
had
them
one
either.
Like
because like
cold
I
open
don't want to meet
combos.
people like that.
Me
Like it's
either.
one thing over DM, like that's a little different, but
crazy.
like I really like just meeting people in person.
You got it. Yeah.
I dated 4 people off Tinder. All my last girlfriends.
Yeah, it's just
That's
kinda
there's
wild.
nothing
a
wrong
row.
with that. I
In a
know
row,
people
yeah.
who
Yeah.
have
It's just
been
not
in
your
relationships.
it's not your preferred way to start something.
Yeah, no.
I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
if I.
fair.
7, 8,
I think my
Yeah.
issue with
Tisha, Kanisha.
So
Yeah.
my issue with the dating apps is like I feel like I've gone to like go create a couple of accounts
Yeah.
and then like just stopped halfway through. I'm like
What am I doing?
I'm not like representing myself well. I
It's
feel like,
kind of tough. It's tough
I
sometimes.
feel like I like can't portray myself.
Because you have too much time to think about yourself.
I
I'm
like
telling you, that's
that
what
too.
it is.
And I barely
I'm
use
telling
Instagram
you.
as it is. I actually
Yeah.
Yeah.
one of my New Year's resolutions this year was to be more social media active.
You haven't.
No,
You
I
posted,
ha-
like
not
one
at
more
all.
picture.
I just not even posted the picture. I just changed my profile picture.
Yeah.
So failed at that. But I mean, I got my friends a lot of good pics.
But I was
But
gonna, if you get someone off that, then you know you're good.
It's true.
They see your Instagram, they go, "Oh my god!" But then you
well,
still pull 'em.
I feel like the dating
True.
apps are too like there's too much pressure because you both know, like, the intention here is to, like, find someone. Like, on Instagram, if you just think someone's cute
Bang.
and you, like, want to talk to them or you like their vibe or
They don't know the level of how deep it is.
That's
like,
true.
I actually
I
wanted to ask
Should I text him then?
for your
intention.
perspective on
Thank you.
something.
certainly.
I had told you at the beginning of this a while ago, but like I don't think we I did discuss the resolution. But basically, like
Long
a
podcast.
girl I'm not that close
3
with.
hours.
Yeah.
Like I know of her and we know of each other, but I've never really talked to her.
4 hours.
Started
Is this
like
the thing you were telling me about
Hit.
in Philly?
in Philly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Started like sliding up on all my stories. We
Yeah?
were talking a lot. And like I thought I should
Bing
read
bong.
that as she was interested.
Yeah.
But then like I announced my interest and got ghosted.
You got stoned.
Whoa.
And
How'd it feel?
Fine. I mean, if she said no, it would be the same feeling.
Maybe she'd be like, "Oh, I'm trying to be your friend," then you become friends.
Right. Well, that's what I wanted to be like. Oh shit, was I supposed to interpret this as she was trying to be friends with me?
Yeah.
Which I thought it was just random. Like we would just randomly become friends, even though I've never really talked to you. Like I feel like girls don't do that. Why would a girl go out of her way over social media to just become friends with you?
To be friends with people?
You're friends with people. Women
Right?
like friends.
No, I'm not saying. But like you wouldn't start like.
Now
I don't know, I'm
not
trying to
the
think
girl
of
ones.
like. I don't know. You know of someone like maybe
Yeah.
like one of my friends' friends, like a guy in that circle. Like you wouldn't just start hitting up that guy all of a sudden, like trying to be friends with him. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
There's
know.
a small percentage, but I know what you're saying.
You know, like
And I think it's a product of the culture that we're living in today, the type of society we're in today. I think if you get a DM from someone, it's probably assumed that they're
and I haven't seen this
interested in
person
you.
in a while.
Yeah.
Like maybe early
Right.
in the summer.
right.
So I was like at like a
I don't-
party.
How else would you have interpreted that?
Right. Like there wasn't any
yeah.
like I saw her out and we had a funny convo and now we're like
Yeah.
kind of just
It wasn't
continuing
like an after
conversation.
the fact DM. Where
It was
it's like,
just
yo,
sliding up on each other's
yeah,
stories.
Yeah, it's like
that
I
led
think you're
to-
interesting. Would like to get to know you. She didn't even
Yeah, no.
get to know you.
No.
Period. In the beginning.
I don't think I've ever like talked to someone over like Snapchat or something or just to like become pals with them.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Like,
so
Yeah.
I mean,
so like
maybe in person, like if
Yeah.
I see this guy out that's like friends with my friends, like I'll like hang
Yeah.
out with him and like become friends. Like
Right.
that's how we became friends. Like
right.
we were just always around each other. Like
We
in
had a
these
ton of
group-
mutual friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I was
But-
just gonna say when you start saying that, the only scenario where it works is if it's a friend group type thing. You know,
Right.
like you guys all belong to like a group of friends where it's platonic and it's not.
And like in a way we were, but we don't
won't-
hang out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there won't be like assumed dating, flirting in this. It's like a friend group type
Right.
thing. It's very interesting.
I thought it was super random.
It's a very tough thing to navigate.
Kid, you got
these
pole, kid. I don't know
All
what
right,
to
I'm
tell
not
you.
gonna lie. I feel like I have really good game over.
He was
social
saying this
media.
last night. We
Yeah.
were just talking about this last night. We had a good.
So
we
we
had a
had
good night last
So
night.
you think you're better
Cat
over the
pissing
phone or in
park.
person?
Not.
Not
No,
better
like, I
because
think-
it's not because if you
Virtual
answered
savant.
because if I didn't want to put you in a hole because if you answered I'm better over social media that makes it seem like
let
you're
me, let me
boring in
say
person.
this.
Oh, I'm-
Disclaimer: James is not.
I'm
a
clean over
boring
social
person to be
media.
around.
Thank you.
You're just shy, James. Like I mean, maybe not so much anymore.
That's fine though.
No,
That's
literally,
fair.
literally, like James,
It's
when I
fair.
first met him, would shut down around me. I was like, oh my god, like
Oh, yeah.
does this
Alright,
kid
well,
like hate me or
Like being
something?
like Big
You're
Bang
just
Theory.
shy around people
Yeah.
you don't really know yet.
Yeah.
Let me defend myself a little right here.
I'm not coming in.
No,
I'm not coming
I
at
know,
you.
it's
I'm
just
just
nothing
saying,
deep,
like,
nothing-
you
There's no
do
menace.
shut down a little bit
Oh.
if you don't know someone that well.
Back then, all right, I was going through a very strong social anxiety issue, and I feel like
rip our
just
lost episode.
Yeah, rip
Yeah.
our lost
Oh, yeah.
episode.
just interpreting people's intentions or emotions in general is a difficult thing for me.
Gotcha.
And I always used to let me just observe, and then once I figure this person out, then I can know how to act in a way. Like,
yeah, I need time.
like
with the
one of those
person,
things
too.
where it's like I'm a different person in each friend group kind of
Gotcha.
thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I have a different sense
It's
of humor
true.
with this
A chameleon.
friend. So when I first meet people, whether it's for a friendship or more, it's always I need to figure them out first.
Yeah.
But I've grown more to
It wouldn't.
anticipate
it
the
wouldn't-
personality I'm about.
Can I ask you?
engage-
Can I ask
to
you,
engage with.
Wouldn't you like to have that figuring them out stage in person with them as opposed to?
All right, right. So here was what I was going to say about the difference between in person and over text,
Yeah, yeah,
social media, whatever type of flirting. For me,
yeah, what's
in
it for you?
person, I feel more confident physically because like I feel really
For sure.
confident in
For
my
sure.
outfits lately.
For sure.
And I
Look good, feel good.
yeah, look good, feel good,
Play
smell
good.
good.
Yep.
Like
Believe that.
try to do my best to like give myself a good mental state.
Yeah. You gotta set yourself up.
Right. My issue in person outside of that is I feel like I'm like bad at coming up with what to say. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like
you
whether
need
it's
a little
working on
bit
my
more time.
stutter or it's like
Like you need.
I
And that's where that's the pro where it comes in for
over
the
social
phone.
media,
Yeah.
text, whatever. I could take as
'Cause you
long as I
got a
want to
little
come up with a
time to-
response.
You can
And I
formulate
feel
that
like I
shit.
come up with some pretty good things.
Be
Do you come here
metaphoric.
often? Always works.
Yeah.
Nah, see, I don't know. I'm
But James,
the
you're
opposite.
also very funny, and girls like funny guys.
Right.
So,
I
like,
try to do
and
that.
I feel like
that's-
humor
and-
is just better
yeah.
in person than over
And that's
message.
like what you were saying too about like how you're sarcastic. Like you have to learn people's humor, and
Yeah.
if you don't know it, like
That's true. Yeah.
you might text me something that I think's hilarious because I know how you would deliver that in person.
Mm.
But if you text a girl that doesn't really know you, that you're interested in, you're flirting, she might be like, oh, like what's he mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Any girl that
You
doesn't
know?
laugh at what I say, automatic, we're done.
100%. That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't fold for her. I joked to this one girl. I think I was telling him in line, and I said, "Oh, chicken rice is like really all you need." She goes, "Don't tell me what I need," and then
But
never
yeah,
told me
that
again.
serious.
I was like,
like,
"Oh, damn,
trying
what the fuck, bro?"
She
Like, I
interpreted
put LOL at the end too to be a
yeah,
joke. Like,
she
I didn't think it was.
interpreted it as Mike telling her what to eat or like what
Yeah,
is okay
how?
to eat.
Which was
but
a
he was just trying to
crazy
be
line to
like,
go. I was like, I eat chicken
Yeah.
rice like every day, like a
yeah,
big fucking
totally,
bowl, bro.
totally
No
misread.
man can
Me
hold
too.
me down.
That's
Yeah.
what I was like.
Jesus.
I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
I was like,
Oh,
okay.
but that
she
wasn't the
didn't.
intention.
She hadn't learned that you're just a silly little guy.
Yeah, but that's fine. Fuck it.
All right.
LOL.
Crazy.
I don't have that personality thing. I don't switch my personalities in groups.
I'm a Gemini rising, so like it just comes out.
I'm my own spirit. Yeah.
No, I don't
Well,
know. Yeah.
Rising's how everyone sees you. Like your
me as a
first
bitch.
impressions and your mask to everybody else.
Two-faced
Well,
bitch.
I think that is true. I think over time people then get to know the
You
real
gotta
me.
break down.
I feel like I have an
You
inner
know?
circle. So like I
Yeah,
have my
yeah.
friend groups
Mm.
and they know about me, and then like one or two from each of those groups
Yeah.
in my circle, and they
Yeah.
know me.
And to start this
Right.
parasocial relationship, you guys are all now in James's inner circle.
Yeah. Each and every one of you.
Approach me.
Approach him on the
Approach him.
streets.
Yeah.
Ask him how his day's going.
James,
him
if you
Jamaz.
had a cult, if you led a cult, what would the name of the cult be?
Led of the cult. I
Led of the
actually led a small cult in
Led a
middle
small?
school.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you led a small.
Yeah. What
Really?
the fuck was it called? I had its own handshake.
Make an edit for this.
I was called Father because I was a priest.
I remember this.
Thank you.
I remember this. Yeah, it was something like
handshake.
that.
Yeah, it was like a little
yeah,
stupid.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
even remember what the
I
fuck it
fucking
was.
remember that. Yeah.
I was just like, yo, it'd be like mad subtle too. Like,
Yeah.
yo, don't let people see.
Yeah, it was a 2-finger.
It was
And
like
there's
this or something.
It was
Like,
something like
but it was
that.
something.
It was
I
something
can't remember
like that.
exactly. It was something along those lines.
Yeah.
And it was like I would be like, "Welcome, brother." Like
What was it? Yeah, I called? remember that
That's
shit.
it's just because. Yeah, I don't fucking remember.
It's
It had some-
Zabalasm, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out my last name.
That's crazy.
Zabalasm.
Zabalasm.
Wow.
Yeah, Zabalism. Yeah, I did lead a small. It went on for a while, like 4 years.
Let me
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it.
I didn't know you then.
You weren't invited in the cult.
You
I
weren't in the
didn't know
cult.
you then.
I don't want to abruptly end the podcast.
We get
but-
10
No, no,
minutes.
we've been
Make it
running.
a 3
We've
hour
been
mark.
running.
You get 10 minutes.
Nah, let me just
You wanna
cap
just
it
hit
here. Let me
3?
cap
I
it
wanna
here.
hit
I have
3.
a good
I wanna hit
cap. There's a good cap opportunity. Dude.
Okay.
Just
Could make it last
Uh,
long. Cap.
so yeah, this has been episode 13 of Diversity Catalog. If you like and subscribe right now, you'll become a member of Zabalism. See, that was good.
That's true.
Welcome, brothers and
Yep.
sisters.
It's a
Yep.
good
If you
cap
rate the
moment.
podcast 5 stars,
Sisters.
Apple, Spotify, Amazon. Another way to get into Zabalism. That's
They
the
never-
only way you can get in.
Thank you guys for having me. It was very
yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
Wanna
Special
shout
thank
anybody
you
out?
to our lovely guest, Kristen.
Shout everybody out. Shout out to just all the besties.
Hell
Shout
yeah.
out a celebrity you want to see.
Hopefully they're watching,
Wanna see?
supporting.
That you want to see on
Yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah, who's our next guest?
Justin Jefferson.
There it is.
If
He's so
Justin-
ugly, bro.
If
He's so
Justin
ugly.
Maybe his
Jefferson
hamstring
ever
heals
sees
in time.
He's on IR,
this,
he
He
ain't
is on
playing.
there.
I
You might have a little
manifested
free
you getting famous. So
Nice.
Justin Jefferson.
I-
Put the energy in. Thanks.
I
You
literally
manifested
did-
Justin Jefferson getting famous?
Oh, he's
Not
Because-
his LSU tape?
Well,
She
I
manifested that
picked
tape.
him. I was looking at the roster freshman year, 2017.
Oh, you were not.
I swear to God.
Really?
And I picked him. I said, "That's the one."
That's
Look where he is
him.
now.
Just pick
Yeah.
the cutest one.
On IR.
He was a 1-star athlete
was-
before she pulled up the.
He literally, like, if you know anything about him, like, he was not good in school. He had to like he wasn't really that good, even at football. Like, his brothers went to LSU. Like, he wanted to be like his brothers,
Right.
and the coach gave him a chance, and that's what happened. So
Shout out,
love you,
Jay Jettis.
Justin.
Yep.
If you see this, I'm your
That's-
biggest fan.
That's good. He will eventually when we blow
I
up.
risked my life
Yeah.
for you.
That's awesome.
And
Bro, come on.
Jesus Christ.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
But yeah,
no, you told me I was gonna get beat up, and I still
you
wore the
did.
Vikings. I still did.
in Philly.
Oh, the
In
Eagles
Philly.
game.
The game,
I'm like,
yes.
I didn't tell anyone to beat you up. Like, what is going on?
Beat her up.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone told me not to do it, and I did it anyway.
Yeah,
for
she
Justin.
popped off. Full
So
purple.
I'm
Full purple in the
loyal.
Philly
I'm
Stadium.
loyal. Yes.
Yeah, that was a dope shirt you had on.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So
Took
yeah,
me a really long time to find that, so
shout out Justin Jefferson.
Jay Jettis.
shout out Justin.
You
Yeah,
wanna
shout
give
out
a
Lean
shout
Meat Patty.
And shout
My
out.
mom's gonna DM you. You're gonna
Yeah,
love it.
OT Megan.
But yeah, it's been Diversity Catalog, episode 13, second guest episode with Kristen. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
We'll
for
see you
having
next week. Don't forget to.
Also,
What's the matter?
at this point in time, the clip's gonna be out
Oh yeah.
about
Oh yeah.
Oh, 'cause-
punishment.
yeah,
You'll see a post making the rounds this week
Around
for
town.
Josh. well, next
Josh
week is
Jacob
going to be our
Hammerschmidt.
special Halloween episode. It's coming out on Tuesday, right?
Yep.
We're going to drop
On
it on
Halloween.
Halloween. We'll all be dressed up. But if you didn't watch last week's episode 12, you'll miss on Josh losing the quiz. So we need costume recommendations as the, what do they call that? Forfeit for
Yeah.
Joshua.
Yes.
So yeah,
Send
thanks
those
for
in.
listening. It's been a long one. But we'll see you next week. Spread love.
Peace.
Sir.